Die Europäische Zentralbank legte den Referat.
This is the Opie and Anthony channel.
And now, a show the likes of which America's never seen. So appalling, so offensive, yet so entertaining.
It's not your normal show.
Beamed from satellites in space down to you every single day.
What planet are we living on?
It's the Opie and Anthony show with Opie.
We're experts, and we already know this is going to be great radio, so shut the fuck up.
And Anthony.
I live in a big house, I make a lot of money, and I fuck attractive girls.
And little Jimmy.
I don't even like in our opening. It sounds like a little...
You dang open hand and don't listen to dang open hand.
Stop with that shit.
And now, here they are. Why am I introducing these buffoons? I'm William Shatner, goddammit.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, hi there, peoples.
How's everyone today?
Folks.
What happened?
Just addressing the imaginary group of people that we're chatting to.
Yeah, you hope they're listening.
You know,
who the fuck knows?
It really is just a leap of faith here, talking into these mics. There's no fucking video feed that shows us the people listening intently.
I go home and think there's no use for this radio show. Like, what are we doing? We get together and just talk. What does it mean in the end? It means nothing.
Service for the people.
Then you have like strong opinions because you got a microphone in front of you. Who gives a fuck?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What I say doesn't matter. This show doesn't matter.
It's just wacky.
It's like we have to get together and do this every day. For what? I don't even know. I don't even know. It's just the strangest thing ever.
It really is a pointless exercise, isn't it?
Every day it's pointless.
Pointless.
It absolutely is pointless.
It just goes.
Hopefully, you entertain some people on the way to their jobs.
Yeah.
Maybe make them laugh. Maybe make them think a little. But if you really break it down, this is just nonsense.
It's like everything else, though.
None of us hang out when we're not here. There's little hangouts, but nothing like serious or deep that means anything in the end.
No. That's true.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
At least we're not driving a train and texting.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I'm saying it. I said it yesterday, and I'm sticking with that.
Yeah.
Because this idiot was going 82 miles an hour when he had to get that train down to 30 miles an hour. The Metro North derailment, of course, just north of the city, right near the Henry Hudson Bridge, I believe. And now they're looking at the train going, nothing wrong with the train here.
Yeah.
So they talk to the, I don't even know what they're called. Is he a conductor? Is he an engineer? Is he, what is he?
I would say the engineer of the choo-choo.
Well, how about he dresses like one?
Yeah, he's kind of just like...
He's zoned out, he said.
Well, if this is my point. If he's admitting to zoning out, because he's not stupid. He knows his business, and he knows they checked the train, and they know the train was fine. He has to say something. Yeah. So if he's admitting to zoning out, that means he was abso-fucking-lutely texting, just like I said yesterday.
At the beginning, he said that the brakes didn't work. That was his first thing,
well, of
right?
course you got to say something.
And you got to hope that in the wreck something happened where it looks like the
they
brakes
destroyed the brakes, right.
So, and that didn't happen.
Right. Yeah.
Now he goes to phase 2.
Phase 2 is like, all right, I zoned out. But the real thing is going to be, I think, texting.
Yeah.
And then I guess there's been a few other, train derailments around the world in recent months or last year or two. And that's exactly what the reason was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the engineers were texting.
Yeah, little texteroonie.
What if he fell asleep? He said it went to the throttle went to idle for 6 seconds. What's that mean? I mean, does that mean that you have to hold it and it goes idle, or can you hit it with your knee and have it go idle?
I don't know. I think you got to let go of it.
He was texting.
Oh, maybe.
He was texting. I don't think you fall asleep.
I think he was sexting.
Yeah.
He might have been sexting.
Oh, damn.
That last text is going to be a doozy. It'll be on the front page within the next day or two. People lost their lives for this, and it's going to be like, hey, man, I got some good deals on Black Friday.
My train in your tunnel.
Right.
I want you to suck my arm.
That's right.
No.
I don't know. He either fell asleep, I doubt it, or he was texting. I don't think there's any other options at this point.
Maybe it was a suicide attempt. Tried to kill himself.
Just knowing that a train could be going 82 miles an hour and they got to slow that fucker down to 30 for this, like, pretty much a dead man's curve, that doesn't sit well with me.
No, and it's all up to some guy.
You always think that there's something else in place just in case the human fucks up, where the train could realize and do something. I don't know. In this day and age.
They said that they're supposed to have things in place that do that by 2015, but...
2015? How about they have it in place now? What are we waiting for?
Well, they said they have to push it forward now because they're of funding and everything, and technology and whatnot. Come on.
Imagine if
GPS.
Imagine if you went on a roller coaster and you had to depend on a fucking human being
for every corner and hill and turn.
Right.
Oh my God.
That's pretty much what's going on here.
Yeah, you're on like a fucking roller coaster.
And this guy has to go, oh, that's right, this crazy curve is coming up. I got to slow this thing down to 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And he hit it going 82 miles an hour. Whee! People are lucky they didn't end up in the river.
Yeah.
What, the one train was, the nose of it basically was touching the water?
Yeah.
And how did the engineers survive? Are they in the back these days? How does that work?
No, it must not have been a bad fucking... derailment for the engine.
Right.
You know, the engine probably just fell off and the rest of the car's kind of whipped around.
But he's in the front car?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's right up front. Good view.
Oh, so that's all right. So that car doesn't look too bad. And then there was the ones on the side that I would assume had the people that died.
Yeah.
Right by the water, too, man. He stopped probably 5 feet from the water.
He didn't stop nothing. The train stopped itself.
Well, yeah, but, I'm just saying it stopped.
Yeah. There was no stopping. This guy fucked up. Yeah, but they're lucky that thing didn't go into the water.
Where was Superman?
To stop the train on the track.
There's no Superman.
They didn't say that once in the movie Superman.
No.
Not the word Superman once.
What?
In the movie Man of Steel, they don't say Superman once. I don't know. It's weird. I noticed that.
Oh, the newest one?
Yeah.
Because they probably would get sued or something?
She says, like, super... And then they
stop her.
Why?
And then, I don't know. I think it's kind of
That's
like...
some copyright shit, right?
No, I think it's just
him.
hokey to call him Superman these days. Maybe they were trying that whole angle.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I didn't even notice.
Isn't it hokey to have a movie like that to begin with?
You'd think.
The red cape's a little hokey. Like
Right, exactly.
Hokey yeah.
The stupid cape that obviously wouldn't fly whatsoever.
This dumb cape.
You would think they would have a better flying apparatus for Superman.
They say Superman once in the movie near the end.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming in. I don't know.
But why, though? Eric, you know?
No, I don't know why they... I know they're making the character darker, but I don't know why they weren't saying Superman.
You got to make all superheroes darker.
In character.
Because every time they try to reboot it, Superman's failed. Because no one gives a shit about a clean-cut superhero.
Yeah, I guess so.
So he's got to have some demons, right?
Well, that's why during all the fight sequences, people were dying and he wasn't saving them. He was just fighting...
it was pretty fucking... Yeah, it was. There was shit blowing up, and they're throwing train cars at each other, and falling out of buildings.
And he was just beating the shit out of Zod, but not helping everybody else like he would in the other movies.
Yeah.
All right, we got engineers pissed off at us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go to Jerry on Long Island. Jerry.
What's up, guys?
Long Island Railroad, huh?
Yeah, Anthony, that train was being pushed by a locomotive, not pulled.
Was it?
And the engineer was in the back of the train. They were actually pushing. They were pushing that towards Manhattan.
That
and this
sounds
prick,
very dangerous.
This prick had to have been on the phone. I mean, there's no two ways about it. There's so many signals and fail-safes, maybe not mechanical, but enough to know. He's rode that route before, and it's going to come out, like you said. He's going to be texting his buddies like, hey, man, and then 12 people die because of him.
Well, what's the possibility that he actually fell asleep?
I don't think, man. I mean, you're so aware, or at least you should be. The guy is a 20-year vet. I mean, he should know. Like I said, it's not the first time he was put on that route. So I would say he didn't fall asleep. I'm going with, like you said yesterday there, Opie, that he was texting. But, I mean, the train program that the Long Island Railroad goes through is so rigorous, and these jokels up at the Amtrak, it's not even close to what you go through for the Long Island Railroad.
So Yeah.
They want you to be perfect every day,
Right.
Because of things just like this. So this guy's
and it probably, I mean, be honest, it probably gets boring after a while when you really, know your job.
It's just like you guys complained this morning about your job.
Right.
It's the same. Anything
never
you
do that.
It's just going to get boring. I know, right?
Especially if you're pushing, you don't get to see anything except the fucking the butt end of a fucking car.
Right.
You're not even looking out the window.
Oh man, you can't even see where you're going.
You're barely paying attention because you've done it over and over again for so long. So then you start thinking to yourself, you know what, I could probably do a little texting right here.
Yeah, I'm going to text.
And
then you get into what you're texting about. And next thing you know, you go, oh, fuck.
Just another word. Fuck, I misspelled it.
Right.
Let me check how that's spelt. And there you go.
And that's how things happen.
The newer engineers, believe it or not, are more safer than the guys who have 20 years on. Because these guys come out of, their training so aware and so afraid, is the correct word, that the newer guys are better. The older guys, they don't even know what the signals mean half the time, and there's different signals for different tracks and different tracks for different...
Can I ask you a question, sir? How do you push a cart like that? I don't understand how that works, and how do you see where you're going?
You don't see where you're going. You're just relying on the train you've been given, and you just run the train.
How do you know when to go left or when to slow down? How do you know what to do at any moment? Or there's something on the track?
Yeah, there's signals that you'll see on both sides that give you a heads up of what's to come.
Oh, okay.
And you just know. Not like I said, these guys run the same routes all the time. It's not like they know the railroad.
Yeah, like the back of their hand, and that's what I'm getting at. So you start.
Yeah, the training you go through is ridiculous. I mean, you have to write from memory, just for the Long Island Railroad, Penn Station to Montauk, and you have to get every station, every switch, every signal perfect. If you mess up one switch, you fail out of the program, and that's your final of your fifth test of the day.
Wow.
So it's insanity. You have to be perfect, and it drums home their thinking because of shit like this.
How many stations are there?
There's well over 45, 60 on Long Island alone.
Wow.
So
it's crazy.
So it's almost impossible to have the train going 82 miles an hour into a 30.
Yeah, by itself, absolutely not. This guy was completely in control of that train, and not to mention, Jim, you said before that it went idle 6 seconds. I forget exactly what you said. It went idle 6 seconds after it derailed.
Oh.
This thing was doing, the idle was at whatever until 6 seconds after the fact, not during the actual into the turn. He went into the turn at 82, and then, oh, shoot, everything started going wooey-wooey, and 6 seconds after it stopped derailing, he killed
technical terms he's using.
So maybe he was sleeping for all I know, but there's definitely, it's all human error.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious it's human error. It was obvious when we saw this a couple days ago.
So,
all right.
I mean, punching out, boys. Have a good day, all right?
Thanks for the knowledge, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Next stop, Hop Hog, next stop.
Seems like a train could derail easier by pushing it.
Yeah.
It just seems to me like you go around a curve and it's being just line of cars being pushed as opposed to one pulling the rest of them.
Yeah. Yeah, see? So that's on the front page of our paper today. That's a biggie.
I guess they don't turn trains around this day and age.
What do you mean?
Well, if they get from one station to another and then they got to go back, they just go in reverse instead of...
Probably saves a lot of time to do it that way.
The old days, you put them on a roundhouse.
Right.
Remember the roundhouse? It was like a Lazy Susan for trains. And then they'd pop them on there, turn it around.
And that was it.
And then send them
the whole thing around or just one?
I think just the engine.
Okay.
And then, and then they would be facing the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know much about choo-choos, except they're pretty cool to play with as far as electric trains go.
They're not.
No?
No.
As a kid, I loved them.
No, they're cool for maybe a half hour. And then you're like, what else can I do with this? And then you start setting up all sorts of shit so it can
to crash
derail.
into.
Right. Then you take the turns really fast like this guy. You put stuff on the track.
Yeah.
Put your little brother's foot on the track, whatever it takes.
Hot Wheels cars.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I mean, toys are cool for about a day or two, and then you got to find other ways to use them.
My dad has old Lionel trains, like really old.
Wow, really?
Yeah, man. Like there's
collectors love that shit.
They do, right?
Yeah, they do.
I don't know anything about them though.
No.
They're probably worth like $100 or something.
Oh, I would hope more than that.
Yeah, it's probably nothing.
Well, you don't know though. You ever think you have something valuable and you go on eBay and you're like, "This is fucking gold," and it's like worth $1.70.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, crap!"
Right.
It's worth nothing.
I thought I cherished this.
I cherish this. I carried it from apartment to apartment for years.
Yeah, this is my
end.
nest egg.
Right, exactly. I don't know. Did they light that damn tree last night?
It's Wednesday.
Oh, I thought it was yesterday.
I asked my cabbie if they lit the tree as he was dropping me off today. I said, "Did they light the tree?" He goes, "Yes, excellent gas mileage."
What?
That's exactly what he said. I asked him if he pulled if they lit the tree.
God.
He said, yeah. And he starts talking about his dumb car.
Oh, what an idiot.
Really? It's a stupid car.
He knows nothing.
No, he didn't.
It's all about his car.
He missed the
Right.
gist.
Yes.
Happy birthday to Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes,
What?
65.
Wow.
65 for Ozzy. Jesus.
Ozzy's
Why is Sharon Osbourne telling everyone that she got her pussy tightened?
Probably because they asked her and she's pretty honest. She likes everybody to know she's a nice tight vagina. I respect that.
I respect that.
Yeah.
You think it was Ozzy? You think it was Ozzy's girth or the kids' heads?
Oh, jeez.
Probably a
So they
combination.
got big melons, those kids?
Oh, it's gotta be the children, I bet.
I bet it's all Ozzy's cock.
Yeah.
All Ozzy's
Yeah.
cock, yes.
Really?
Absolutely. Always give credit to the cock when you can.
All Ozzy's
Of course,
cock.
Ozzy's cock. It's huge.
That sounds ridiculously painful to tighten up a vagina. How do they do that? What do they do? Do we have one woman out there that had this done so they could tell us?
I bet there's some cutting of meat involved.
Oof.
And stitching up where it was.
Really?
Yeah, you got to take out some real estate, I'm thinking.
Let's wake up Dr. Steve. Let's wake up Dr. Steve.
Well, the labia minora has to be eliminated to an extent, and then we...
You have to
Stitch
slice
up.
it, and then you go in there and you tighten it up. It's kind of the way you take like a piece of fabric. Like, let's just say you're doing your suit or your shirt or your socks, and you're tighten up the inside of the walls, and the embryonic fluid will leak onto your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wake up Steve and find out how that's done.
How that's done. Well, that is exciting.
No, the Paul Walker crash, he was only going 40 to 45 miles an hour. That was it.
That's all it takes, huh?
And he was going around a little bend. Oh, he was supposed to be only going 15. It was one of those type of deals.
Whoops.
15-mile-an-hour zone. They were going 40 to 45.
He was just in a car with some guy. He just, like, the guy was like, hey, take a ride with me for...
Yeah, but they
Couple
weren't doing
minutes.
anything crazy.
No.
They weren't drag racing. The car was going 40 to 45 miles an hour around a bend with 15-mile-per-hour speed limit.
Dangerous fucking
Mechanical
vehicle.
failure may have also contributed to the crash. I doubt it. That car looked like it was...
Yeah.
It looked like it was brand spanking new there, didn't it?
It fucking, I love that burst into flames feature could be taken care of. Holy shit.
Maybe that shouldn't happen.
Right?
The hell were they? What did they have in the car?
Yeah. Fucking
Nitroglycerin?
dynamite bumpers.
Right. And then I guess TMZ's got slow-mo footage that's from a security camera, Sam was telling me this morning.
Yeah, it's kind of behind trees and...
Is there anything to see there?
Stops.
Or they're just trying to make more of it
They're
than...
showing it on the news up here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they show like, there it is. Boom.
What?
Thing blew up in a second.
I don't see it.
Fucking burst into flames. It's
All right.
behind a tree.
TMZ's got it slowed down. So where's the car?
Boom. Right there. In that little... Yeah.
That's all it was.
Everything's on video.
But that's all it was. It's kind of in the distance.
And
It's a
giant
shitty security camera
fire.
video. And then a giant fire immediately. Then how? And why couldn't they get out of the car?
They were knocked
They were only going
out.
40 to 45 miles an hour, though.
Explosion.
Airbags, nothing.
That thing exploded.
That's fucked up.
Did it roll before it hit, or did it just go straight into the pole?
Looks like it just kind of went. You know, it was a turn. They were going a little too fast for the turn, I guess. Even though 40 to 45 miles an hour is not a lot.
No.
And then I don't know. We'll find out more in the coming days.
Poor bastards.
Yeah. Being on fire must suck. I was watching horrible footage last night of some mob that set a guy on fire. I needed to go to bed.
Oh, Jesus.
And just the idea of being on fire, how terrible that must be.
That seems horrific.
The guy kept crawling out of the fire, and they just kept throwing him back on it.
Really?
Oh, just awful.
Why would you do that? I don't understand that.
They, people on fire, it looks like it's like really painful right away. And then you just kind of like move real slow while you're on fire right before the end. You're just kind of like, I'm on fire. It's
probably
terrible.
Burns everything away that hurts.
Yes, it burns all the hurt parts.
All the hurt parts.
Yeah.
I have info on the crash. How does Richie from Long Island have info on the crash?
He knows nothing.
Richie.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's up?
I just want to throw something into the bucket there. That car was a Porsche Carrera GT when it was made several years ago. It was a $450,000 car. And one of the interesting things about that car is if you don't know how to drive, you're going to die in that car going 45 miles an hour. It's very unforgiving. So I could see this guy coming down at 45 going into a 15-mile-an-hour curve, and this car is just going to hit anything and explode. It's made out of carbon fiber. It will shatter like a toothpick.
The guy driving it was a race car driver, though.
Right.
Ex-race car driver, so I'm right.
He wasn't very good at it because...
Well, they said it was a mechanical problem. There might have been a mechanical issue on the car.
I'll tell you one thing.
Should have
Any
problems.
sports car should be able to take a 40-mile-an-hour turn, a 15-mile-an-hour turn at 40.
Delivery drones. Amazon shocks world with new proposal. We already explained this to everybody.
It's nothing. It's a publicity stunt.
We gotta be taken more seriously. They're not delivering your packages with drones
yet.
People think,
but they could easily say that, like, this is of course it's a possibility that you could use drones to deliver packages, but it's not happening anytime soon. Fucking these news channels got to say, hey man, this is a publicity stunt. Amazon's got everyone talking about them, which is brilliant on their part.
So a pretty good meme there with Obama.
What do you mean?
It's pretty funny. He was saying to Amazon, he goes, look, I'll give you some working drones if you give us a working website.
Nice.
See, because he's got the drones.
Right.
And Amazon's got a website that works.
So they could do a little trade.
Sure.
Honey, I'm telling you, come to the window. I just saw a flying object.
They will be
outside.
justified.
And I know Santa is lobbying against it. The reindeer.
Don't stop saying Santa to other adults.
They do not want to be showed up by a drone.
Santa.
Don't drone me.
Who
Santa's
does?
lobbying.
Drone drama.
What do you think? Do you think this is a good idea to have private companies deliver things via drone
it's
to your
not
front
at this
yard?
point.
You know, my neighbor dog would definitely cart something off. What do you
Neighbor
think? Email
dog?
us right now,
Neighbor
I'll check Twitter
Playing
too.
sound effects.
Oh my god!
Fuck this morning.
It's a fucking publicity stunt.
I hope his neighbor dog isn't watching.
His neighbor dog. Drones aren't delivering your packages anytime soon. Stop it already. They're not going to allow that. There's so many issues involved.
So many.
I'd love my Cialis to come by package. You hit a button
That would be cool.
5 minutes later.
It's right there.
It says Cialis on the package. Everybody can see.
Because for the business model to work, they're going to have hundreds, if not thousands, of these in the sky at any given moment. It's not happening. And then they'll forget about it. About a week or two, they'll forget they even did that story. And then Amazon in their offices are like, yes, we did it.
Right around.
And they'll be patting each
Christmas.
other on the back. Got so much attention.
Around
for free.
Christmas time, we got a bunch of publicity from the news. This is great. Yep.
All right. Dr. Steve.
Hey, boys.
Are you awake, sir?
I am.
Now.
Yeah.
So you got Sharon Osbourne. She tightened up her vagina, and she says that surgery was brutal, the worst surgery she's ever had, and I guess she's had a few things done over the years.
Yeah.
How do they do that? How do they tighten up a vagina?
Well, what it's called is vaginoplasty, and there's a bunch of there's a bunch of different versions of it. Like sometimes you can do a vaginoplasty to create a vagina if you're, transgendered, for example.
Yuck.
Or if you're born with too small a vagina.
No such
but
thing.
also you can use
what's a big
same kind of techniques
Yeah.
to tighten up a kind of floppy, flappy vagina. So
right.
it's what they do is they basically what they're trying to do is restore the muscle tone and the look of the vagina. And sometimes they can just do a labioplasty. So if someone's got just, floppy meat curtains, they can just go in and kind of slice those down. But now, Sam can tell you that this is, because
I've never had my vagina worked on.
Well, your vagina was made into a penis. We all know that. Yeah. So that's what he's getting at.
And your asshole needs to be tightened. It's common knowledge.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a floppy, loose, used anus.
No, he's right.
It's like a cock highway.
He had surgery in the same area when he had a circumcision, and there's so many nerve endings in this area that when you cut it, it hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I would assume.
And Sam can tell you how bad it hurt. You can just imagine that the amount of tissue that's taken off in a labioplasty is 3 times the amount that's taken off when you do a circumcision. So the pain is going to be intense.
All right, I've known you for a really long time. You're just making up stuff because you don't know how they tighten up a vagina.
Oh, yeah.
So you're distracting and talking about floppy lips and meat curtains. How do they actually tighten up the vagina? That's the question.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know.
There it is. You know how to shave that shit down, but we're talking about making, things a little smaller.
Yeah, well...
And I can't figure out how they would do that.
Can't they just
I've never been party to that, but I have delivered 250 kids, and I have tightened up a couple of vaginas afterward.
How do you tighten them up after?
Well, what happens, in childbirth is people will tear, and sometimes they'll tear all the way into the rectum, and you have to reconstruct the rectum, and you have to reconstruct the vaginal wall. And when you do that, obviously you're
Mr.
in the old
Gorbachev,
days,
reconstruct that wall. Yes.
In the old days, when this happened, women would just have to reconstruct their vagina themselves. And when I talk about the old days, I'm talking about, for thousands of years before we had surgery.
Well, how would they reconstruct their own vaginas?
Well, they'd have to just heal. And you would end up with a vagina that had contact with the rectum, and birds have this thing called a cloaca where they shit and piss out of the same orifice, and that would kind of happen to women, who didn't heal properly.
Cloaca,
so,
like a bird.
Sounds like a name in the hood.
Yeah, your cloaca.
So when you would have a 4th degree tear, which is what that's called, the joke in the operating room was, did you make a cloaca? And then you would hang your head in shame and get to fixing the thing. So,
wow.
But anyway, so when you do that, you're taking parts of vaginal tissue and you're closely approximating them and then sewing them together. And so I'm sure the vaginoplasty is the same sort of thing, where they would go in and make an incision, take out a section of vagina, and then sew it back up. When you do that, it'll be much tighter.
Tighten it up. Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, you're right. I've never been party to an actual vaginoplasty, but I've done quite a few of them myself during childbirth. So.
Wow.
All right, there you go. Why don't you deliver children anymore? What happened? You had an incident?
Oh, no. When I graduated from residency, it was like, fuck that. I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't like doing that?
But let me tell you something. It wasn't wasted time because I was very good at doing pelvic exams, and I was very good at the diseases and conditions that women go through. Unlike some people who go through residency and never do any female stuff, and then all of a sudden have to start doing it when they get out.
You ever have a dud come out and have to tell the parents?
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, but I tell you what, the last delivery I had was one of those that the last delivery I had was the reason why I don't do deliveries anymore.
Why? What happened?
Yeah. Oh, it was so scary, dude. How can I tell this without violating it? Well, okay, I don't think there's any way anybody would know who this was or identify it, but the baby wouldn't come out. Let's just say that. And I got him out, and I got the head out, and couldn't get the rest of the body out. It's called shoulder dystocia, and there was no attending
Dystocia.
physician anywhere around,
Oh,
and I
shit.
had one of these before, so I
Would you
just put pressure on the kid's head.
Crack his his shoulders.
Yeah, well, okay, so anyway.
Wait, what happened? So the head's popping out, but you can't get the shoulders out?
I can't get the rest out, and that's one of the things that you can do is you can break their collarbone to get them to kind of fold the kid up.
Fold that little bastard up.
What an unpleasant entry into the world.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Did you break his
it's
collarbone?
Huh? No, so I didn't know how to do that, so because I'd never had one of these.
Steve cut his head off.
I put a bunch of pressure on this kid's head, pressure, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden I hear this crack.
Oh shit!
And the baby comes blooping out, right? So I'm like, oh.
Wait, I gotta slow you down. What do you mean you put pressure on the head if the head's already out?
Because the head is out,
right?
And you're standing in front of the woman, her legs are akimbo, right?
Right.
And so you want to get the top shoulder to come out first,
right?
So I'm putting pressure down, putting pressure on the neck.
Oh, he's kind of pulling the head out and pushing down
pull,
so the shoulder
down.
can pop out.
He's pushing the head back in to try to get the shoulder.
Down toward the floor.
Down, yeah.
Oh, my God, okay. All right, gotcha, all right.
And I hear this crack, and then the kid comes blooping out, and I'm like, oh my God, please just look this kid over, because I was sure that just something horrendous had happened. And she tore, obviously, so I'm over there, cleaning up the tear, and
like a Keystone Cop in there, aren't you?
The nurses were looking over this baby, and they said, he's fine.
Old shoulders McGillicuddy popping out of there.
If it wasn't the kid that made that noise, it had to be the mom, so I'm checking her out. She's fine. No, it was nothing. It was just a warning from above, don't do this anymore.
Damn.
And, that was the last one I ever did. And it was the last one I was ever going to do anyway.
Right.
But it was like, hell, I'm never doing that again.
It's like the fucking last mission of the Memphis Belle.
What is shoulder dystocia? How do you get? Well, why doesn't your shoulders pop out?
Oh, because the kid is. Sometimes kids are too big to pass through the canal, and like either the mother may not be have a real oval birth canal, or the kid is just too big.
But can't you figure all that shit out before the
get out? But the shoulder. This was a long time ago, dude. We weren't doing ultrasounds on everybody.
But I'm just saying, can't you figure all that? All right, can't you figure all that stuff out nowadays, though? You study the canal, like okay, you could deliver through the vagina.
They're a little better at doing that now, and they might have scheduled this lady for a C-section.
It was kind of pot luck back then. You just didn't know until you were.
Oh, we didn't even have epidurals. It was like we did this thing called a pudendal block, which is where you take a big, long 6-inch needle and you shove it in the vagina and numb up this little nerve plexus on either side of the vagina just to make things a little bit easier. It was
pudendal block. It sounds like a great move in football. You call a penalty for a pudendal block. I think Steve was wrong. It had nothing to do with the kid's shoulders. He just thought he was birthing an eel, and he didn't realize that there were shoulders on it. I went to eel school. I don't know what this is.
It was terrifying. That's the thing about OB is, 99% of the time it's a joyous thing, and then the 1% of the time it's just sheer fucking terror.
Yeah, sounds horrible.
Yeah, you have to look up. Hope you didn't have your mindset on astronaut school.
Yeah. Got the ass part.
I'm sure he'll win a lot of medals.
It's going to be an idiot savant without that savant.
Yeah, hope you like everything in the house broken, because you're a winner if you do.
Let me put you on with Carol in Boston. Carol.
Oh.
Hey, guys. I love you guys. I used to listen to you up here in Boston.
Oh.
What happened?
I know what happened. I'm still upset. It's been, how long?
A couple of years.
You're the reason I have Sirius Radio. But anyway, so
Thank you.
I was a labor nurse for 8 years up here in one of the big medical centers, and the stuff he's talking about is the reason why you just working in the ICU is actually easier than that.
Gee.
I've had a couple of bad shoulders. You're just shaking like a leaf. It's awful.
Shoulders. Had a couple of bad shoulders.
Really?
What's my accent? Okay.
Get out, you cocksucker, with your fucking shoulders.
Oh yeah, and guess what? And then the nurse gets to resuscitate them. You know, that kind of. It's really just really stressful.
So it's the shoulders that kick you out of the business. You just don't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah, well, they come out blue. I'm sure the doctor can tell you that. Purple.
They needed the money.
I've seen 2 kids born, and they come out blue, all right. It's deeply disturbing.
They come out blue. And then, you know,
there's nothing beautiful about it. Everyone else can make believe how beautiful childbirth is. It's horrific. Looks like a fucking alien. It's blue. It looks around, and you look at it like, who the fuck are you?
You got to give them a couple minutes.
There's no instant bonding. It takes just a little while to wrap your whole head around what the fuck you just witnessed.
I know.
Your wife just gave birth to a blue alien.
How awful would it be if the kid bonded with the nurse or the doctor or the incubator cleaner? Some weird person.
When the skin starts turning pinkish, then the bonding can start.
You got to figure it's like he's been in a pool for 9 months.
Oh, he's all just wrinkled. And there's nothing beautiful about it.
Towards the end of my career doing that, you know, you could kind of start to tell as the head was starting to crown a little, you could tell, I don't think those shoulders are going to fit. You know, and it's because nobody really knows
the
what
damn
shoulders.
shoulders.
I don't know.
The umbilical cord's wrapped around the little cocksucker's neck.
Sometimes, a few times, so that's why I can see why he doesn't do that, you know, for a living, because it's too stressful.
All right. Thank you, Carol.
Hey, boys. I love you, boys.
Bye, Carol. Thank you.
I love you.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Let's say hi to Rick in California.
Fuck me harder.
Never.
One of the procedures for doing or for getting a kid out that's got a bad shoulder is called Wood's screw maneuver. So
Wood's
What's that?
Screw maneuver. Sounds like what? You got to twist them out.
Yeah, exactly right.
Holy shit.
You get the arm out, and then you kind of spin them around in the vagina to kind of unscrew them out of there.
Unscrew him from the vagina.
Unbelievable.
That vagina's hilarious.
Wood screw maneuver. I love this. Anyway.
That's how she got pregnant in the first place.
That's right.
Yes.
You got that right.
That vagina could take a fucking beating. It's unbelievable. Women laugh at our penises. They know what they can do with their vaginas. What do you got, Rick?
Like silly putty.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hello.
My youngest was having a little problem getting out, and I don't know if the doctor ever knows about this, but have you ever seen somebody shove their hand up a woman's asshole?
I can't tell you how many videos I've seen that in.
Yeah. Have I?
Yes.
What's that about, Dr. Steve?
Yeah, they're just putting pressure from below to try to push the kid out.
Wait, but you can't put... doctors are shoving their whole hand up there?
That sounds extreme. I have not seen that particular...
My wife doesn't believe me. She doesn't believe me. She had an epidural. She doesn't believe me. But they ended up breaking her collarbone, too. So.
Yeah. What, your kid's collarbone?
Yeah, they broke it.
The wife, she wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Political disagreement during the birth.
Oh, my God. You're
broke
like...
her collarbone and her nose bone.
You got to be just an irritable fucking person if that's how you start your life.
That's got to be...
Where they break your collarbone.
Yeah, that's got to be serial killers.
Yeah, you're in that wonderful place, and that's the first fucking thing they do to you.
Welcome.
And how does that heal, Dr. Steve?
How does which heal?
The collarbone. How long does it take to heal?
They just heal.
No, I understand that it eventually heals, but is it painful for the baby?
Sure. Yeah, of course, you just
for a while.
Collarbone. Yeah, it's gonna be painful. But even if an adult breaks a collarbone, a lot of times they won't do anything other than just put them in a sling because the collarbone will just heal, even if it's two pieces laying on top of each other. It'll eventually heal.
Right. It doesn't even have to be lined up.
Why?
It just kind of grows into itself. That's fucked up. I think you should set that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do I know? Seems a little fucking odd.
All right.
With a couple of pieces of collarbone near each other, they'll heal.
Right.
Same thing with women's vaginal tissue.
Apparently, if you just snip, and put it together wherever it is, you can make a little fucking micro hole.
Yeah, that was the other joke in the operating room is if you put two pieces of perineum or taint tissue in the same room, they'll eventually grow back together. And they're just made to do that. It's
taint tissue
from an evolutionary standpoint. If you tore and didn't heal properly, you're only going to have one kid.
I want to know who's telling that joke in the OR. Like, what doctor's walking in with perineum? What is it called? Perineum material.
Perineum material. Yeah.
Two perineum walk into a bar. They become one. Oh.
That would be my professor telling those jokes.
Oh, okay.
It's in a way to impart knowledge in a humorous way.
Yes.
So every time he fucking passed a car crash, he'd probably go, God almighty, they raced together like two perineum in a room. That was his analogy for love.
You doctors are a hoot.
Yeah,
I know, yeah.
You're a fun lot.
All right, let's say goodbye to Rick in California.
All right, thanks,
bye. Let's go to a guy that delivered a baby, and guess what? He's not a doctor. Eric.
What?
Nice.
In Pittsburgh.
Kidnapper.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi there.
So,
Hi, buddy.
I was a paramedic out in Pittsburgh, and
Yeah.
Let her rip.
we had
listening.
a lady having contractions. We don't quite make it to the hospital, and we had to pull over, and she delivered the kid. It came shooting out.
See, sometimes they just come shooting out, huh?
Well,
Like a water
not quite.
Oh.
slide.
Yeah.
It was a disaster and a half to begin with because, like Dr. Steve said, the 99% is normal and whatever, but of course we get the 1%. So the kid's head pops out, the cord's all wrapped around her neck, she's not breathing, we gotta clamp that, cut that, deliver the rest of the baby, and then we're ventilating her because she's blue and limp. But,
Nice.
in the end, kids are pretty resilient, it worked out.
Did you deliver the placenta?
Negative.
Why not?
Got back, because it didn't come out yet.
That placenta is a wow weight.
That's
a treat, isn't it?
Oh my
yeah.
God! It's like an extra
Big old
liver or something that comes out.
Meaty thing, yeah.
who needs that?
What'd you call it, Steve? Did you say meaty?
Meaty.
Yeah, it's just meaty.
Yes.
It's disgusting.
It is. It's a big old chunk of bloody meat with
Nice.
like membranes and stuff on it. It looks like something from Alien.
Yeah.
Is it healthy to eat? I've heard that. I have heard that.
And then
it has lots of iron and protein.
yeah, a lot of people fucking cook it up for
That's
whatever
terrible.
reason. Not us.
No.
Get rid of that shit.
No,
And then
fajitas.
and then the woman's body just goes back to normal
Yeah.
with all this shit that went on.
Yeah, it is. It's incredible.
It's ridiculous.
The miracle of the bitches.
Oh yeah, let's go with this guy.
Amazing.
Chris in New Hampshire, go ahead.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, my son was a pretty big boy, and my wife was pushing him for over 4 hours, and they wouldn't come out, so they whipped out like this thing that looked like a toilet plunger and sucked it on his head, and they threw him pulled him out with the toilet plunger.
That'll give the
Did he
kid
have a
great
cone head
self-esteem.
afterwards?
No, they
Piece of
said
shit.
that he could have brain damage and all this type of stuff, and he could have a thing, and it's pretty nerve-wracking when you're in there, and they popped him right out. He never really had a cone head or anything.
Well, yeah, it's called a vacuum forceps, and a lot of times it will kind of deform the head just temporarily, but they'll come out and they'll have
Just temporarily.
Do you know how many times he had to say that to a woman holding a fucking cone-headed monster?
Screaming. Holy shit.
This is just temporarily.
Yeah. No, that'll go right back, we think.
But
Don't you worry.
Looks like the baby in a racer head.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
so I love
they
it.
do kind of.
Wow.
I think if Sam's in there, he could probably Google vacuum forceps and image, and you'll see some.
Well, that sounds like a real treat.
He's
for
already
today.
on it.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Vacuum forceps.
And then, just Google image that and see.
Oh.
Well, it's just illustrations.
Okay.
Oh,
there it is,
See
though.
Oh, that looks
See the black
nice.
and white picture? That's
Ew, look at the vagina.
Wow.
Ew. That thing isn't good when a baby's coming out of it. It just doesn't. The pussy is so hot, and then when a baby's coming out of it, it just doesn't look very
It's
hot
yawning.
at that point. Yeah.
It's basically yawning.
Yes.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we say, I don't know why we're how did we get on all this? But Peter in Jersey, what's up?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hi.
Oh, we're looking at one of these conehead babies. Jeez, it's the back of the head, huh?
Yeah, the very top of the head.
Right.
But not in the picture we're looking at. It's completely in the back.
Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead, Peter.
Hey guys, Dr. Steve. I'm only 22, and I don't really know much about pregnancy or anything like that. Thank God. But I was wondering, when the baby comes out, I understand the umbilical cord connects to like the baby's stomach.
Yeah.
How does that drag out? Like, what does it just drag out of the woman? Doesn't it have to be attached to something?
Oh my God!
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
It's attached to the baby at the belly button, and then it just comes out. And so the baby is out, and then this cord is going from their belly button back into the vagina because it's still attached to the placenta. Because it continues to...
like, where's the outlet?
I'm sorry?
Where's the outlet? Like, doesn't the cord go up to something in the woman? Yeah.
Yes, it goes into the woman and it attaches to this thing called the placenta, which is where the mother and the baby kind of trade blood.
They share shit.
They share shit.
They share everything through that crap.
And then if you just Google image placenta and you'll see it.
Google it,
and
Sam.
What happens is
I got my screensaver image.
After the baby is born, they'll often in Western societies cut the placenta. Cut the cord, and then the uterus will contract and the placenta will deliver after the baby.
Do they still do the husband thing where like the guy cuts, or is that like old stuff?
Yeah. You can do that if you want to. The only time they won't let you do that is if the cord is wrapped around the baby's neck, because then as soon as the head is delivered and the neck is there and you see the cord wrapped around the baby's neck, you have to clamp it on two parts and then cut between it, and it's just you can injure the kid by doing that.
That's disgusting.
And that's why women are way more amazing than men. I cut the thing. Why didn't she feel that? And then everything goes back inside and figures out what it needs to do and goes back to normal.
But when you cut the cord, it doesn't hurt, does it?
No, it doesn't.
There's no nerve endings in there, I guess?
There's no nerves going to
Imagine
you.
if we had something pop out of our body and someone cut it off.
Oh,
yeah.
Captain, they put creatures in our bodies.
Unbelievable.
How about that?
And it's no treat. It's not an easy cut.
No, a little gristly.
It's a little rough.
They give you sharper scissors. What do they give those scissors?
Rubbery.
It's
they give
rubbery
you?
And cartilagely. I don't know. It's cartilage. I don't know.
A clean snip, you kind of hack at it.
If you really do, it's not an easy one little. You're just fucking working at it.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't fun. Give me another job. I don't want that one.
They give you kids safety scissors, like kindergarten.
It feels
you
like
believe
that.
How many
it feels like that.
I've seen just faint in the delivery room.
No
too.
shit.
And it's these big, tough bruiser dudes.
Yeah.
And, they'll hand them the scissors to cut the cord, and then you just hear this big crash. These guys are hitting the cord.
One of the greatest moments with the first kid, we had to go to those baby classes. And we're sitting in the room, and all these women are miserable. They're 7 to 8 months pregnant, and they're just fucking not in good moods and all that shit. And the husbands are all there. And it's time to show the film where they show a baby actually being delivered, so you know what to expect when you're in the delivery room. This fucking guy raises his hand and says, "I can't handle this," and walks out of the room.
Good for him.
What do you mean, good for him?
He probably didn't like her too much, and he knocked her up, and he realized, oh no, this is actually going through.
Yeah, I meant this relationship. I can't handle it.
I remember all the women looking at this guy like, what a loser. And then the other men in the room were also like, what a fucking loser. You got to support your wife through this, and you can't sit through a film of a baby being born?
Maybe you have a sensitive tummy.
Well, how about you do the right thing and just close your fucking eyes and not make it a whole fucking scene for especially your wife.
Or maybe he was a lighting guy. He just didn't like the way the film was done. It was all about the film quality. That was poorly directed.
But the thing was, it was set up ahead of time. So, like, he kind of raised his hand, and they went, "Oh yeah, that's right. You can't handle this. So you can leave now for a few minutes, and we'll let you know when this is over."
So for the rest of the time, he was that guy.
He's the guy that can't handle the fucking gross shit. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I imagine, ladies that you're married to a guy like that.
Maybe he was
horrible.
Maybe he was her gay friend, and he maybe inseminated her but didn't actually fuck her. So the idea, when he saw the vagina on TV,
it just made him
he was
feel
like, oh,
icky.
yuck. Yeah, he had to go outside, grab a hot dog.
Were there a bunch of white knights in there going, oh, dude, you should support your wife?
You know, he should support you more.
People just knew that he was a loser. You're a loser. Period.
Jeez.
He's making it about himself as his wife is 8 months pregnant in the room.
Yeah, just grow up.
You just close your fucking eyes and make believe you're watching at that point. Oh, that's wonderful. Let's go to Bill in Georgia. Bill, what's up?
Hey, I was going to ask Dr. Steve. My son was born with no eyelids, and they took him to the Medical College of Georgia down here.
This fucking joke. I love this joke. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know it.
When they circumcised him, they used that skin and made him some eyelids, and they said he'd be okay, just be a little cockeyed.
Stop with the polite chuckle, Dr. Steve.
Oh my God. You know, one of my professors told me that one.
Yeah, I'm sure you heard that in medical school. You know, what do you get with cockeyed with a perineum? It's an asshole who never sees straight.
We must sound that hacky that the guy thought that he could call in and give us that joke. We must be a bunch of fucking hacks.
Jesus.
I mean, bad jokes are funny.
Well,
by the way, I got a tweet. I think we're morons. The engineer was in the front of the train. LOL. The power was coming from the back, pushing, but he could see. Like the guy wasn't sitting behind all the cars.
All right, he's got a seat up front.
Sure.
And all his shit works the stuff that's at the back of the train.
A rear-wheel drive
Something
car.
about that didn't sound right.
Me neither.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How would you see if there was an elephant on the road? On the tracks or something.
On the road.
Yeah.
I had a hand up a woman's cooter to deliver a baby once. That's Ronnie.
Right.
Chris, the teacher. He's a regular to the show. What's up, Chris?
Hey, boys. How are you?
All right, buddy.
You guys reminded me, actually, when I cut the umbilical cord, both times it sprayed back in my face. I felt like I shot Marvin in the face.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
There are studies, I don't know if Steve could attest to this, of tracing serial killers' beginnings and entranceways into the earth. After Eileen Warnos, who was a serial killer down in Florida, the chick, she was, I don't know what it is, but maybe Steve could say it. She's a rank breech birth.
Huh.
I think that ass first.
Yes, breech is ass first. That was the first delivery I ever did, was a breech delivery.
Is that what that means?
God, you had a shitty first delivery and a shitty last delivery.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
What'd you say? Someone got this mirror out of here.
Because you're an ass.
The stupid senior resident told me that this woman hadn't even started to dilate yet.
Oh, shit.
And so
you realize she was already
you
on
don't
the
have
call?
to worry about her. She's first delivery. She hasn't, even started to dilate yet. And so after about an hour, I said, well, I better check her. And so, I gloved up and I stuck my finger in her vagina to feel her cervix. And it's like, that's not a cervix, that's an ass.
Wow.
And she was actually...
Who said that about you?
She was fully dilated and delivering a breech baby, and that's like an OBGYN emergency. So
Wait, did you technically have your finger up the kid's ass?
Oh, man.
Well, not up his ass, but I was feeling it. And because what you do is you go in and you feel the woman's cervix. And the cervix, if you guys seen a cervix, it looks like a little sort of fleshy donut kind of thing. And normally the donut is closed. It doesn't have a hole. And so as the woman starts to give birth, that donut will open up more and more and more. And when it gets up to 10 centimeters, which is about as far from your knuckle of your first finger to the tip of your first finger, then they're ready to deliver. Well, this stupid resident had been checking her and thinking that, and he was feeling this kid's butt and thinking that she hadn't started to dilate yet.
The guy is not dilating. He's fucking trying to stick his finger up this little kid's ass. That is a tight cervix you got here, lady. Oh, God damn.
Oh, it was horrendous.
I'd love to talk to that kid today. Fucking stands all the time. Great hiney, I should have said.
Fucking bring Sal in.
That guy's right. There is there's some association with early childhood trauma. Okay.
That's fine.
Early childhood trauma and serial killers, and I'd have to research more about this to see how significant it is.
Get right on it.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer's mother had health problems during pregnancy, and there's some medications that may be associated with.
I bet it's not so much the birth as it is the care afterwards.
Yeah.
Because, there's those studies that say, do you know a family that eats dinner together every night has a better chance of their kids doing well? And then you think, it's not the actual sitting and eating dinner.
Right.
It's that the family that would eat dinner together every night also has other things that would, raise a pretty good kid.
Yeah. Well, most of the studies they talk about are looking at if the kid's deprived of oxygen at the time of birth, and if the brain's all fucked up, and if it's little damage that they couldn't tell. That was what they put on for what they thought for Warnos.
Right.
That may have something to do with handedness too, because they found that people who are left-handed tend to have more birth trauma.
Ooh, really? Yeah. All right, Chris, the teacher. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, I think we have time for one more. Oh, let's go to Joey in Philly. Joey.
Sorry, it's Mike in Philly.
Whatever.
Oh, well,
I got
that's
5
close.
kids. I got the 6th coming. I took my kids, I sat them down. I told them exactly about they couldn't stop asking about the umbilical cord. And I talked exactly like Dr. Steve. I said it's kind of like cutting through a rubber macaroni or a rigatoni of the style. I haven't
That's not completely cooked, by the way.
Al dente?
Yes, it's not completely cooked.
Dente.
Listen, my real question I got to ask.
Sure.
When 4 or 5 of the 5 of my kids were born, they each came out with this black heroin tar stuck to their ass. And I never took it in my life. I was told that's what the first piece of shit looks like.
That's their first shit.
Yeah, it's their first shit.
No one tells anybody.
Baby's first shit.
It's disgusting. There's a name for it. What is it, Dr. Steve?
Disgusting.
Meconium.
Meconium, that's right. It's black and it doesn't come off easy either.
It's a great name for an ice cream stand. Meconium.
I prefer to call it the groom killer.
It's very sticky.
It's very sticky, and the kid hasn't been colonized with the beneficial bacteria that we have.
Oh.
And he hadn't eaten anything. The amniotic fluid is basically his own urine.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only thing that's in their GI tract is old cast-off cells. So, you can imagine
it's brutal.
How did doctors
you
ever have sex again?
You live in your own fucking urine when you're in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the fluid. It's just you peeing over and over again, and then you're just swimming in your own urine.
Can you imagine at work if you see a baby shit into its mother's cunt, and then you go home and your wife got the candles lit? You're like, oh, fuck you.
I'm not into this.
Separate the two. One's work, and the other one is not work. So,
I'm sure you're not separating the two when you get to put a finger up there, Dr. Steve.
No, it's completely not a sexual thing at all.
So you don't just walk it. You don't give the hot mother a few more fingers.
Right.
Like, I'm just coming in to check dilation.
Yeah, let me see how dilated you are.
She just has the flu.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's not that way at all.
I'm visiting
it is
someone.
for some people, I'm sure, because there are these. The perv switch goes off on some of these guys.
Oh,
There's no
yeah.
question about that.
Where you at with home births?
Well, I mean, we did it for, hundreds of thousands of years, and it's the strategy when you're going to do home birth is to have a ton of kids because you may lose a few.
Really?
Yeah, that's like
I mean, it's in
thing.
modern day, it's if you have a problem during a home birth, you just go to a hospital and you should be okay. There are doulas and there's midwives out there. They do a great job, and like I said, the vast majority of babies that are born have no problem at all. So, so yeah, you can do it. It's a choice that people make. I had mine in the hospital just because I was kind of brought up in that. You deliver babies in the hospital. But
why would you want to give a home birth in your own bed? Like you gotta have that shit in the bed?
Well, I mean, why do people want to do anything? It's just they want to do it at home. It's more quote unquote natural, and it's in their environment.
Natural,
and
schmatural.
it's it's not some environment that some engineer created just for the convenience of the doctors and the nurses. That's how they see it.
It probably, looks good on paper, but when you're giving birth to a kid at home, it's got to be a complete and utter nightmare.
Yeah.
The screaming's got to be just brutal. That's what I'm saying. They don't have any of those drugs, so they're just naturally delivering it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or do they fucking drop it into a tub? It's like, oh, shut up, get in the hospital, open your cunt, have the kid, and then you get the doctors there if there's a problem.
Yeah.
And then someone will bring you flowers.
It's very selfish.
Yeah, it seems harsh.
Yeah.
Harsh for the woman.
Yeah. Or dangerous for the kid. Your bed's
All
a
that
fucking
shit.
crime scene.
Right. You got to throw your bed away, probably. You're not getting those stains out.
Imagine a brand new Craftmatic.
Oh, yeah. Now they
in it.
can do it. I mean, like I said, the human species did it outside the hospital for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Didn't they stand in Africa? They would just drop the kid standing?
I thought that was like an Indian thing.
That's one strategy is squatting, yeah. Absolutely.
Which is better, you think?
I think squatting is more natural because, think about it. If you're standing and trying to squat, imagine trying to take a giant shit in your bed.
Imagine it. We do it for 4 hours a day.
In your bed.
Or then,
got gravity
and then
working.
imagine standing up and doing it. It's just going to go better standing up.
Right. Got gravity.
Yeah. Well, gravity and the position of the pelvis, and lining up the abdominal muscles with the pelvis, the whole thing.
Right. Okay.
Educational radio this morning.
Amazing, Dr.
You're welcome, folks.
I got to get my boys up.
All right.
Time to get them to school.
Absolutely. All right, boys.
Bye, Dr.
All right,
Thanks,
Dr.
Steve. What is it?
Hey.
Weird Medicine on Twitter?
Yeah, Weird Medicine on Twitter, Weird Medicine on XM. Oh, God, what is it?
Whatever it is.
103, Sirius 206, 9 o'clock.
205,
PM
106.
Eastern on
I don't
Saturdays.
know. I forget what our channels
I have no idea. I literally have no idea what our channels are.
I'm going to go with... no, I think...
105, 206.
Podcast at riotcast.com.
I'm going for.
I'm going to go 105. I'm going to go... Is it 103?
Yeah, but it is 103.
103, 204?
It's 103.
206.
206. 103, 206. Okay.
Oh, see?
I almost know it.
I don't know.
Pretty pathetic.
Isn't it high voltage?
Yeah, it's high voltage. All right, Steve.
All right, boys.
We're going to go to
Thank
break.
you, sir.
Great morning.
Yeah, whatever.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony Show continues.
Little Elvis in there, Laughing Elvis, one of my favorites. As far as the filler goes, the Elvis Presley NBC special Elvis, the comeback special, aired 45 years ago. I don't think people really give a fuck. But that was 45 years ago.
I think they're much happier to hear a little Miracle Man, and it's Ozzy's birthday.
Oh.
65.
Happy birthday to Ozzy.
Yes.
Might have to retweet that video of you and his birthday gifts.
Oh, that's
One
right.
of the hardest laughs I've ever had in my life.
That's one of my favorite. There's a photo, I think I put it on my website, of you. And it's you. I think you're in such rapture.
I loved it.
Walking over to take that video. I love that moment. As I'm unaware.
Oh,
no one's aware at that point, and I'm just filming the books that were left behind. There. If you don't know, I mean, we're getting new listeners all the time, and then of course, old fucks drop out because they don't like us anymore. Go fuck yourself. Or go find something else. What?
I've seen this. People drop off because they don't.
Oh, more people are dropping out
the
because of the service.
You appreciate your service.
The CEO of the company's on Fox Business. Maybe he could discuss the plans for the online listening. Because it's a major issue with SiriusXM as far as our show goes.
That'd be nice.
I don't know if it's an isolated thing with us because we got a lot of online listening going on, but something is wrong with it, and it needs to be addressed immediately.
I think we're being sabotaged. That's me.
No.
I think
We're a victim of sabotage.
That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
I think someone hates us.
No, that you wouldn't be able to last this long.
If there's a way to do it that's not really that, or just to not do what they have to do for us.
I think
This guy's in the fucking engineering. They hate our guts, and I know they do because they've told me.
They've told you
in a roundabout way. Yeah.
How do they tell you? How do they tell you? What do they do?
Just
say I hate you.
Of course, a lot of people
hate you, guy. Yeah.
Of course, a lot of people hate us here. Of course, we're a problem.
But no, it's for on-air content. It's not even that.
They hate us for on-air content. Oh, the racial stuff, probably.
Yeah.
A lot of racial stuff on this radio show at times. What were we saying? It's not sabotage. There's no way. You wouldn't be able to last that long being a saboteur.
Well, it's only the show that it happens with.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, this type of show, they want to listen online, period. You're not going to listen to classic rewind online. Why would you do that ever?
But the lack of getting
That's
fixed.
more of a car listen.
The lack of, and I don't even care. It's just a thought. I'm so fucking disgusted with the way our thing worked out.
What, the boat thing?
Oh, God.
I'm so disgusted.
The thing about the boat?
I just completely give up.
And not even a discussion about it.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Took a huge fist up the ass and not even a reason why.
Oh,
yeah.
Did we ever?
Podcast.
Something that would have been huge.
Podcast.
I'm not saying that as a big bluff either. I really think that's what.
Well, the podcast, the weekly podcast is doing very, very well, and I thank everyone who's, subscribing and downloading it.
We'd do a lot better if we had a setup like Joe, and to use Rogan's setup of a little video like he has, the Ustream, some cool guests, and absolutely would do well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, podcasts are passing us by now because they get to use all the technology at their disposal. So. This week's podcast, what is it? Once a week, we give you about an hour to 2 hours, depending on what we're feeling. And we got a brand new one tomorrow. They come out on Wednesdays. And this week, it's the best of Tippy Tom. That'll be tomorrow, though.
Right.
The current one is Michael Madsen and the pyramid thing, right?
The idiot pyramid,
The idiot pyramid. It's a very, very good podcast this past week. So, all right.
Oh, yeah. I was just watching the Sirius commercial that they've been playing
with Mark Goodman.
With Mark Goodman, but
it's only on one channel. They made some weird deal with Fox, I guess.
Fox News.
I haven't seen it anywhere else.
No, but every time I come walking back from the bathroom and I pass it, they just left the double-sided sticky tape that they held up the sign and the little rotating beacon police little light.
It's not there anymore.
No. But this double-sided tape is just like torn off. Like no one even cleaned it up.
Well,
it just goes to show you.
That's a very famous part of the building, though. Now,
well, that is true.
You walk by and go, "Ooh, that's famous."
That is true.
I've seen that in a commercial. Fast and Furious crash. What are they saying?
Thank you. Sure.
Oh well, they said it.
A man fishing in a kayak off the coast of Hawaii was attacked and killed by a shark on Monday.
Whoops.
This is the latest in a string of recent shark attacks in the state. Early Start anchors Ryder Zamblin has more.
Oh,
well,
little Kittner boy.
They're saying shark attacks are up in Hawaii, especially. So what are humans doing differently? Because I think the sharks are doing exactly the same fucking thing they've been doing for what billions of years. How long have they been in the oceans? Certainly millions upon millions.
More active out in the water with all the little.
That's
toys
what I'm
that are
thinking. I'm
available?
thinking the kayaks and
surfing,
the stand-up paddle boards.
That's
why
scuba.
That's why the attacks are up.
Snoobering.
Because we're doing more in the water. So the sharks haven't changed. All of a sudden, something's going on in their fucking brain. Wow, post baby belly. Mom's fit pic on Instagram.
Oh, she's getting criticized for that.
Why?
I guess because these fat pigs are saying it's fat shaming or whatever.
Oh,
God, shut up, you slobs.
For like a month, really. That's a long time, but people online are going crazy from real support to just complete hatred. I mean, there's no reason to hate her just because she's
catching heat for flaunting post baby body?
I mean,
Good for the lady, man.
I just felt
Peter, she's in kindergarten.
Entitled fat fucking bitches.
That's crazy. She apparently on her Instagram she said, "I feel so empty because she didn't have the baby."
Well, do we
bump."
believe this? Do you believe this is this doctored? Is this real?
She's
Did she
good
really have
looking.
the baby
I like that.
3 months before?
How is that
this on the level?
She's a fitness
Could this be on the
expert.
level? And if it is on the level, she would be happy for her or angry at her.
Right.
Because some people
Angry
seem to be getting
why?
angry at this point.
they're getting a little angry.
Why?
But she is, in her defense, she is a fitness expert. She is, I think, 26 years old, which has something to do with
And
that.
proving
because
the women's
after
body
that,
does
not
come
go
right back.
to anything like that.
Well, you know,
That's what I like to warn people.
There she is. She 3 days after she had the baby,
Yeah.
she looks
What?
fantastic.
That's 3 days? Come on.
Kate Middleton.
Yeah.
We've got an
She must have
image
been in
of
great
her
shape beforehand.
3 months after she had the baby.
Right.
Well, that's an odd.
We're getting a
picture to
little
be
personal
using.
here, aren't we? What are we showing these?
That's a good point.
Who gives a fuck?
I have a picture of myself.
What is this, the Belly Network? What are we doing
3
here?
minutes after.
Belly Network.
Belly.
That's funny.
You Googled that image. You're the one who provided that for us.
Who's that, Steve Ducey or something like that? Who's the blind guy? He looks like he looks like an SNL character every morning. He really does.
Yeah.
He's a goofball.
Hey,
And he's on your channel, Fox.
Oh.
But he's a goofball.
Did you see the SNL skit that Patton retweeted?
No.
It was hilarious. The adult office guy he was the office manager, but he's in a baby body.
He moves like a baby.
That motherfucker was. I don't know who does that
that's
sketch.
great.
That was a pretty funny bit.
But the guy's coming in for a job, and his new boss isn't a man. He's a
He
man,
had it
but
down.
he sits there with like he's a baby. It's really fucking funny.
What do you mean? He's like dressed up as a baby?
No, he's dressed like a man, but he has baby behaviors.
And he's talking like a man and everything, but he's like rubbing his feet together.
What? I got to see this.
It's
Is
really
it too visual for our radio show?
You might be able
It's
to watch for a
definitely
second.
too visual.
I did not see
It
this.
made me laugh. It was very. This guy is
Maybe an
brilliant.
Huh?
It's an ad first, yeah.
This isn't the bit.
I explained that with my previous statement.
I don't listen to you.
Stupid ad.
I don't know who the
Should.
guy is. Who the
Geico.
Save you 15% or more.
Geico gets the free plug today.
Yeah, he comes in.
Last but not least, this is Mr. Patterson's office.
The size of this place.
You trying to
Yeah, well, Mr. Patterson is the CEO of the fastest growing financial startup in history. So I'd say he's earned it.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually really nervous to meet him.
Oh, you'll be fine. There's just a few things you should know about him.
Okay.
He has the IQ of a genius. He loves fantasy football, and he has the body of a baby.
What was the last one?
Shh, not now. He's almost off the phone.
All right. Pleasure talking to you as always, Bob. You take care now.
He moves exactly
Just like a baby.
Mr. Patterson, this is your new assistant, Craig.
Hello, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You as well. I've heard nothing but excellent things about you.
He's really got it down, man.
Dude, he moves exactly like a baby.
Mitchell, can I talk you for 1 second?
Oh, sure. What could this possibly be about?
How am I supposed to work with this guy?
What do you mean? Mr. Patterson is the most brilliant financial mind of our generation.
No,
Hey,
Yeah,
dude,
no,
just
I know,
smack
but
shit.
I'm expecting,
Worthless.
Hey, Craig, can you hand me those third quarter reports on that coffee table over there?
Yes, sir. What do they look like?
Now the whole
You know
bit's
what?
just
Maybe it'll be
props.
faster if I just come to you.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Standing up
like a baby.
It's your first day, after all.
Baby walk.
And I know all this paperwork can be a little confusing.
funny.
You'll learn to get the hang of it.
He's got his mouth open.
Here it is right here.
He's chewing on it.
Is that all?
It is very visual.
It's too
Very
visual.
It's great,
But it's
though.
fucking a brilliant physical comedy.
This is what we do. Put the fucking video on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
And you can check it out on your phone. There you go.
I wish I knew who that guy was. That is really fucking funny.
That's brilliant. Clever, whatever. All those words we use when we see something like that.
Yeah.
Another new cast member. Is that who he is?
Yes.
One of the new guys. Yeah, I got you.
Do you know what his name is, Sam? Looking it up. Is he a stand-up?
Who knows?
Someone said the guy acting like the baby is the guy from the AT&T Kids commercial. Oh, he's a new cast member.
He
Oh,
is
is
a new
that
cast
him?
member.
What?
He's
Is
the guy that
him?
sits with the little kindergartners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is him.
Let me see.
Oh, he's on SNL.
Beck Bennett.
That is him.
Oh, okay. I wonder if he's a
All
comic.
right. He's got to be.
Well, I think before he did those commercials with the kids. That was a YouTube series he did.
Was it?
Oh, really?
I think so. That's what I heard.
What, with kids or that baby thing?
No. With kids. The
He does
AT&T
AT&T commercials where he's like in a little classroom with a bunch of kids and he asks them
Oh, it's
questions
that guy.
and,
He's just talking to them, though, right?
Yeah, he's just talking to them.
Oh, okay.
And they come up with shit.
Yeah, sure. Very good.
Yeah.
He's a sketch guy.
He's a sketch guy, yeah.
UCB.
Some of those guys are hilarious. UCB?
Seems like
Some
it.
funny guys come out of UCB.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Amy Poehler's thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we were talking about the online listening.
Oh.
Jimmy thinks it's sabotage.
Or just lack of... And I know maybe I'm crazy, but I don't.
It can't be sabotage.
It's funny. I don't see any conspiracy in 9/11 or JFK, but I see it in our online feed.
Yes.
I think just a lot of people are using the online feed. It's kind of like the Obama fucking website.
Oh boy,
they weren't prepared for the numbers. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's just been
that's
long.
my guess.
It's supposed to be fixed. Is it?
What the Obama thing? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's working about 90% better now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but they said
say.
working 90% of the time. But when you log on and you can actually get on 90% of the time, is it working? I don't know.
I'm sure they're
Yeah, they'll
working
squeak it
way
through.
better than October 1st.
Better be,
So they
right?
look like
Oh, boy.
assholes.
Look like assholes, man.
Right.
I was watching this show last night. It was called Buying Alaska. And it's a real estate, one of these real estate shows where the realtor takes people around and they show them 3 or 4 houses and they have to choose which one they want.
Right.
The catch on this one is they are fucking in the middle of nowhere, Alaska, where the realtor is like, I felt bad for all the realtors because how much money can they possibly make?
Right.
I guess you don't need much in Alaska. And they're driving around on like an ATV to various houses. These houses, like, the people are all excited. They're like, well, our budget, and it's mostly like these other real estate shows. Well, our budget is, this, and we're hoping to find something nice. They walk in these just dumps.
Really?
They're all these shitholes, like no running water.
It's shitholes in the middle of Alaska?
It's shitholes in the middle. That's the name of the show today. Shitholes in the middle of Alaska.
Huh.
It's just outhouses. You're buying a new house. And it has to come with an outhouse. And they're like, well, I like the outhouse. It needs a new door. Like you would with well, I like the kitchen, but we need new cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, the outhouse. Or it's like, well, this is, you have to have what do they call it? A honey bucket?
Oh, I saw you tweet that. Yeah. What is
Dude.
a honey bucket?
Well, let's say you're in your bedroom in the middle of the night.
Right.
And of course, Alaska, it's very chilly. And you have an outhouse outside. You don't want to go out. So your honey bucket is a little garbage pail with a plastic garbage bag in it, and the lid is a toilet seat.
Okay.
And you shit in your bedroom.
Okay.
A honey bucket.
A honey bucket.
Wait, is that a bucket of honey, or that's what they call it? What you
They
should-
just call it.
It just has to have a nice name.
You shit in it.
Yeah, that's what my kid was doing when he was being toilet trained.
Well, that's a kid, though. That's
yeah, but
fine.
when I look at it, I'm like, man, that seems pretty damn convenient.
Well, it's got to be, but...
Why would you want to go outside if you could dump in the middle of the night?
How about you have an indoor
But who dumps
toilet?
in the middle of the night?
How about that?
Yeah, why wouldn't you just bring your outhouse inside?
Because they don't have fucking, like, plumbing.
Okay.
Some of these places, they got to go down to the spring or the lake to get water. We're looking to buy a dry cabin here in Alaska.
What's a dry cabin?
No water. No water. So they got to, like, sometimes they truck in water into these big tanks that they have near their house, and then the water line goes through the wood-burning stove so that they could get a 1-minute shower with mediocre lukewarm water. I was watching so many episodes of this show last night because every one of them was just people buying these fucking hunks of shit houses.
Why are they up there?
I think they're trying to get away from it. I think they have serious personality disorders.
They say there's a lot of fucking real strange people in
Crazy
Alaska.
people. You'd have to be crazy to live up there.
I don't know. It's simple.
I don't know.
You got
That's
a satellite
a little too
dish.
simple.
You could watch whatever the fuck you want.
And then you get people like that. A couple of people tweeted, "I live in Juneau, and it's just as much a city as." It's like, I know there's cities. I'm not a complete retard.
They're not as much as a city. If you have daylight 6 months a year and everybody's cold, bunch of fat polar bears, it's not like every other city.
Yeah.
It's dingy.
Is there a trailer or a little video we could watch?
Maybe.
I am a proud Alaskan.
They call it the lower. You people in the lower 48 don't know what
real living is.
48. What year is this?
What do you mean, the 48 preventing Russia from taking you?
Kenneth?
We bought it from them.
There's also a show called Alaska State Troopers.
I've seen that one.
Anthony?
That one's great.
Yes, I have seen that one. That's good, too. These guys cover,
a lot of pot.
1 million square miles, one guy.
A lot of guys, they're busting for pot up there.
Pot? Yeah. I saw somebody get busted for, hunting a gallbladder of a fucking bear or some shit.
No, or illegal salmon fishing.
Yeah.
They have to fly around to get to places.
Yeah, and then they got to, when they arrest somebody, they got to fly them to a place just to book them.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why would they leave all those people alone?
That is desolate.
Their crimes aren't affecting anybody.
Right.
If your crimes don't affect anyone, then what the fuck?
Just leave them alone.
Leave them the fuck alone.
There was one house that this guy and his chick were buying, and it was in this little town that had no roads. You had to take a ferry to get there.
Right.
And no police force. It just I guess they just kind of, what is there, some constabulary that...
Some villages have, village public safety officers.
Yeah, he's just kind of the rat.
Yeah, it's just an Eskimo with a badge.
And what does he do? If there's some real shit going down.
I don't even think they have guns or...
No, if anything bad happens, then they could probably call the state police. But at that point, they take care of all their own business.
They sprinkle whale blubber on you, and that's your punishment. Public whale blubbering.
And those guys, there's no backup for those guys. They're out in that fucking Arctic
nowhere. And they're dealing with, a well-armed populace, but, for the most part, people take care of their own problems.
And they don't really have a lot of crime, so...
No.
Because there's only 9 people there. They figure if you did it, you have a 1 in 10 chance of being caught.
Yeah, not many people per square mile.
Yeah, what is there to do up there criminally?
Yeah.
I'll take your branches and throw them in your yard.
You stole my snow.
So the honey pot, they just shit in?
Yeah, they shit in the honey bucket.
Bucket.
They have, hot water is a commodity. Water itself is a commodity. Electricity, they were showing these old generators that they got to use. So they got these big diesel tanks. It just looks like you're constantly having to lug water or fuel or wood. You can't just relax. Oh, God, is that
sucks.
a honey bucket?
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
All right, but how do you prevent the smell from escaping?
You don't. That's just it. You're shitting in your bedroom.
You can't wrap it up?
You're sleeping with your fucking shit smell.
You could tie off the bag, at least.
Why would you do that? If then what? Get another bag?
Yeah.
The reason.
Well, how much shitting are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
And who shits in the middle of the night anyway? Isn't it more for peas?
I don't know.
Wait, why don't they just fucking go out to the outhouse?
Because it's
too
fucking
cold.
Alaska cold.
You'd have to bundle
in the middle
up.
of the night.
Oh, you don't want to I piss so much, I'd hate it.
Oh, you would not do well in Alaska.
I'd squat over my honey bucket.
You'd be pissing in your honey bucket.
I hate that.
I don't piss much anymore because I dropped coffee.
Oh.
It's coffee.
That'll do it. Yeah.
I piss half the time now.
I had a piss jar in my old place in New Jersey.
Oh.
I was fucking whizzing my thing. I mean, I'd dump it out every day.
Why don't you just get up and go to the bathroom?
Because, Jim was out there with his girl a lot of times during the early morning, and I was like, I just want to fucking whiz here.
I just want to whiz here.
It's gross. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Just sucks. These people were born up there. That's why they're kind of stuck to that area, I bet.
Yeah, most of them were. There was one guy that lived in, Minnesota, and he moved up there 5 years ago.
I don't want to live here. But this is where my family and friends are.
So you have to.
You have to in the end. I don't know where I would go officially, but I don't know. Maybe down to the Caribbean or something.
That'd be nice.
Stay warm all year long.
Boring story from me?
Yes, Kenny.
What happened, Kenny?
You see that other shit show, Alaska Gold Rush?
I haven't seen that shit show.
It fucking sucks. I hate it.
What's that one?
Fake.
It's like they gold mine like it's the fucking turn of the century. I don't know.
Oh,
they get all excited when they see a fleck of gold.
Yeah.
It fucking stinks.
Good story.
All these fucking inbred people.
Why? They're looking for some gold, Kenny. What's wrong with that?
How much gold do they collect? A fleck?
Yeah, that's all. They get excited.
How much can you get for a fleck?
I don't know, but it's all fucking so dramatic, and I hate the show.
It really is astounding when you think that man pretty much just took every bit of gold out of the state of California. There was a big gold rush going on, right? So in the 1800s, everybody fucking went there. and there's pretty much no gold left.
Well, they got the scams going on now where you could go mine for your own gold.
Yeah, but
those people already know you're not going to find anything of significant value.
Yeah. There's a show for that too.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that called?
I don't know. Gold jerk-offs.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I would watch that every week. Gold jerk-off, son.
And they get excited because every once in a while they find something that you could almost see.
Yeah.
But they, like Ant said, they got all the gold out of there. So now they're getting money from these tourists.
Do you think you look stupid going to mine for gold in 2013?
They laugh at you.
It's not like you're going to hit a fucking vein where there's just tons of gold being pulled out.
Yeah, that's yard.
The old days.
They take your money and give you a dumb strainer.
They give you that dumb pan.
Right, and go have fun.
I'm a prospecting for gold.
Meanwhile, the fucking state owns the land anyway. Back then, if you claimed it, you're like, all right, I put the thing in my rope. I have a gun. If you come here, I'll kill you.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Now the state has it. Well, it's a state farm or state fucking park, whatever it is.
It's fucking some regulation.
Honey Bucket is a awesome Melvin song.
Is it?
A band I never understood that a lot of people talk about. The Melvins.
The Melvins.
Do you have the Melvins Bucket song? Because this guy says it's amazing. I got
hipster crap.
Honey Bucket, I mean, it's called. Do you have it? Oh, here it is. This guy says it's an amazing song.
Look at that.
A little rush in there. DJ Wedge 73 from Twitter.
Any words? Or is it an instrumental, this Honey Bucket song? It rocks. I'll give him that.
They just didn't feel like writing words that day. Right here. Nope.
I like this, though.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a fuzzy guitar, man.
Yeah.
That guitar's fuzzed out. I like it.
How much more time?
Someone says it
1:45. Huh?
Kicks in at about 1:20.
Wow. Sounds like early Metallica.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Definitely.
A lot.
I wasn't getting the drift of the Honey Bucket, though, in this song.
I am
Hard to
enjoying
decipher
this.
the words.
It's not bad.
No.
All right, thank you.
I wonder what year that is. Can you tell there?
Oh, God, that's gotta
old,
be
right?
late 80s. Right?
Is that before Metallica or after?
Well, I mean, the Melvins they were a huge influence on Kurt Cobain.
That guy's still alive, I think.
Yeah, the Melvins still do it.
No, he passed away. He had a headache.
Let's go to Don in Alaska. Don, I knew this was coming. What's up, Don?
Why do you guys always got to shit on Alaska? First, it's the beaver bacon you guys didn't like me telling you about. Now you got to fuck with my living. That's what I do for a living.
Oh, you're a beaver bacon guy. That sounded horrific. I forgot about that. By the way, the Melvin song is from 1996, right?
okay.
Is that what it says there?
Yes.
What's the beaver bacon again for the people that didn't hear the first time?
It's just you slice the beaver tail. You slice it nice.
Oh my God!
Thick.
You slice it nice and thick, and you can smoke it or whatever, however you want to prepare it.
Yeah.
You just fry it in a pan. It tastes just like bacon.
Is it good?
Can we find that in New York City?
That's good. Probably not. No, unless you went to like one of them exotic.
If it was good, McDonald's would be offering it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, beavers don't grow on trees. That's why.
McBeaver tail.
It sounds horrific. Is that what it looks like? And what, you get an order of French fries on the side?
Yeah, you can hash browns. But yeah, no, it looks exactly like.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! Look at this thing.
I would never eat
A
it.
roasted beaver leg. Now we're just looking at beaver dishes in general, but
it's a little gamey, I bet.
That's a little gray looking. You don't want your meat to look too gray.
You gotta marinate it in buttermilk for 10 years before you cook it.
That's porcupine.
Yeah.
But
oh Jesus.
No, it just tastes like a little grassy. That's about it. Depending on what they've been eating.
Grassy.
But,
Do you know, I like eating whale. What you do is you slaughter the whale,
yes,
and there's a little area around the blowhole that's delicious, and you throw the rest of it in the fucking ocean. Let it sink. Get rid of it.
No.
Get rid of it.
But you guys were talking about the TV show. Well, Keith was talking, or whoever the hell was talking about the TV shows. Everybody up here can't stand them fucking people.
Oh yeah.
They well, first of all, you've got so many regulations. You've got MSHA, which is just like OSHA. You've got the BLM. I mean, everybody is crawling up your ass. And then you bring in a bunch of TV cameras and stuff. Nobody wants... I mean, we cut corners, get the job done. Sure. And, I mean, when you got TV cameras, then all of a sudden, MSHA starts, well, hell, look what they're doing. They come in, they just start inspecting everybody in the whole goddamn area, and it fucks everybody up.
Wait, you're really a miner up in Alaska?
Yeah.
What are you guys mining for?
Well, we do. It's gold, but we've got a placer mine, and we get silver, platinum, tin, and copper, along with it. But it's pretty much you just go for the gold and platinum and silver.
What's
where to go, Dad?
What's the biggest haul you've ever had?
In one clean out or a season?
Nah, in one day.
Yeah, biggest find.
Your biggest find. And do you take a little taste for yourself? Throw a little something in your back pocket?
I own the company, so yeah.
Oh, you own the company.
But we do it by clean out. I mean, you don't just go and look for individual nuggets or anything. I mean, we've got just like on the TV show, except we know what the fuck we're doing.
Ah.
But
how much do you make a year? No one knows you.
Probably about what you do.
Maybe
a little bit more.
Wow.
Yeah.
You make more than us?
That's a little more than that. It's about what you guys make, yeah.
And the cost
Give
of
us a
living
number.
up there is pretty
no one knows what we make. People think they know.
It can be anywhere, depending on cost and everything else, what diesel prices are and how many guys I've got, and everything else. It can be anywhere from about 10 to 15 million if you know what you're doing.
Wait, your company's making 10 to 15 million a year?
Well, total gross, yeah.
And then what do you get out of that?
About 30% of that.
Yeah, that's about what we make, but plus 10 or 15 million.
Wait, 10 to 15. So you're making upwards to 5 million a year?
You can. There's guys up here that make a lot more money than that. Just depends on where you're at.
Holy shit! Do you have a good?
Get around you got to go around the the potato patch area or like Petersonville. They're doing pretty good because
on vacation in Petersonville.
Oh well,
But the problem is you got to live in Alaska.
Yeah,
exactly.
Although your money must go really fucking far up there. Holy shit! That's gonna be like making 20 million in the States,
right?
Do you have a big house?
We've got a camp. That's pretty much it.
A camp.
Because you got to work all the time.
Mm.
Well, you only have like 100 to 120 days of the season.
Wait,
so you've got to bust ass and work 18 hours a day easily for upwards of 3-4 months just to sit there and make money.
All right,
and then everything gets frozen.
Yeah, I got more questions. So you work 120 days a year, and you could haul in for yourself when all your bills are paid about $5 million. And then what do you do the rest of the year?
I'm down in Mexico right now, starting up a mine down here.
Oh boy!
Well, good luck
down
with that.
Here
That's great.
They don't play down there.
How many human heads did that mine cost you? They love chopping people's heads off.
We've got it's private security down here and stuff. It's security out of the United States. But
why would you want to go to Mexico? Why wouldn't you? It seems like you have a really good life up there in Alaska. Why would you want to expand?
Well, number one, because up there it's only 100 to 120 days of the season. Down here, it's all year long.
Yeah, but that's everyone's dream to work 120 days a year. Then that's it.
Okay, but
there's more to make.
I can pay a guy $500 to crawl into a fucking hole and dig, gold for me down here. We're up there. I got to pay him,
this guy
$80,000-$90,000 a year.
I could pay a Mexican to get in a hole and pull gold out for me.
Wow.
He laughs. It's great.
I had no idea we had a multi-millionaire listener like this. I want to hear from more of the multi-millionaire listeners.
Yeah, you're a finance podcast?
Well, a lot of the money goes right back into it buying new equipment because,
It's right, Norton. You got to invest and then reinvest and reinvest.
Yeah.
Exactly. The equipment doesn't last very long. You may get 3-4 seasons out of it, and then it's fucked, and you just use it for scrap.
This guy being taken to the cleaners by the shovel people, like they're charging him $80,000 for a shovel.
Oh, hey, the fuel up here, diesel alone is like almost twice as high. I mean, when it got up, peaked at $5 a gallon down there in New York. I mean, it was. Diesel alone was like $6.50, almost $7. Up here.
Just shipping everything over there is gotta be a pain in the ass.
I think you're lying about being in Mexico.
No, I'm totally in Mexico.
Because you said up here and down there in New York.
Well, because we just left last Friday and came down here.
Why would you say up there in New York? Mm-hmm.
Well,
force of habit.
No, we just came down here like a week ago.
All right. You had your Thanksgiving in Mexico. That sounds terrific.
Bunch of goat. That was about it.
All right. Thanks, Don.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
All right. Beaver Bacon, that guy. I remember him. Harry in Nevada.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Hi, Harry.
I don't know. You tell us.
Well, just driving in the snow up here in northern Nevada. Just so you guys know, there's more gold in northern Nevada than anywhere else in North America. Look up a couple big mining companies out here. It'll explain that we do over 2 million ounces of gold a year. And just kind of a FYI for you guys, some of those shows are kind of goofy and they do things a little different. We mine a little different out here, open pit and underground, but it's a little different. A lot more gold out here than people think.
How far underground do you guys go?
They just sunk a shaft out at one of these mines.
2 inches, just laying there. People just didn't go like on the surface.
Yeah, they have to blow a little dirt. Everyone's front yard is really just solid gold. The grass keeps dying.
To lazy people.
Yeah.
1,300 feet, and then the open pits are, way deep, and then probably a mile across some of these mega pits around here.
Wow, and they just find lots of gold in there?
What it is it's an ore, and then they process it in a mill.
Yeah, exactly. Don't talk to her about it that way. All right, sorry.
But yeah, they process it in a mill, and there's, they use cyanide, they use all sorts of chemicals to extract the gold out to get the bullion.
Wait, so these holes are 1,200 feet under the ground? Wow. That's got to be cool. That's got to be cool.
In the underground mines, they take a big, basically, elevator down, and then they go in the tunnels, and they use a jack leg or what's called a jumbo to mine it, to blast
E-rock,
it,
we call it.
out. And
So these dopes that get a fucking colander,
yeah,
they're just you guys laugh at them. There's no gold that close to the surface.
Well, I mean, maybe in those areas there is. I can't really speak
Well,
to
like
it.
Kenny joked about some flex. That's about it.
Yeah, it's like
if you want to get the real
So,
shit, you got to go down.
It's like around here, my grandfather does it as a hobby. He goes and pans for gold for fun still.
Right.
And he'll get some of that fleck and stuff like that. But I mean, you're talking maybe a couple of grams, if you even find any.
It's gold dandruff.
What an ounce of gold is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's kind of, those shows are they're not real accurate to what a big mining operation is about. And stuff.
Right.
So what's it look like when you pull out of the ground, sir?
It looks like, some of it looks a lot different in different areas of the state. A lot of it looks just like black coal almost.
Oh, wow.
So that's some of the best stuff, and some of it's just giant and, just super rocky, super heavy. And you're talking, we're mucking it out of the ground in these open pits with haul trucks that haul 400 ton of material. And a lot of it, they blast every day, and then they go muck it out, haul it away if it's waste, and then haul it to dump piles. And
how do you know it's waste?
Just the geology in it, man, way above my head. The geology in it, the engineering and all that shit.
Yeah, it's not just some guy, biting a fucking rock and going, I taste gold. Now it's like all kinds of chemistry and shit, yeah.
You see any monsters down there?
Oh. No, I'm not an underground guy. All my buddies work underground. They make a killer living as mechanics and running jack legs and shit like that. I mean, you got guys out of high school out here making $120,000 a year.
Wow. But their lungs are fucked.
No, it's not. It's not like coal mining and shit. There's silica in the air down there and shit, but it's not necessarily like fucking the black lung pop.
How far down do you got to go for coal?
You know what? I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
Why is it safer where you are?
The ground's probably more stable. It's not the same shit in the air, and the ground's different from.
Nice language.
Like right now, I'm driving by a tiny itty bitty little small mining town called Golconda, and the ground's different from one place from right.
Well, you get more rocks, and you don't have to worry about like the fossil fuel methane gases and shit and.
Yeah, it's just different from one
like
place
that, right? Yeah, right. Coal mining seems to be a big pain in the ass. Gold mining is like, ooh, what a treat.
All right.
Underground.
Well, thank you, Harry.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Very good.
Be good, Harry.
Learning about
Godspeed.
mining today and having some fucking Mrs. Fields cookies.
Oh, and looking at beaver bacon.
And beaver bacon.
They look good, Mrs. Fields cookies.
Yeah, we got a whole thing of cookies this morning.
I had to
from
say
one of
no.
our sponsors. I also said no.
I didn't. I had some chalky chips. Yeah, it's pretty goddamn good.
Can we get beaver tail bacon?
Yeah, I would.
Where do you get that in New York? It's New York City. They have one of everything, right? We can find one stupid place that has it.
I bet you get some upstate. I've seen some beavers
they
up
bring
there.
the beaver bacon down to New York City, especially if it's so damn good, right?
Roland would know.
Oh, there's a great beaver bacon place. You can go to, like, Beaver Bacon Extraordinaire. That's a good place. Beaver Bacon.
Yeah, the top chef makes beaver tails.
There's the golden beaver. For some Chinese beaver tail. You want a beaver burger? There's a beaver burger emporium.
You know what? I'm going with Sam as far as switching to the fucking iPhone app for weather. The weather one stinks.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's one everybody know.
Which one?
Why is it so much better though?
I don't know. I just like the clouds moving.
See?
Okay. I knew it would be
you
something.
like the clouds moving?
Wait till it starts raining.
Wait
till it starts raining.
I just Google NYC weather and that's all I need. I'm good.
The Weather Channel app.
I don't like that one.
No, that one sucks.
It does, right?
Weather's weather.
The weather app is the one to go to. It used to not be, and it is now.
Wait, because I go like this, and then, what do you mean, just the one that says weather?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Look at how beautiful the blue skies are.
But why do you need to know that much about the weather?
I love weather.
What about?
Everyone knows that.
Do you get fucking hourly?
We stop
10
at
hour,
Cupertino
36
stinks.
hour.
You get hourly.
10 day.
How many times a day do you look at weather on your phone?
Anywhere between 30 and 600.
Every once in a while, I just write NYC weather in Google, and I'm good to go.
Do you know how
Look at the
happy I
sun
am?
coming in
I
from
just
the
deleted fucking Cupertino. Do you know how satisfying
Look
that is?
at this one.
Right.
New York.
Oh, look at that. It's foggy in Rhinebeck. There's fog.
Fog.
Now what?
Foggy?
Foggy.
Quiet.
I'm not getting a lot of information on this page, sir.
What do you need?
Yeah, what do you need?
You don't need
No,
much.
this app stinks.
No.
I got Tuesday, and then it says 9, 10, 11, 12. It tells me till 1. All right?
Scroll, buddy.
Scroll.
I'm scrolling.
Go with your thumb to the left. Oh, look, by the hour.
What if I want to see tomorrow, Wednesday?
You
I
need to
can't-
see tomorrow by the hour?
I
Wait,
can't
how do you
click
go to
on.
tomorrow,
No, I can't click
Sam?
tomorrow.
Sam, how?
Where is it?
How do you go to tomorrow?
Well, Wednesday is right under it.
Yeah, where? It just tells me one thing.
Well, you don't need the hourly tomorrow.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you should have a 36-hour
This
one.
stinks.
You know what? You just
And then Radar US is good
you
too.
lost me. Is that good?
That one tells me everything that's heading into the area.
Sunday, it's snow. I got it already.
You could watch.
I don't need to know about Sunday yet.
Watch
Thursday,
clouds.
Friday, a little rain.
What's
no
Saturday?
Problem. Saturday, sunny. A little
sunny
cloudy,
with a chance
but
of
You're
boredom.
not
That's
informed.
the party.
You're not. You're not
Kidding,
informed.
Iraq. I'm
I
going.
did have the email, Iraq.
Yeah, the VIP email?
Yes, I did get it.
The separate one.
Yeah, 36-hour, 10-day. You know what? The weather. I apologize to the weather app people.
What is this Christmas shindig? It's gonna be fun.
Well, I don't know for sure because there's a separate email sent to the staff
into the talent.
Eric's throwing a Christmas party.
So I don't know if
this
there's
weekend.
a special time for the talent to get there, that the staff, because there's some kind of separation.
You want to have a little
obviously.
fun with the staff before
Absolutely.
talent gets there?
Or vice versa.
No, vice
I don't know.
versa. He wants
Ruin
to
it.
suck up to the talent.
Oh.
What's going to be at the party, Eric?
Yeah, what's going to happen?
There will be lots of food.
Is it festive?
Yes, very festive.
You got a tree up and everything?
Yes, had it up
Good.
weekend right after
Very
Thanksgiving.
good.
What would you like me to
Lights.
bring besides my juicy cock?
Oh,
That would be enough.
that's
for all.
enough. Exactly. Jesus. Put some tinsel on it.
You gonna have music playing?
Oh,
Yeah, we'll have music.
Christmas
playing.
music.
Who's DJing?
Whatever comes through Fios.
Why do I think this is gonna be like fucking Mary Tyler Moore's party?
Oh, no.
Us just looking at each other making work banter. What about
that
that guy over there at Hits One? What the hell is this?
What?
Fios.
Do you have various areas? Do you have like a living room area for people to hang out, and then another area?
Love making area.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, and
Separate little areas. I like that.
there's a nice little bar set up.
Oh, that's nice.
Who Kid and I were in the office yesterday talking about all the shit we're going to steal from his house.
Oh man.
Is Who Kid going?
Yeah, I don't know.
He'll show if he's around, right? If he's not in Iceland or
Make a guest
Finland or
appearance.
fucking Dubai.
Yeah.
His
He's
expectations
close,
are
bro.
high from the ant party.
And as long as it's Christmassy, Christmas beverages.
Yeah, there'll be some.
All right.
How about some eggnog?
Yeah, no.
I hate eggnog.
Yeah, everybody else likes eggnog.
You're going to have
Eggnog
eggnog at a Christmas party?
No. Eggnog sucks.
Yeah, it is weird.
Terrible.
Awful.
Yeah, but you got to have it at a Christmas
don't.
party.
No.
Yeah, you do. Fucking
Of
heathen.
course you do.
Not everyone's traditional like you and your family.
Then why have a
Eggnog
Christmas party?
That's true.
Why would you have a Christmas party then?
I like a
Eggnog
good
is
sip of eggnog.
terrible.
When I was a boy, Mother
No,
would never
no,
let
no
me
one
drink too
likes
much
it.
because
Mother.
it made me gassy.
Mother.
Mother knew I'd be puffing all day if I had eggnog.
Oh. Boy, it didn't take long for a little beeve to find the Christmas tree and the ornaments.
Oh, he probably hates it, right?
Oh, he.
You have to spray the tree.
What?
They make stuff
what?
where you spray the,
With mace.
the bottom of the tree so
I
the
don't want
cats
to
stay away
spray
from
the
it.
tree.
Exactly. With cat poison.
I think for some reason I have another site.
Oh, boy.
Anthony Cumia. I have another YouTube account, and I didn't know, but I was uploading to that one.
What do you mean you didn't know? Didn't you set it up?
Yes, you were a
Yeah,
master
but I
of
guess
all
I
media.
have two. I don't know.
That's your new name.
I think it's Anthony Cumia. Yeah, pretty sure. Channels.
Oh, two words. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know what happened.
No, but this is the same one.
Yeah, that's the Google Plus.
Yeah. Oh, Google Plus.
Yeah, they changed everyone's YouTube names.
Where's the Christmas tree video?
Oh, I fucking
need to work
hate
on
that.
your brand.
Enough with the Google
I don't give a
Plus.
shit.
I gotta be logged into Google. It's Google Plus. You wanna have like a little hangout circle? Fuck you. No. Leave me alone.
Where is it?
They attach to anything to do with Google.
So does fucking
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Everyone you're doing. I'm looking at pornography. No, I don't want to fucking announce on my Facebook who the new fucking upload to Shemale Yum is.
Shemale Yum.
Oh, God. Sounds horrific.
Now you have Opant XM as your YouTube username, but then you have another YouTube account with your Google Plus name, and the username is UC8-P8N_TIEROWFRDUYF7_RA.
Your branding stinks.
If you want to watch along at home.
But who knew what the fuck? I go to upload just like I did every other time. It said upload video. I was on my account. I did it. Who knows? They were sending it to this fucking thing.
I've
So
had to
send it
say-
to the other one.
Dicks.
I've had to say no to changing it to the Google Plus account
Crazy.
so many
Those
times.
fucking Google Plus people could suck my ass.
Everything you do, they're trying to attach Google Plus, and they're also trying to attach your phone number to everything.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Google Plus it's not
that.
working.
Google
Give up
Plus
on
is
it.
a fucking bomb.
Oh man, and I
Nobody
was getting
likes
some
it.
righteous hits on there because it was featured on one of those goddamn sites.
Yeah,
A
that's
little
your
kiddie
Google.
video.
What site was it
Beaver
featured
still
on?
has fucking. Which one was it on? One of the good ones.
Did it say YouTube user UC8-P8N underscore TIE ROWFRDUYF7
Yes.
sent in a good video?
That was it.
Can you change your name to Anthony Cumia?
I should be able to. I
It's
hope so.
all very confusing.
Google Plus. What if you want to go right to YouTube and not Google
They're
Plus?
trying to connect everything, YouTube and
I don't
YouTube
want
and
that
Google
shit.
Plus are in
I
cahoots
wanted
together.
my ordinary, because then I noticed I only have 2 uploads on this thing.
You know what else it does too? If you set up a new YouTube channel, if you don't, while you're setting up, uncheck a Google Plus account, and you don't realize it until later, they remove that feature, so you can't go back and separate the two without deleting or
Fucking
suspending the
cocksuckers.
account and starting over.
What cocksuckers.
Shitheads.
And now you can't have those hits if you put that video on your page.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
They're all gone.
Hey, I
It's a little
don't
beef
get
wax. Little beef in a tree.
I'm not even fucking with a YouTube channel, so I got to do that and say no to the Google Plus option.
Right as you sign up.
Yeah.
Do you want to Google Plus with us? No, I don't.
No.
Fuck yourself.
You're going to be sorry when Google Plus figures it all out.
You're probably right.
You're going to be sorry.
Well, then I'll join. There'll always be an option to join.
Nope.
Got to sign in with your email
You
account.
can only join now.
You don't want to be involved in a Google Hangout with all of us?
Fucking no. I'd rather be the cracker in a circle jerk than a fucking Google Hangout. Hey, guess who's a part of my Hangout circle? Hopefully, Dr. Kevorkian. No, he's dead.
So what's the
I'm trying to
video
think of
about?
what site picked it up, but I don't know. People were commenting yesterday. It's Little Beeve, and see, he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, what's he outside or something?
Oh no! If you play it, you'll see. See in the background, TV.
I can't see, Sam.
What do I do?
Why not?
You know. And then I creep up to the tree. I shove the camera right in there, and then it's like, what? Wait, who? What the?
There's a cat
He's
in that
in my
tree.
tree. What's he doing?
Chewing through those wires. Little carcass under the tree.
No! I unplug it when I'm gone. See, and he does start eating like one of the fucking, but it's a fake tree.
What a bad boy.
He is so bad. What's he doing? Beavis, get out.
He's going to hang himself.
Nah.
Yeah. You're going to hear and then see a delicious treat at the bottom of the tree with his legs up straight, smoldering.
Don't say that. That's terrible. See, he won't come out of the tree.
Did this get a lot of hits?
Yeah, people love anything with a dumb cat in it. And then it's holiday stuff. I'm trying to get in there with the camera, and I'm just dislodging all the ornaments that Ange put up very nicely.
Yeah, you really are a clod.
I really am.
Yeah. Like a Nazi in a china shop.
Hey. I'm trying to get him out. He's eating the tree. Hey.
Why don't you fucking muscle up and grab him?
In there?
Pussy.
Well, I want to see what he was doing. See if he's going to...
Hope he's shitting.
He's shitting in my tree.
He's chewing on everything.
I know.
He's bad.
He's a bad cat?
Yeah.
He's going to hurt himself.
No.
He's had terrible supervision.
It's all fake.
It is. It's not really the cat's fault. It's the parenting.
Aw.
Yeah, he just wants to play in the tree. He's fine.
He's going to break his neck.
He is adorable.
He falls out, but he falls out like ass first.
That's right.
He can't quite. He just wants to eat the tree. It's just adorable. He's a little, you know, what do cats do? They play.
What kind of cat is he?
He's a little Bengal cat.
His little belly is hanging between 2 branches.
Yeah, he didn't know how to make the step over to the other branch, and so he's just
eating
gonna
the
chew.
tree.
You're falling out, and he falls out of the bottom of the tree.
He falls down. Little shithead.
And then he decides he wants to fight me. I guess because
he was raised terribly. That's why.
He really was. Look, see,
This is
you don't
terrible.
like that, Sam? When they bite your hand.
Did that hurt?
Yes, it really.
It didn't used to though, did it?
Oh no, it used to be cute. Now it hurts.
I can't wait till he's 140 pounds.
I slide him away and he comes running back and attacks. He's a monster. He
Right
just
for the
runs.
crotch.
I know.
Wants to bite your ball bag off.
Very dangerous.
He knows where to bite.
No, it just smells the worst.
Oh my God.
It's rotted garbage.
He loves onions.
Stay out of the tree. Out of the tray.
His ears are back.
Wow.
He's not very well trained.
No. You might want to get like a cat whisperer in that house immediately.
You know. What do you get a cat for? To do that with.
To fuck with.
Fuck with and have him bite you.
All right, we got to take a break. Jim Brewer just texted me. He says, Hammer, Santa is featured in the metal and comedy section of iTunes. Nice.
Oh.
Today's the day to get Jim Brewer's Christmas song.
Yeah. Oh,
Please go and do that.
It was on
BuzzFeed had it. Fuck, BuzzFeed is all right.
Front page.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So my fake fucking YouTube account
is getting a lot of hits today.
It's terrible.
Why don't you switch it?
Fuck it.
What's Brewer's song called? Santa's not coming to town?
Santa ain't coming?
Santa ain't coming to town, something like that. Go to iTunes and get Jim Brewer's Christmas song, please. He could use the support today, all right? And we'll be back.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM. Sirius XM. Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
No acknowledgement for the Who today, B-Rock.
The little trampling, right?
He goes, yeah, 11 people died on this date 34 years ago in Cincinnati. Those were the old days when they opened the doors and you got to sit wherever the fuck you wanted.
Yes.
We kind of figured that out after the Cincinnati incident.
Now we can't have a band like that.
No,
having general admission.
No, you can't do that.
Festival seating.
Right. That was a big deal.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to get crushed. It doesn't sound fun.
No.
What do you think of that lawsuit?
Which one?
Well, they're trying to. Of course, it's one of these, animal rights people. They don't want experimentation on animals, which of course. But are chimps people too? Rights group seeks legal person status for chimpanzees.
Really?
Yeah, they want to make them so they can't be enslaved or used for research, things like that. So they want to make little chimpanzees people. You can't do that.
I have mixed feelings on that. As much as I love animals, certain medical research.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it, I think, without cruelty, because they're so vicious to these animals and so not caring. But if we're trying to cure cancer or AIDS, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah. You need kind of a stand-in, right? I think.
Yeah.
But, for Revlon to sit there and
sickening, yeah.
drip fucking
mascara
lie
all
into
face.
their eyes because, they got to figure out what fucking mascara does.
Right.
That's a little much.
Yeah, it's just sickening.
It may seem like an unusual statement that an animal should be recognized in some ways as a person.
They understand that they have choices that they can make and how they want to live their lives.
Steve Weiss founded the Non-Human Rights Project, a group that says, based on scientific evidence, chimps deserve some of the same rights as humans.
We want to show that the chimpanzees also have autonomy, and that means that they can choose to live their lives in the way that they want, similar to the way that we can choose to live our lives the way we want.
In a landmark lawsuit filed in New York Supreme Court, they want civil liberties for chimps held in captivity.
They're using a time-tested legal maneuver called habeas corpus, which essentially means free the body. And it's been used throughout the years to free people from what's been considered an unjust incarceration. Essentially, under the law, a legal person doesn't have to be a human being.
The suit was brought on behalf of 4 chimpanzees being held in the state of New York. One of the chimps is 26-year-old Tommy, who lives caged on his owner's property in Gloversville.
No chimpanzee should live the way Tommy lives. He is essentially in a chimpanzee, solitary confinement jail. All he can see is one bleak day after another in front of him, just the way we would if we were in solitary confinement.
CNN reached out to Tommy's owners, but have received no response. Of course.
They
the
flung
91-page
feces at him.
memorandum filed by the NHRP refers to Tommy as a person illegally imprisoned, demanding he and the others be relocated to sanctuaries, and says this court must recognize that Tommy is a common law person entitled to the common law right to bodily liberty.
We intend to file a wide variety of cases in which we argue again and again that certain non-human animals, at least, such as Tommy, are so cognitively complex or so autonomous that they should no longer be seen as legal things without any rights.
Cognitively complex. Say that CNN has reached out to four.
They are much different than just a fucking,
a goldfish.
Yeah. You can't just classify. Oh, they're an animal. Like when you look at those fucking things, they certainly do seem to be thinking.
There's some awareness in those eyes,
and they have they do have this independence about them and everything.
Who's Tommy? What
that was just the name of the chimp.
But what? No, but what type of chimp is he? Is he used in medical research? Why is he in that shitty environment? Why though?
I don't know. Probably
they're using him as the example, right?
Fucking research,
and then and like that.
Do we still need to do research in that way?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like Jim said, if it's something very, very important.
I think there's a way to humanely do it. Like,
can we use just shitty people instead?
Yeah,
that would be.
Yeah, how about
better.
Ian Watkins? How about use him for medical research? Guys that fuck babies. How about we use them instead of nice chimps?
We know who the shitty people are.
Right.
But, do the tests on them.
It should be legal.
What?
Doing tests on fucking
shitty people,
horrid criminals.
Yeah, you feel bad for things like the whales, and after that, it's SeaWorld. People mean well when they go. They don't know.
Most people have no clue because the PR they put out for SeaWorld is that it's wonderful and it's helping the animals there.
It does in a way. It's
to an extent, maybe.
Educating a lot of people.
Yeah.
Sacrifice a few of them to educate a lot of people.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I would think so, but at what cost? You watch that thing and you feel pretty bad. You just think those are dumb fish, and then you realize, oh, right, they got fucking brains and feelings for their family and all that shit.
Not all fish, though.
No. Fish. Those are
most fish
mammals.
Just have those dead eyes.
Fish are stupid.
Doll eyes.
Yeah, there's no smart fish.
No.
There's sharks, but they're not smart.
Dolphins are pretty smart.
But they're not fish.
Yes, they are.
They're mammals.
They're mammals. You're
they're
right.
mammals.
No, they're not. They're
fish.
reclassified as fishes.
Oh, okay.
Fishies.
Now we could beat them.
If you shit in the ocean, you're a fucking fish.
Exactly. Why get so technical with shit?
Yeah.
And the tomato's a fucking vegetable. It's with the rest of the vegetables.
It's not a fruit.
It's not a fruit.
It's not.
Fucking vegetable.
It's a stupid vegetable.
Now Sal, on the other hand.
Yes. Sal's a banana smuggler.
This guy used to research primates.
Huh?
God, we're learning about mining and primates today.
Nice.
Yo, Dan, what's up?
What's up, Ope?
Did people ever call you Dan the Man?
No, I've never heard of
single
that
time. Oh, good.
Okay.
So the big thing with chimps versus regular primates, two things. One, chimps are a fucking pain in the ass to work with. They used to say you could tell a chimp researcher by counting their fingers, because basically you lose a finger within a month of working with them.
Oh, they fucking really nasty, huh?
They love biting off fingers.
Not only nasty, but the restrictions for working with them are so prohibitive.
They're not nasty. They don't want you fucking with them.
No, I agree. But chimps, even in the wild, compared to bonobos or gorillas, they're assholes, man. They are
nasty.
Not nice.
Dude, I want to pet I want to pet a big silverback.
Ooh.
In the captivity, are they friendlier than chimps? They seem less scary than a chimp.
What?
Isn't he in the other room right now, the big silverback? Oh, man, that died.
But no, seriously, I would love to pet a silverback gorilla. For some reason, they just seem...
I bet you they wouldn't love it.
I don't know. They might. I'm a
Why are
good
you
petter.
listening to yourself, Dan? We're still talking to you.
Yeah.
You're
Dan
that
is
excited
not
to hear
the
your
man.
voice?
Dan is not the man.
Dan.
Oh, God.
Dan.
Fuck him.
You're that excited you had to listen to your voice on the radio? We're still talking to you.
Oh, my God. He's a chimp.
He wanted to hear how bad his joke bomb.
What are you doing, Dan?
Dan, we're right here.
Bye, Dan. Dan's an idiot.
Oh, maybe he tried to hang up or something. Do we tell them not to
doubt it.
listen to their radios? We do, right?
Yeah, we tell them to turn it down.
All right, maybe he tried to
Turn
hang
down
up.
the radio.
No, he was just very excited.
And say, love the show.
He was very excited. Yeah, please say love the show.
Yeah, say, turn down your radios and say, love the show.
Love you, love the show.
Love you, love the show.
Right.
Oh,
God. That was
terrible.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should fucking, those poor little guys.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I was at the Bronx Zoo recently, seeing the gorillas.
They got room over there? Yeah, a little tight.
They try, but I don't know.
Shitty cages.
Man. No, they're not really cages anymore. They're environments, kind of.
Yeah.
With the glass and shit. But I don't know.
Open top?
Open top in some places.
Oh, really?
With big, huge, monster fake trees. They got
They know
that
they're
fake tree
fake.
thing down.
Do they?
How come they don't climb out?
Well, the tree's like
They
in the middle of the
engineer
whole
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they figure out how far the things
They
could
put the
jump.
tree right next to the fence.
No, but they can't climb the fucking fence?
No, it's like glass and shit.
Oh.
And other structures that are pretty hard to climb. Yeah. Bronx Zoo is pretty fucking cool, though.
I have not been there since childhood on a field trip.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
And, they were a lot more cagey back then.
Anthony was raped with his face pressed into a bunch of llama food.
I don't even know what llama food consists
Just like
of.
you put a quarter in it.
Oh, right.
Hand feed the llama, whatever it is. Fucking Cheerios.
They probably should get rid of the old... They have the old cages there. I said this recently.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy because the animals used to be in those fucking things.
Yeah.
Like it would be a lion next to a fucking monkey next to a whatever.
Yep.
Because us lazy fucking humans don't want to walk too far to see our exotic animals. And then finally they did away with all that. So these old cages are now like, I don't know, they grow plants and shit in there that I guess you don't see elsewhere. I don't know.
I bet they like showing the difference.
Yeah, there you go. There's the old cages.
Look at us.
Yeah, look at us. We're better human beings.
Yeah, we've passed this shit right by.
Right. We still make a giraffe live in the winter, but we're good about it now.
Yeah, give him a hat.
Right. A giraffe doesn't want to feel cold ground ever.
Yeah. Yeah, they aren't meant for that weather.
No.
I just thought that was odd.
And the Bronx Zoo's got to stay open all year long to make their money. So
what do they do? What happens to the animals that don't like the fucking cold?
I don't know how they figure
Turn
that
on the
out.
heat?
That's where the zoo people at.
Put them inside?
Put them inside a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably warm up their little tootsies and then get them back out there on display.
Cruel existence.
Here's a guy that researched primates for 15 years.
Oh, God.
Kevin.
How you doing, guys?
Hi,
Good.
Kevin.
What kind of horrific experiments did you do on the primates in your 15 years?
Now, listen, I've never done any experiments per se, but I've done a lot of research. Now, these primates, what they really seem to like is a lot of fried chicken, watermelon, and they're going to
I really hate racist assholes.
I just knew.
It's not even
like,
funny.
I knew he was going to say this
It's
before.
the hackiest fucking thing you could say. Anything else?
Listen, it's not about the primates when it comes down to it.
He won't stop.
What it's about is human behavior and how we're going to react as humans.
Now he's trying to make a point.
Yeah, stop it.
Shut up. Shut up.
I didn't know. Yeah. I just wanted. I was just hoping he knew what he was talking about. I'm actually interested.
I just knew. It's like 15 years. He's in Canada. It just. I knew he was.
You knew
gonna
that
come up
one.
with a joke with the fucking with his little joke. Oh, boy. Oh, that's an old picture from the Bronx Zoo.
Which one?
That woman was dressed in like fucking oldie time clothes. Wow, that doesn't look fun. Oh man,
That just looks
that
like it
poor
sucks.
guy.
What is it? What animal? It's hard to tell with the
A
black
mountain
and white.
cat, right?
It's
Yeah.
kind of a mountain, like a lynx or something, or a
mountain cat.
a puma.
It looks like the enclosures from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Where they hose them down. It's a man Shadows.
But to be fair, some of these zoos, they got the back doors that go out to the outside as well.
Something tells me that.
So they bring them inside so you can check them out for a little while, and then they open that back door. And
Half the population couldn't vote. I don't think we were caring about the fucking links.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's got a skylight.
Yeah, he does have a skylight.
Good
That's
point.
nice.
I mean,
it's true.
And
Yeah,
nothing's
that's nice.
soft whatsoever. They couldn't even figure that shit out. Just put, like, I don't know, a fucking bush in there or something.
Yeah, they're just on cement and steel.
Looks like it's just a bathroom. It looks horrible. All right, let's go to Mike in Atlanta. Mikey.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Welcome aboard, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Yes, we use chimpanzees for some autism research here in Atlanta. The standards that we use for the animals in our lab, standards are very, very high, very stringent. There's things that are not allowed.
What can't you do?
I'm sorry, man. The phones are real quiet. I can barely hear you. What's that?
What are you not allowed to do?
he got you.
What did he
No,
say?
he didn't. His fucking phone crapped out.
He shouted, "We heard you."
Yeah, he tried.
But his phone crapped out.
It did crap out. He was too loud,
I know,
and it
so-
clipped his volume.
I'm so happy. His victory was taken out from under him.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely tainted.
The technology failed him.
Yeah.
The San Diego Zoo is awesome until you get to the polar bears and realize how depressed they are in the heat.
Oh, New York summer. Sweltering, and these poor things
When the
walking
San Diego
around.
Zoo.
Oh, that. I thought you meant...
No, in New York, at the
York.
Central Park Zoo, which is a very small, tiny zoo. Another thing you idiots should do when you come to New York, instead of hanging around Times Square at a fucking Fridays, walk around a little bit. The Central Park Zoo is amazing. It's and you could do it in an hour.
Yeah.
Everything's right there. It's easy and nice. They used to have a polar bear that had OCD.
What did he do?
Just went back and forth all day. They were saying it was OCD, but I bet you the
that's
thing was just deeply depressed.
He had it, right.
Could you get the story on the OCD polar bear? It's from a few years ago. I think the last polar bear died, actually, that the Central Park Zoo had. And they're trying to figure out if they're going to get a new one, I think.
The San Diego Zoo is a really good one, though, right? Isn't that the one where the animals really get a lot of room?
A lot of the zoos are doing that now.
And what's the ocean? There's open ocean fucking things for.
Oh, that's creepy.
Here's the polar bear. Oh yeah, he goes backwards or something.
But this is in Oregon.
Oh, so maybe there's a lot of OCD polar bears.
God, what a lousy fucking environment.
Maybe they just don't want to be in the zoo.
Is the cement supposed to represent the ice?
Yeah, ice
that they're used to
flows.
walking on. Why do they have to make it cement?
This poor guy.
He's just so fucking beaten down. I wouldn't even say that's OCD.
No, he's just beaten down.
I always say I'm not an animal rights guy, but I think I might be.
And then he goes backwards again.
Yeah, his thing is he just goes backwards.
Oh, he's fucking... That's his whole life.
There was a lady that came out of my building the other day. The rage I felt just because she was wearing a stupid fur coat. It
Really?
drives me insane. And I feel my body getting ready to do something completely ridiculous.
Yes.
And I've held back every time. But the rage I feel.
You want to just say to them, you're a fucking cunt.
Because then
lady.
you'll have the people, and it's fair enough. Well, you eat fucking steak, you're wearing shoes, you got a belt on.
There's a difference.
Fair point, but it's the gluttony of it or something.
It's the difference between eating steak and all that is you're fucking eating or you're wearing a belt to hold your fucking pants up. It's not a $5,000 statement of status. And you know the difference.
And this one was so expensive. You could see the fur coats where you could pretty much see the individual animals on it.
The little
So you
minx.
could start counting how many fucking animals had to die for this lady's social statement.
The stupid little minx.
I
Just
heat
hanging
up
there.
inside. I know one of these days I might do something really stupid. And I just hold back every time I want to say something. I envision myself just ripping the coat off them.
Oh man!
I love when they throw paint on their coats.
Absolutely,
love it.
You're
green
really?
paint, yeah. Even though it's shitty.
You know what
and
I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I fucking hate them. Hate them.
And it turns out to be like a good quality fake fur.
Most
You're like,
fake
"Oops."
furs, they even found dog hair and shit in fake furs. They're using,
But then you got the ones, I mean, the old school ones with the animal head
It
still
has
on the
head.
top.
It's resting on her shoulder. Hello.
Right. Oh, my God.
I'll be with you all day. Yeah. That looks silly.
Let's say hi to Amanda in Jersey. Amanda.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
What's your last name? Love?
Absolutely. Whatever you want it to be. Whatever. Listen, over the summer I went to a zoo in New Jersey, brought my girls, and there was a red panda there that was just going back and forth in one spot of the cage. It was really depressing. I went back there a month ago. It had to be like 3 months in between the two visits. Same panda, same spot, doing the same exact
Oh, you know how many times he's probably done that?
Oh, it was so sad. It was so depressing. You could tell the thing was completely just like, get me the hell out of here.
I can't go to zoos or anything.
I can't
just
either.
feel bad.
Terrible.
For the little guys.
It's pretty sad.
I don't know.
Again, unless it's like something like San Diego or a sanctuary I would go to.
I don't know. They always look sad with their shit kicked to their ass, and they just have a sad look on their face.
Yeah.
They're always wet. I don't know what the fuck happens in there. They're always wet.
They're crying.
I know.
And then they're saying elephants in the wild survive 30 years more than the ones in captivity.
Yeah, so do whales, too. They were saying that in a Blackfish special. These dumb fucking people that work at SeaWorld, they're going, yeah, they live to be 25 or 30, and in the wild, they're 80.
They're like 100 years old. Yeah, they have pretty much similar to humans as far as their life expectancy goes. But then they're telling people they live 30 years because that's how long they live in captivity.
Dude, I went last year to Ringling Brothers. I'm doing all the kids' stuff now. And I'm a fucking pussy, man. I've changed. I hated seeing the elephants.
Oh, you can't support Ringling Brothers. Is terrible.
It drove me nuts, and where they make them get up on their hind legs, and then their front legs are on the back of the elephant in front of them. All these, and you could just see. We didn't even have good seats because we got them last minute, and you could just see the sadness from where we were.
They're cruel to those animals, man. I don't know about Ringling Brothers, but I think elephant trainers in general are cruel. I don't know how you train them not cruelly.
And there was just a ton of them. There was, I don't know, there had to be like 20 of them that they're hauling around from city to city. Just hauling around. Where the fuck do they go during the day?
I'll tell you one thing. They make some of the best videos when they go bullshit.
Oh, I love a trampling elephant.
God, do they fucking kill.
They don't play around.
They drive that big giant head right into them.
And why aren't more like acting up? Do they keep them a little snoozy?
They're probably scared too.
Yeah, they train them like that.
Those hooks.
But they probably give them a little something. Keep them a bit snoozy, I bet.
Do you ever see
Just
the
a
hook?
little bit.
That hook that they use, it's a fucking giant stick with like a little hook coming off the back, almost like a cane, and that's what they lead the elephant around with, and they jab them with.
What was that fucking movie?
Water for Elephants.
Water for Elephants.
And they're very vicious. I don't know about Ringling Brothers compared to other circuses. Maybe they're better, but it just, to me, the idea of the circus is you have these fucking animals doing these dumb tricks. Like,
yeah, and it's supposed to be astounding. Like
an animal that should be. I love when they go ballistic and start killing people.
Yeah,
I love it.
It really is great. Yeah.
When we were kids, we just didn't know any better.
Yeah.
You'd go to the circus, you didn't even think that the animals are miserable. You just thought it was cool.
Okay,
but having an adult perspective on some of this is rough.
And now there's just so many avenues of entertainment. Do we really got to sit there and watch these fucking animals like being silly?
That's terrible.
Let's go to Mike in Texas. Mike.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Oi.
Hey, I was calling because y'all were talking about the medical research on chimps. Well, in Texas, they just passed a law making it legal to do extreme medical research on child molesters, rapists, and murderers as long as they're serving, I think it's either a life sentence or already on death row.
I'm sure they have to consent to it.
Wait, Texas, they're making it legal? I would believe Texas would be able to get something like that done.
Good for them.
They're in their own little world down there.
Yeah, I think it's after, I think the state senate voted on it in September.
That's great. Good for there's time where Texas just does it right.
Yeah,
So what's going to happen?
I'm sure the ACLU will come in and try to
it's got to be voluntary.
Yeah, I don't think they're actually doing it.
Just scoop them up out of jail and do things to them.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely think there is a consent thing, but I mean, you murdered 6 kids and you could give something back to society.
Maybe. All right, fair enough.
All right,
that's
brother.
their retribution.
Thank you. We're going to try this chimp research one more fucking time. Tommy in D.C. So far, this has been a bust. Jesus Christ.
There are no chimp researchers listening.
I know. Why? If we want to talk about beer farts, the phones light up.
We get the occasional pilot. the occasional surgeon,
but
things like that.
I was
Chimp researchers, no.
I was feeling confident. We had minors that are making millions of dollars a year. I figured it wasn't that much of a stretch.
He says he's making millions.
Yeah.
He spends his time making fucking fucking ring things out of beaver assholes.
Yeah, if he's a multimillionaire, why is he eating beaver tail bacon?
Exactly, it's the Donald Trump of Alaska. Frying, fricasseeing beaver tootsies. It's a delicious snack. You dip it in chocolate. What do you call it? Chocolate-covered beaver tootsies. Oh, fuck yourself. Make a beaver shotgun. Eat it.
You really don't think we have primate researchers out there?
We have no. We don't even have fucking primates below them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd be more convinced if one of the chimps called.
Yeah, said, "Look, here's what they do."
Love the show.
All right, we'll take a break, and then we'll make some more shit.
Make love.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM.
Merry Christmas! Yeah, well, I'm checking out all the kiddies' Christmas list. And you know what? I have some issues. Let's review. Listen up. Hey, little guy. How many times has Mom asked you, not once, not twice, but over and over again, clean up all your toys? But you never do you? No. You leave them all over the place. They're in the kitchen, they're in the bathroom, they're outside, they're inside, they're in my bed. Please do as you're told. Otherwise, Santa Claus just might not make it this year. So will you do me that favor? Start cleaning up all your toys and all your clothes while you're at it. Please. Santa Claus, I'm coming to town. Santa Claus, I'm coming to town. Oh, my sweet little girl. Pay attention. Unfold your arms and look at me when I'm talking to you. We discussed no social media, which means no iPod, no iPad, no computers, or Facebook, or Snapchat, or Instagram. None of it. Do you understand? Until all your schoolwork and all your chores are all done. Otherwise, Santa is gonna skip right by the house. I'm not fooling, young lady, and neither is Santa. Okay? Santa Claus, I'm coming to town. Santa Claus, I'm coming to town. Okay, let's tighten up as a family, okay? This Christmas, we're gonna get back to the true meaning, which means spreading joy and using manners
fucking Brewer. Holy shit.
Right.
That's an awesome song. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Jimmy. Holy fuck. Go get that on iTunes. Santa Claus Ain't Coming to Town from our pal Jim Brewer. I like it a lot.
Jim Brewer.
Checked my Twitter during the break.
Dennis Leary had
and there's all
Christmas
sorts
song,
of...
too.
Huh? Oh, you want to play it?
Yeah.
What do you want to... You want to hear Dennis Leary's or Sleeves? Which one you want to hear?
Oh, I forgot Sleeves.
Which one you want?
No.
Can we hear... No, let's go with Dennis Leary first.
Oh, no.
Jimmy likes this one.
Yay! A little happier than
Old St. Nick's got bourbon breath. It's so cold you could catch your death. A cop sold me some crystal meth. It's a merry fucking Christmas.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Everything's so Christmassy.
Be more
Streets
funny.
are twinkling with frozen pea. My priest just sat on Santa's knee. It's a merry fucking Christmas. All the kids go to bed each night to dream what Santa brings them. Unless they're Jewish.
This is going great.
Religion. Crappy toys flying off the shelves. Midgets dressed up to look like elves.
That's funny. I'm funny.
It's a merry fucking Christmas.
Are you about to call me an asshole?
All the kids go to bed each night to dream what Santa brings them. Unless they're Jewish or Muslim or some other gyp religion. Crackling fires to keep me warm. And my collection of Asian porn. Cradle my bells and work my horn. It's a keep on trucking. Last year sucking. Midget chucking. Slap the puckin'. How much wood could a woodchuck chucking? Merry fucking Christmas.
I was only joking.
Yeah.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
And honestly, that is not the one I was thinking of.
Oh.
What?
There's another one.
Oh.
Or am I wrong?
Why? That sounded all right.
No, I'm saying I thought there was two of them.
That was good, right?
Is that the only one he does, or is there
No,
another?
there's... I know there's Merry Fucking Christmas, but that's not him, right?
Merry fucking Christmas. Yeah, no. Is that the only one, E-Rock?
This is the one I have here. Dennis Leary, Merry Fucking Christmas.
Oh, I guess maybe he sang it different when he was in studio. It just sounded different. The chorus sounded different.
Did it?
Yeah.
I loved his Burn documentary. Fucking terrific. A lot of people checked it out.
Yeah, I like to see that.
So there's a bunch of things. I checked my Twitter. First of all, the first problem is this. The guy calling about Texas is full of shit. That was a hoax from the internet. Joe Rogan talked about it on his podcast. Using, death row guys and doing medical experiments on them. So I guess that is bullshit.
Bullshit.
That seemed a little suspicious.
Yeah.
A little bit, right?
Definitely.
It's going to take a few more years for us to get to that level.
To where we're, using convicts as fucking experiments.
And then I was reminded by one of my fine followers about a guy named Ota Benga.
Oh.
We were talking about zoos.
Yeah.
Look up Ota Benga, O-T-A. I just retweeted the story myself. Ota Benga was at the Bronx Zoo for a while as a exhibit.
Really?
And this was common back in the very early 1900s.
In the day?
In the day, because they were trying to show, human evolution.
Oh.
They kind of did away with the Ota Bengas.
Oh.
Could you read up on Ota Benga for everyone, Sam? You got the story in front of you.
Yeah, it was September 8th, 1906.
Oh, Scarface. Ota Benga!
September 8th, 1906 is when New Yorkers were treated to something novel at the Monkey House.
Oh, boy.
They even housed him in the Monkey House.
Monkey House?
Poor Ota Benga.
There's a guy?
Huh?
Well, at first, some people weren't sure what it was.
Yeah, they weren't.
He seemed much less a monkey than a man, though a very small, dark one with grotesquely pointed teeth.
Oh.
He wore modern clothing, but no shoes. He was proficient with bow and arrow, and entertained the crowd by shooting at a target. He displayed skill at weaving with twine, made amusing faces, and drank soda.
Whoa.
The new resident of the Monkey House was indeed a man, a Congolese pygmy named Ota Benga. The next day, a sign was posted that gave Ota Benga's height as 4 feet 11 inches, his weight at 103 pounds, and his age at 23, The sign concluded, exhibited each afternoon during September.
Oh, that's nice.
So he was from the Congo.
Yeah, he was from the Congo.
Mm-hmm. They, some of the slave owners there sold some of the last remaining slaves to
the zoo,
to exhibits and stuff.
Crazy.
Do you think the zoo filed his teeth down, or do you think the slave owners did it to try to sell him for more money to the
Not
zoo?
sure. Whichever one of them did. I'm sure that they read the Constitution right before.
Oh, yeah.
Felt good about it. A great land we live in.
That reminds me of that Little Rascals episode where they had that guy and they thought it was Spanky thought it was his uncle.
Right.
And he was chasing him around the house. And he was a guy. He was some guy from a faraway land, and they were going to put him in a zoo. Mm-hmm. And he was chasing him around, and that's when Spanky said, "You don't eat me. My mama says I'm spoiled."
Before the
and they got away with that on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Before the exhibit closed.
I'm going to go back to what Jimmy said in a little bit because I really liked it.
The Constitution thing.
Yeah.
It closed very quickly.
Yeah.
But the second day that it was up, there was an even better show. Ota Benga and an orangutan frolicked together, hugging and wrestling and playing tricks on each other. The crowd loved it.
Clint Eastwood later ripped that off for a movie idea.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
Every
Dirty
which way
Harry.
but loose. Oh, Dirty Harry.
To enhance the jungle effect, a parrot was put in the cage, and bones had been strewn about it.
Ah, like he ate it.
Ota Benga!
Back to Jimmy's point, are you saying that the founding fathers might have been a bit hypocritical?
Slightly.
And a bit full of shite?
Yeah, but I guess things were different then. They didn't realize that a human being should have equal value as another human being. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with what we were and what we are now. Like, I just wish we would be truthful. Like meaning, stop pretending that we're built on this fucking amazing stuff. Just admit, we fucking kicked the dog shit out of the Indians, took all their shit, and took a bunch of... if we said it honestly, I'd be totally cool with it.
But that's world history no matter where you go.
That's true.
Because it's like, I don't think there's one country where people, the indigenous people stayed there, built something up, and now they're a world power. This whole world and humanity is based on the fact that people explored and conquered and built and were eliminated and eliminated other people. It's the way. I don't know why the United States has to be so guilty about its past when it did nothing more or less than every other nation on the face of this earth.
I agree. I don't think we should be guilty.
Oh, thank you.
No, I don't think we should
End
be
of story. Stop
I think
talking.
you're right. I don't think we should be guilty. I just think that we should be honest with ourselves. Fuck the rest of the world. Because we're too busy telling the rest of the world how to live.
But there's always this on. All you hear about is how horrible Americans were to the Indians and how Columbus was a scumbag invader and how we were horrible to slaves and how this... all we hear is that. What kind of honesty do we need if all we're hearing is how awful we were as a society?
It's not even that we were so awful. Just admit the ugliness that we were built on.
I think it's been admitted ad nauseum.
It's been kind of admitted reluctantly.
I don't think there's one person that doesn't know the founding fathers. A few of them were slave owners,
and we're still going around telling everybody else how to behave humanely.
That's stupid.
That's what
I
drives
can't
me
stand
nuts.
that bullshit.
And there are probably a lot of people that don't realize only 100 years ago we had black people in the zoo as
Ota
an
Benga.
exhibit.
What do you mean?
Ota Benga!
Ota Benga!
For a green card, I gotta carve him up real nice.
Carve him up real nice.
And this was 1906. It was not.
Is there more in Ota Benga? I'll find some Ota Benga if you don't fucking have it.
Yeah, the exhibit didn't last long, and this was the.
Why? What happened?
Probably it was too humane. To bother them.
There was a black clergyman named Reverend James H. Gordon, who was also the superintendent.
Sharpton's great grandpappy.
Mentor.
He was the superintendent of the Howard Colored Orphan Asylum in Brooklyn.
Right.
Yum, yum, eat 'em up.
And he...
That's what he used to say.
He made the point, our race, we think, is depressed enough without exhibiting one of us with the apes.
Wow.
Which is, it's a great point.
He took a stand back in 1906.
That's pretty righteous.
Yeah. He said, we think, this was the cause du jour at the time, we think we are worthy of being considered human beings with souls.
Oh, there you go. Well, he's pushing for that. How'd that work out for him?
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Wow.
I got more on Ota Benga from Wikipedia. Benga had been freed from African slave traders by the missionary Samuel Phillips Werner, a businessman recruiting Africans for the exposition. He traveled with Werner to the United States. At the Bronx Zoo, Benga had free run of the grounds before and after he was exhibited in the zoo's monkey house. So he could go come and go as he pleases.
Oh, okay.
He had to put in a shift at the monkey house.
Go grab a fucking grazed papaya if you wanted.
Yeah.
Except for a brief visit with Werner to Africa after the close of the St. Louis Fair, Benga lived in the United States, mostly in Virginia, for the rest of his life. For the rest of his short life, he only made it to 33.
33. That's pretty
too
good.
bad.
The mayor released Benga to the custody of Reverend James Gordon, who supervised the Howard Colored Orphan Asylum. Okay, that's what you were talking about. That same year, Gordon arranged for Benga to be cared for in Virginia, where he paid for him to acquire American clothes and to have his teeth capped.
Oh, he got caps?
Well, yeah.
They must have scared the shit out of people walking around like that.
So the young man could be more readily accepted in local society. Benga was tutored in English and began to work. When several years later, the outbreak of World War I stopped ship passenger travel and prevented his returning to Africa, he became depressed. Oh, shit!
Did he kill himself?
He sure did.
Did he?
Committed suicide in 1916 at the age of 32.
Ota Benga!
Ota Benga!
That's not the name he said.
Oh, poor guy.
It is. He was in Cuba. I killed communists for fun. For green card, I gotta carve him up real nice.
Libertad. Libertad.
Ota Benga!
I missed this part. Displays of non-Western humans as examples of earlier stages of human evolution were common in the early 20th century. There you go. When racial theories were frequently intertwined with concepts from evolutionary biology.
It was all new. What are you going to do?
They didn't know any better. Shouldn't put that guy in the zoo.
There was no internet.
Yeah.
There was no real other entertainment. What are you going to do?
Who knew you shouldn't put that guy in the zoo next to the apes? Yeah, we didn't know any better. We colonized the place. We come up with a constitution, a Bill of Rights for ourselves. Who knew you shouldn't put that guy in the zoo next to the gorilla?
They were already building skyscrapers in 1904.
Yeah, I love
I mean, they weren't, massive, but they were considered skyscrapers.
We knew enough to know that we didn't like that shit. That's why we left England. Like, we knew enough to know the religious freedom's important and our freedoms were important. It wasn't like we were just fucking drawing like a bunch of circles on cave walls and nobody knew.
Well, I'll be honest with you. It probably wasn't sanctioned by the U.S. government in 1900, this little show that they put on with Ota Benga.
Ota Benga.
Ota Benga.
Ota Benga!
I'm sure it wasn't a sanctioned thing. And when somebody had a legitimate gripe about it, they put an end to it. When the man said...
Why would that occur to them before the man said it?
Yeah.
So we're looking for an ethical circus guy?
Google image Ota Benga. I want to see if they have any pictures of him.
That's him.
No, I know that, but I want to see others where he's maybe in a cage or playing with the
Flip
orangutan.
Wilson a little bit. Did look like a young Flip Wilson, I think.
Ooh. Let me see. Those pointy teeth were
that's scary.
Absolutely was scary.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, I imagine they were filed painfully down.
Oh, my God. Painfully. You don't think they used, like, the latest...
pencil sharpener, basically.
They didn't use the latest in fucking pain-relieving dentistry?
Yeah, they did, yeah. Yeah, hold your head still, you subhuman, while we fucking file your teeth down for entertainment. It's lovely.
Oh, my God. He looks happy there, right?
Yeah. That's true, he does. Smiling.
Smiling?
Yeah.
Oh, people are saying that Not Sam is Ota Benga's great-great-grandchild.
Oh.
I did not know that.
I don't know that one.
I wish he'd suffer the same fate. Love to see Sam tossed into a zoo and humiliated, tangled on by animals.
Wrestling with the orangutans?
Yeah.
Just a loincloth trying to cover up his quack.
Yeah, they drag him around by his awful fucking hairdo. They probably worship you, the orangutans.
Thank you. Now the driver's saying from the derailed train that he did fall asleep.
Well,
that's different than earlier reports. Now he's saying that he fell asleep.
Because it's not as bad as texting.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
But they're going to be able to check that phone, man.
Oh, one's a crime, that's right. You know what?
Yeah, if you fall asleep, he could blame it on, like, medical problems.
Right.
Oh, all of a sudden,
it's going to be texting, I'm telling you. He's trying to cover his ass.
There's no commercials about sleeping and driving.
No.
That texting is
dangerous,
a motherfucker.
I see it all the time.
It's scary
and it's
now.
infuriating,
It's
man.
really fucking scary on the road.
People weaving all over. Their speed varies by fucking 30 miles an hour. And you go to pass them, and there they are. Looking down, fucking texting, left lane. It's
I'm guilty of it, too. I know it's terrible.
Jimmy.
I know, dude. I know.
No.
Usually in Manhattan, though.
I'm
But
down-
Sam has been there with me.
I'm down to I do it at a
terrible.
traffic light, or if it's like bumper traffic and
Yeah.
we're barely moving, I'll get a
annoys
couple
the shit
things
out of me
in.
too. When somebody at the
That's
light
about
and
it,
it turns
though.
green and they're not moving, and you know they're fucking texting. Babe, I can't get on that horn.
The
fast
best
enough.
thing that happened to me was getting rid of that BlackBerry where you could feel the fucking buttons, the letters.
Tactile.
Well,
Yeah.
you felt like you could really, get some texting done.
Yeah.
But now looking down for the individual letters, that's what finally made me stop.
Speaking of BlackBerry, what
happened?
Just Kenny.
Kenny?
His BlackBerry.
He's ridiculous.
Did he get a new BlackBerry?
Yeah, about
Of course he
6
did.
months ago.
Who has
It's
those?
a piece of shit, and he hates it.
He's obsessed with it, and
Why?
he knows it sucks, and he continues to use it.
It's OCD.
He got all excited because BBM came out for iPhone, and so I downloaded it, and I have one contact on BBM for iPhone.
It's because here's why. It's because he didn't want to. He's
him.
Yeah, it would have been cost $30 restocking fee.
But he knew before he bought it that it was a shitty phone.
Yes, he
Why
did.
can't you move on from the BlackBerry?
Yeah. What's going on?
You are just jealous.
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's
You
what
are,
I would have
admit it.
drawn from everything that was just said. Jealousy.
Yeah.
By the way, while you're in studio, thanks for the Sam Kinison stuff yesterday. That's a fucked
article.
up story.
You're welcome. I also went to Whole Foods and got you the green tea that you like.
Ooh, thank you.
Wow, Kenny.
It has brown rice. It's roasted with brown rice.
Why?
But you don't have the actual brown rice.
What
in
does
it.
the brown rice do?
Just makes it a little tastier because I'm trying not to drink as much coffee, so I'm doing green tea. No one gives a fuck. Why are you?
Oh,
talking
does
about
brown
this?
rice give it a little coffee taste?
Gives it a little taste.
A little roast?
Little
little roast taste?
It's all right. Coffee's way better, but I decided I don't want my heart pumping out of fucking control all day.
Doesn't it
anymore.
bother your stomach, the green tea? It fucks me
No.
up, man.
No, I'm way more alert since I dropped the fucking coffee habit.
I had brown rice for dinner last night.
You did?
Oh, wow.
Chicken.
How was that?
Grilled chicken.
Sounds
God,
great.
everything you
Really
do is
starting to pick
boring.
up.
Everything he does.
Grilled chicken and brown
It
rice.
sounds horrendous.
Then it's
and
off
I
to
do eat
bed.
that, but
Yeah.
I treated myself to a lemonade.
Did you? He always orders that one on the road. It's
Lemonade.
humiliating.
Lemonade.
It's just a big galoot. Ordering a
1800s
child-
refreshment, that is.
Yeah. Give a mint julep.
I need a lemonade. I'm going to the band shell.
Yeah. Hey, Kizzy, could you get me a water?
I'll bring it to the gazebo.
a lemonade every once in a while, maybe in the summer, is fine. But who picks that as their treat drink?
Yeah.
It's a Doc Holliday fucking beverage.
When you go with a Dr. Pepper, maybe a little root
Oh,
beer.
me and Sam love Dr. Pepper.
You do?
yeah.
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 You like it too, Kenny?
Yeah. I got a
You're
great
a
Dr.
Pepper?
Pepper story.
No, I bet
Is
you
it the
have a
one?
Dr.
Yeah.
Pepper story.
Tell him, Kenny.
Five me out.
Ew.
What's the Dr. Pepper story?
When we were in Cleveland,
Yeah.
you know, on
I remember this story.
a
You've
nice
told it.
trip that the company used to send
This
us on.
one's embarrassing.
It worked, though.
Yeah.
It was good.
And a lot of people went to the strip club.
Yeah.
And me and Sam went, and we stayed for 5 minutes because it wasn't our scene.
Yeah, a bunch of girls.
Showing their
Not
Yeah,
your
yeah.
scene.
flaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wants to see those big tits and pussies? Yuck. Get out of here.
There wasn't much going on, believe
Okay.
me. So we left, and we went back to the hotel bar.
And queered off a little.
I was hoping, but I couldn't close the deal.
Look, he looks around the room for approval. Yeah, that one worked.
So Jonathan was in the bar conversing with strangers. Like
Was he trying to explain what that thing in the front of his pants was? It's actually attached to him.
He talks
So-
to everyone.
I asked Sam if he would join me for a beverage, and he accepted.
So you pulled your cock out.
But I outsmarted him because we went to the gift shop. And I purchased two 20-ounce bottles of Dr.
embarrassing.
Pepper.
And the gift shop was right across from the bar.
I remember.
And then we went into the bar, and I ordered 2 glasses of ice.
Oh, no.
And Kenny and I each individually took our bottles out of our coats and opened them up. and poured them into our glasses of ice.
Much better than a strip club.
Yeah. And then we got 3 sodas for the price of one.
You know, both of you, if someone said, "What'd you do tonight?" you both could have justifiably said, "I had soda with a dud."
It was a great night.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, how mad were they? They got no money out of you.
Well, they were more mad because Kenny then bothered the waitress for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I'm just a public nuisance.
Well, yeah, we
all know that, of course.
Just finding out what her name is in the beginning and then shouting it for the remainder.
I'm a pepper, you're a pepper.
Yeah,
you should have sang this song. Yeah.
So the Sam Kinison shit. Oh my God. So Carl LeBeau, who was one of Sam's guys, they were close, right? Yeah. They were pretty good friends.
Best friends.
Yeah. To the end.
And he was part of. Didn't he? He was there when Sam died, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, he was.
And he was part of the Outlaws of Comedy and all that. And then
I saw him open for Sam a couple of times when I used to go to Rascals.
He's hilarious.
He was on fucking fire, man. He was funny.
And Carl LeBeau has this daughter for many, many years, and then he starts getting suspicious. So they did testing, and it turns out it's Sam's kid. Sam Kinison has a kid out there.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Carl LeBeau raised
This is a fact at this point.
Sam's daughter. DNA testing proved it, and
but he didn't know
his.
for a long time. He thought it was his daughter, and then I don't know what.
Let me break it down to you.
Yeah,
Anthony.
please.
Sam fucked Carl's wife.
That's what I wanted to hear. Okay. Yeah. Really? Oh,
and they had a kid, and
right, and they were supposedly good friends.
Carl thought it was his, but then I heard that Carl was told years ago, and maybe he wasn't, but I think the problem was because he sued to get his child support back.
Right.
But I think the problem was, my guess is that he couldn't prove 100% that he didn't know. Like, he couldn't prove. There was probably no documentation that he had been told it was Kinison's kid, and then there was never DNA testing done before that.
But now it's been done with Sam's brother Bill.
But it was process of elimination because it wasn't Sam's DNA. It was the brother's DNA, which is as close as possible to Sam's as compared to Carl's. So it was a process of elimination.
And the test is saying that there's a
0% chance it was
0% chance it's Carl's.
Right.
And the percentage for Sam's kid is way up.
But it could
I forgot
have
exactly
also
what the
been
number
Sam's
was.
brother.
But either way, it wasn't Carl's.
Right.
Right.
But it's not Sam's brother.
I think Carl's ex-wife said, "Fuck you, the kid's not yours," and you know.
And so then he tries to get his child support back because he spent a shitload of money, and the court said no.
And I think mostly they said no because there was some case that had said that you should try to right these wrongs, but I think because they couldn't prove
amazing
that he didn't know.
I tried to Google image the daughter. There's no pictures of her.
No,
I don't know.
They are keeping her, whatever,
under wraps.
Under wraps, I guess. Sure. That's pretty wild that Sam Kinison has a daughter out there, though.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's funny. I wonder if she's doing stand-up or anything.
No, he said.
I don't know.
No. I thought one of the articles they said you went and saw her in a play or something. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could be wrong.
All right. What does this have to do with Ota Benga?
Ota Benga!
Ota Benga. Could you look up Hottentot Venus?
What is that?
Supposedly, why am I trusting a fucking listener? Am I crazy? No, not like that. Hottentot is one word.
Yeah, come on, Sam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is her.
Okay, she was on display as well?
Oh.
She was exhibited as a freak show.
Who is that bitch?
In 19th century Europe.
Yeah, the huge African ass is sometimes called the Hottentot Venus.
Yes.
It's basically that shelf that some women have. You could Google Hottentot Venus, and a lot of these
will it come up? Yeah,
these shelf asses.
I've seen some of those on online.
Yeah,
little kids standing on one to see a parade.
There you go.
That
Hottentot Venus, or was that her name when she was on display?
Yes.
And what was her deal, and where was she on display?
In Europe, like in England and stuff like that, and she had a big fat ass.
Yeah, but
so people would come from miles around to look at it.
Just to see it?
Of course.
What's that about?
It's amazing. Well, they probably didn't have a large population of people that looked like that, so they couldn't really see it.
And no real strip clubs. I mean, maybe some burlesque shows, but it was a free, cheap thrill.
Sarah Bertman, or Beertman.
Bartman. Her name's not really Sarah.
Name's Bartman.
Bartman.
Crazy.
Bartman.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Then she went to France.
Yeah, see, she got to travel around because that age.
Well, she's sold to a person in France.
Did she see
sold
London?
or get to go?
Did she see France?
She first saw London, then she saw France.
Right.
How does she fit in her underpants?
But she got to see France. I've never been to France.
Me neither.
Who cares? She was sold to France. She got to see France.
And then she may have died of smallpox.
Pox on you and your family.
But it could have been syphilis too. Not quite sure.
Whore.
Jesus.
Wow, history's fun. There's all kinds of shit going on. Oh my God.
They buried her in Paris, I guess, and they wanted her family in Africa wanted her remains back, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here."
I said, "No, we are keeping it."
It is pas de ver quelqu'un.
This is good.
Yeah.
Her skeleton and body cast were displayed in the French Museum of Natural History after she died. So she didn't even...
So dignified. That's great.
She didn't even get to be...
her what?
Rest in peace.
Her skeleton and body cast. Yeah.
Really?
She entered
the cast of her body so you could then see the big shelf ass.
Oh yeah, where she entertained visitors until her skull was stolen in 1827.
Oh my God!
Just leave this thing alone.
Tragic.
Yeah, eventually the skull was returned.
Oh.
The restored skeleton and skull continued to arouse the interest of visitors until the remains were moved to another museum when it was founded in 1937 and stayed there until the late 70s.
Wow.
1970s.
Now where is it?
Her body cast and skeleton stood side by side, face to face, blah, blah, blah.
Did they eventually make wind chimes with her skeletal remains? This poor woman.
Trinkets.
Right, Jesus. Leave her alone.
At some point, someone had to, speak up for her, and they had to bury her.
Well, it was the feminists.
Oh, really?
In 1974,
right?
The feminists started complaining about the exhibit being degrading as a representation of women.
Troublemakers.
And so the skeleton was removed in 1974, and then the body cast stayed until 76.
Wow.
So where's the skeleton now?
I probably just threw it out. I don't know for sure.
Oh, God. They just threw it away.
They just got rid of it.
Somewhere.
Threw it in the garbage.
Trashed in the garbage.
All those years.
Put it in the garbage.
Yeah, I bet.
Awaiting judges' ruling on Detroit's bankruptcy.
Oh.
Well, isn't that a given?
Well, yeah.
They're pretty bankrupt up there.
Yeah. What's that mean? Like civil employees won't get paid, or
in this deal?
And, that is the issue that has brought these demonstrators out here to the courthouse that you see behind me. And it boils down really to a challenge between Michigan law and federal law. Michigan law says the pensions are sacred. You can't touch them. Federal law says all creditors are to be treated equally. So the city would have the same obligation to XYZ Bank as it would to a city employee who invested a career on the job and wants to retire now. So it remains to be seen if the judge will somehow be able to set aside some 23,000 plus pensioners and offer them some protection, Bill.
Wow, so they might lose their pensions.
That's fucking disgusting.
Holy fuck.
That is fucking disgusting.
So, wow.
Man.
That's pretty big.
Jesus.
You work all those years for a pension, and then they just go bankrupt, and you don't get
and
it.
They say, fuck the pensions.
They should have taken the leadership and fucking strung them up.
That's the only way to do it.
Heels, like Mussolini.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll follow you. Go do it.
Yeah,
I'll be right behind you.
That's the problem.
Not.
Good one, Jim. I thought you meant it, and then you said not.
Sounded like he was going to go.
Yeah. People are fucking pussies. They don't do anything.
No, the pygmies, we're learning more. They actually sharpen their own teeth, and there's a video.
Oh, okay.
Vapid oid.
When
Sam,
Iraq
would you do
says
that?
pygmy, it means something different.
Yeah, there's a comma between those words.
Kidding, Iraq.
Yeah, I don't go for that.
And breaking news, the app is all over the place again today.
Who calls me during the show? Damn, what is this?
Help me, Mommy. Help me. I'm dying. Oh, that's great. Oh, my poor son. You are suffering.
Holy shit, they're chiseling his teeth sharp.
And he just has to bite down on like a root.
But that explains why it said, what's his name? The guy who was displayed.
Stop it. That's enough. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
So it's not just, it's just the whole humanity. We're just shitty people.
But they take some kind of national pride in it, because after, what's his name, who was in the zoo, right before he killed himself, he took the caps off his teeth.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The caps hurt.
Don't make such a fuss.
Oh, come on. Don't make such a fuss.
I'm just telling the kid, don't make such a fuss.
They don't even file them. They're chiseling his teeth
I bet you
sharp.
hit the nerve once in a while.
Look at that. And everyone's laughing.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, this poor kid.
All right, now you can't eat for fucking...
Exactly. Now here, have this saliva broth we made, where the whole fucking tribe spits into it.
Oh.
It was spitting. God, the agony of that.
Who decided that? One idiot had to decide this a long time
Tribes
ago.
are idiots, too.
Let's sharpen our teeth.
Gotta hunt. Little guy. What's he gonna do? Bite something in the throat with
Oh,
those
look at
teeth?
him. He's drooling. You know how much that must fucking hurt?
Can we find out why they do that? What's the reason? Is it because of the rain god? What is it?
I wonder if it helps you eat better or helps you tear things.
Yeah, rip through fucking rhino ass.
He's drooling all over his Super Bowl champ Buffalo Bill shirt.
Humans are just...
we are.
We are just weirdos. It's just fucking weird.
That's some crazy ass shit right there.
People in the comments comparing it to circumcision.
Oh, really?
It's also... I've turned against circumcision.
Not me.
Oh, because you saw it.
Oh, I didn't actually. I was in the room.
Bad.
Yeah. No, I prefer the way it looks. I like peeling one back. No, it's just, the unnecessary. I understand the health benefit, but it's just stupid.
Let those babies get snipped. You don't want to do it when you're 19.
Yeah.
But it's just the way they make the decision for the kid to take the tip of his cock. It's agonizing.
I just guess by the time he can make his own decision, it would be a lot harder.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, Sam knows. So just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not pleasant, but there's plenty of unpleasantries that have to happen when you're a kid.
Because as bad as it hurts the baby, it's a baby. They forget real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Our whole lives are... We don't forget. Your whole personality is formed before you're 2. What do you think? Having your cock butchered by some fucking guy with bad breath?
Yeah, it's...
And lights in your face while people you trust hold you?
I don't remember anything about that circumcision.
Yeah, but I think it's just deep inside your fucking
Do ya?
soul at that point.
I remember inoculation. That hurt.
We just can't define it.
Booster shots.
Those hurt, and I remember those.
Dude, most human beings are irritable assholes. You can figure it out.
Yeah.
It's all the shit that is done to you before you're 5 years old.
Let's do a study then and see if people are less of an asshole if they have fucking foreskins or not. If it doesn't pan out that way, if there's just as many assholes, believe it or not, I think Hitler had a foreskin.
And
so,
British people generally are dickheads.
Well, that's true,
They're
right?
also generally not circumcised.
That's because that's why they're dicks. Because they go to tinkle and they squeeze it and some cheese falls off the top.
Well, wouldn't you like to avoid that?
Wow.
I don't know.
We don't know why they sharpen their teeth.
They gotta hunt.
I'm sure it's a thing that makes them look vicious to enemies, you know.
But what's the real answer?
I'm sure that's it.
Ota Benga again.
Hey, there he is.
Well, he's definitely the most famous sharpened tooth person.
No kidding. They have him in the Wikipedia, the picture in the Wikipedia section where it's human tooth sharpening.
Historically, many cultures have practiced this form of body modification, and bodily teeth were filed down because it was thought that the teeth represented anger, jealousy, and other similar negative emotions.
See, it's for some dumb reason.
The teeth were also sharpened as a rite of passage for adolescence. Teeth filing was also used by Aborigines.
Why can't they just give the kids a tattoo or something?
Don't they circumcise you when you're an adult, like in Africa, too? And you turn, it's like at 16 or 17 or something?
I don't know. That's a nice fucking sterile, painless
no, I doubt
procedure. Oh. Oh, well.
Oh, my God.
So the reasonings are kind of...
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Imagine biting your tongue by accident with those sharp teeth. It's bad enough with regular teeth.
I know you're there trying to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, eat some Cracker Jacks.
Hey, examples in the modern world. Could you read that next line, please?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
The first example in the modern world is, in fact, Ota Benga.
Ota! My man. Love you, miss you, Ota.
A Congolese pygmy imported to a zoo in the United States, whose front teeth were sharpened when he was a young boy.
That doesn't That doesn't make the white man look good.
Yeah.
And you put Ota Benga into the Bronx Zoo.
You know how much that must hurt having your teeth chiseled?
Oh.
There's 3 examples in the modern world. One is Ota Benga, and another is D. Snyder.
No.
Why?
It says he had
It goes from Ota Benga to D. Schneider? No one in between?
It says he had his incisors sharpened.
Incisors, you dunce. Incisors.
That's
I didn't
like
have my
vampire
shit sharpened.
teeth. Your vampire teeth.
I have I was voted boy with the sharpest incisors 8 years in a row.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. There's a contest I held
You
in my
do
house.
have very sharp little vampire teeth.
Oh, I know I do.
Aw.
I know I do. All the True Blood girls love me.
Do they? That's nice.
Yeah, some people get it done just because they think it looks cool. Like they're
Yeah, but not all of them
Right.
like that. I think the little doll in that Trilogy of Terror movie had
Sharpened
sharp
teeth.
Is that
too.
Michael Jackson on TV?
That was
Oh, that's a
scary.
woman.
He's dead.
Oh.
Some woman named fucking Sharon Levine. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, look.
She's,
What did D do?
Deferred too, huh?
He got his teeth sharpened.
Are they still like that or
front
no? Are they
teeth?
fixed?
Oh, his incisors.
I think they're fixed now.
Maybe he did that. Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
had him. Yeah, see, he had him capped. It's like, fuck that shit.
But doesn't, what about that lizard dude who did the show
I was
a couple
thinking of him,
times?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, his name is Lizard Boy.
Yes, the lizard man did it, right?
Yeah.
And then he split his tongue. What an asshole.
Would you split your cock like that?
No.
Didn't we have one of these guys on?
We had that guy on.
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever see a split cock?
No.
Google a
it's
split
terrible.
cock. I'm
We've
telling you.
seen the split cock.
You have.
Oh, yeah.
Sam has.
No,
it. Sam,
I
you got to
haven't.
see
It's
it.
like a hot dog that's been on the grill too long. Yeah, it splits.
Here, why would you do that?
So gross. It looks like a crab claw.
Who are you mad at?
That's
Fuck, that's a lizard boy.
Oh, you wouldn't do that to your
Why did
penis?
that guy come in again? To show off his lizard boy?
We had a rock and we didn't know what to do with it, so we gave it to him as a chair. She's lizard.
The lizard man. He's completely tatted up from head to toe, and then he split his tongue.
He's got the implants where his eyebrows are supposed to be.
Oh, right.
I hope he wakes up one day and just realizes he doesn't like lizards anymore.
Oh, man.
What a silly goose he's going to
He
feel
must have
like.
been extremely boring, because I had to ask if we had him on the show. He looks like
right.
that, and I don't remember
Like
that
you
he was on
wouldn't
our
know.
show.
He did stunts.
Oh, hold on a minute, guys.
That aren't active, I'm about to turn all of your radios
Oh,
on so you
shit.
can listen to Sirius XM for free until December 3rd. Oh, and
Not today.
if you call the number on this
Yeah.
screen, you'll get a great offer, but I didn't tell you that. In fact,
You did.
I was never here.
But you were. Uh-oh. Oh, there he goes. He's hitting the button.
He's going to be so pissed when he finds out that was televised.
I know.
I know, especially, and the companies didn't realize their blunder.
Who was he
when they-
talking to when he said, but I didn't tell you?
Yeah.
Secret.
Button, and it says button
who?
inactive radio is turned on. It's very simple.
Yes.
I think they'd cover that button or remove it.
And why make it so big?
Yeah, it's a big button. It's a very punchable.
And
How
put
come
it
no
in
one
the
bumped into it
control
with their
room over
shoulder?
there. Yeah.
Who
it's
came
so
up with the
stupid.
brilliant commercial, you think?
Oh, boy. Who do you think? I got it. I
Good
got
for
it.
Mark Goodman. I mean, his face is all over the place.
I don't know.
And he does an all right job, but I mean, the commercial itself is.
You don't think they hired writers?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. There was probably some huge fucking company that came on board. Bunch of admin.
They all jerked each other off together.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be it.
Here's
This is
the
it
one.
right here. I know it.
And it looks so bad. Like, it looks like they used an old VCR fucking...
Dude, they filmed it in 30 minutes.
I know, but...
They closed the hallway down for, I think, 30 minutes.
Do something. It looks so cheap.
There was. I mean, I think they just used some in-house cameras.
Yeah.
Turn the lights on.
They made a deal with Fox. 'Cause I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Me neither.
They run it all the time on Fox. Is it helping, you think?
Not with the app.
No.
Well, the app is sort of working today.
Oh, good. Okay.
There you go.
Well,
Just see if he wanted to get that removed and went to the tattoo removal place. How long is this going to take?
Yeah.
It's my entire body and face. Fuck. That's a commitment right there.
He's going to gain weight, and it's going to look so stupid.
Yeah,
Like
as
it
opposed to
doesn't
now. It's terrific.
What an attention whore.
You think so?
That's just like, yeah, look at me. Everywhere he goes, no one sits there and talks to him about anything. Like, oh, wow. So how long? What made you? Where did you go for? It's just all the same shit.
You don't think they could get off the fact that he looks like a lizard.
And what? Talk about like, the new 2015 models of fucking dogs are coming out to... No.
Those are 401k.
Yeah, no one cares.
You think he gets excited when people go, "Oh my God"?
Of course.
Look at you.
He loves walking
Why
in a
would
place
you do that?
and being stared at.
Right.
And they go, "You're weird," and he goes, "Am I the weird one?"
Yeah, huh?
Or is it
Are we all
you?
weird?
I think you're weird.
What's weird anyway?
Can we hear him talk? I swear I don't remember this guy on our show.
Exactly. Every time he goes, please flies protest him.
Weird news. Look, it's weird news. Weird news.
It is. It's that weird news.
I hope Scorch gets sued for using the weird news thing.
Why?
Because this person's using weird news.
Special edition of 10's Weird News.
Weird.
Today, I'm joined in the studio by Eric Sprague, better known as Lizard Man. He's had a whole lot of body modification to look like a lizard. And
Lizard?
joins me now. Hi, Eric. Thanks for coming in. First,
blooming
why did
onion.
you decide you wanted to become a lizard?
What was it you wanted to
Well,
discuss
it started
today?
off when I was about 18 years old. I went to college and I was studying art and philosophy. And I had already been working, in terms of sort of student art projects throughout high school with temporary modifications, things like body painting and costuming. And I wanted to do something more permanent.
It's lipstick and a dress.
Developing and evolving as an artist, and I was also getting interested and involved with body modification. So I decided I wanted to use that in terms of my artwork.
Why a lizard, though? Did a dinosaur...
Why not a didgeridoo?
Just a pure aesthetic choice. I like the way that reptiles look. The same way you might pick out an outfit for the day, you pick out something you think looks good.
Oh, yeah, it's the same shit.
I thought this looked good.
Okay, so talk me through the procedures you had done.
I'll give you the grocery list, as it were. 700 hours of tattooing covers my entire body.
I wonder if
bottom,
these are questions
toe,
he's been asked before.
Included.
Oh, yeah.
Subdermal Teflon implants on my skull to create the horned ridges over my eyes. Teeth filed down to sharp points using a dentist drill. And, of course, a bifurcated tongue, split in two like that of a snake using an argon biopsy laser.
Ooh, could you do that straight away?
When it was first done, immediately after the procedure, my tongues were so swollen, I couldn't really do anything. About 48 hours of time
You like
where
the
I was
anecdotes?
just putting ice chips on my mouth and waiting for the pain to go away and the swelling to subside. But after about a week, I could talk and eat pretty normally. 4 to 6 weeks, probably more or less fully healed.
Out of all of them, what's hurt the most?
The most painful thing that I've done in terms of body modification is easily my implants.
I had my cock
so bad that
cut
I
off, shoved in my ass.
as a result of the pain.
It's for art.
Ah, you know.
Wait, what happened because of the pain?
I think that I've over the years.
What did he
become
say?
very
His implants was over his head?
Yeah,
It was
but
in his eyebrows.
You said it's the most painful thing, but something happened because of the pain.
He had to vomit?
Was it just vomit?
Or maybe past
the
the
most
mirror.
painful thing that I've done in terms of body modification is easily my implants. So bad that I actually hallucinated and vomited as a result of the pain.
Oh my god!
I thought I looked like an ass.
Pretty strong pain threshold.
I think that I've over the years become very good at coping with
It's like
pain.
Green Brian
I often
Regan.
say if I know something is going to happen, I can prepare myself and handle just about anything. But if it's a surprise, like if I stub my toe, I cry like a little girl. Well, my family's reaction is going to be different than anybody else's because they have the perspective. Especially my mom.
Yeah, they're
and
all
Dad, they
thinking
see
what
me
they
from,
did wrong.
Day one till now.
Yes.
My mom has actually said that it would be stranger if I wasn't Lizard Man because she sees the progression.
What is she going to say?
But for a lot of people,
That's
that
not the
isn't
case.
fair. They just see me wandering down the street and they're like, what is that and how did it happen?
What if you woke up one day and you were just sick of being a lizard man and you decided you wanted a normal job?
I don't think I'll ever want a normal job. In fact, a big part of the appeal to this to me is that a lot of normal jobs are out of reach. People will say, well, you never get a job working at a bank looking at it. I'm like, well, thank you, because I'd never want to be stuck working in a bank behind a counter as a teller or something like that. But, there are no
As
guarantees.
if he was your
in life for
lawyer
any
or
of
your
us.
dentist.
As much as I
Doctor.
regret in the future being Lizard Man, you could regret being a reporter, being on TV. Anyone can regret anything. The way that we diminish the possibility of regret is by careful planning in the beginning. And I did spend over 3 years planning and considering this. That's more time than most people put into getting to know the person they marry and have kids with.
Okay, so you're actually here in Australia promoting a book. Do you want to tell me a little bit about it?
Right. This is the new Ripley's Annual. Download the Weird. I have been working with Ripley's for about 13 years now, going back to when
got
they
a couple
revived
pages
the
in the
TV
book.
show,
Coffee
the
table
series
book.
books by
And if you don't have a coffee table,
Since then,
it
I've
turns
worked with
into a
museums and now
coffee
the
table.
books for the last few
It's
years.
actually a great
What's
idea.
weird to you?
Normal people are weird. Quote unquote,
What's it
normal people
mean
are
to
very
ye?
weird to me.
Yeah,
And finally, how much
God, he's a
did all
weird
this
hack.
cost?
asking how much it cost to me is kind of like going to a gallery, looking at a painting and saying, wow, look at that masterpiece. How much did the paint and the canvas cost? It's not really a relevant question. That said, about 8 or 9 years ago, I was doing a television program, and they thought it would be interesting to get an insurance adjuster, sort of it wasn't Lloyd's of London, but one of those types of groups that, insured dancers' legs and things like that. So they brought the guy out, they had him talk to me, look at what I'd done, they said, all right, how much would you insure Lizard Man for? And his response was no less than $250,000.
Allow you inside the world of Sideshow Wonderland, where you will witness that, like the human.
All right, enough of this fucking guy.
He's an asshole.
And we had him on, huh?
Yeah, he was doing stunts.
Yeah, he does all that weird stuff.
2005 he was on. Thanks, E-Rock.
How much did it cost you to do all this?
Why did you do it? Yeah. I had a koala step on my clit when I was younger.
I know.
Wish I could do a better Australian accent.
Oh.
Let's go home.
She was all right for Aussie.
Yep. That's it, I guess, for
all
today.
Right, kids.
Fuck
oh,
it.
wow. You know what he did?
Nice. What?
He,
Oh, we got an update on him?
No, what he did in our studio.
What?
I think he used his nose.
Right.
To pull Patrice around the room in a rolling chair.
No.
Yes.
Where's the video of that?
Oh, it's not loading, unfortunately.
Really?
But...
What?
Yeah.
We were here that day.
Yes.
Do you often pull around Negroes? God.
All right. We'll try to find that and put it up on our Facebook page or something, right?
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for today. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget about our podcast. Brand new one will be available tomorrow, which will be the best of Tippy Tom, our homeless friend. So keep promoting that fucking podcast for us.
Keep fucking that chicken.
Because we're crunching the numbers and taking a very serious look at the whole podcast world. Considering these guys don't give a fuck about us either way, good or bad.
They don't.
9.
I saw the new CEO in the bathroom. There was no acknowledgement that he even knows why.
Really? Yes. Did he see you, or was it casual?
Well, our bathroom
passing?
was our bathroom. They decide to clean during rush hour.
Yeah.
We call it radio rush hour, which is morning drive. So then you have to go upstairs, and I was in there, and the new CEO, and I didn't even know what he looked like until I saw him on Fox Business.
Yes.
He walked right in, and wasn't even an acknowledgement that he even knows who the fuck I am.
Morning.
That's good. Considering Mel knew where we lived, even.
Mel? How do I even know you are the CEO, Mel?
What's Mel up to? We should ask him.
No.
Probably ignoring other technology.
Hey, Chubster.
What a fucking dump channel.
Oh, boy.
Oh, people want to hear Sleeves.
Oh, do they?
Tomorrow's Sleeves Day.
Yeah, I think so.
Please.
Yeah, we have to be here when you play it. You can't just play it. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Hold on, I got a plug.
Oh, go, Jimmy, go.
December 12th, I'll be in L.A. at the Improv, and I just booked, because I'm still putting together this hour, but it's together already. December 20 and 21st, Mount Kisco, New York, at the Bananas Comedy Club. And I've talked enough about New Year's Eve and the other shit and fucking AC, and I just booked Raleigh, Charlie Goodnight's, January 9 through 11.
Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
So, or go to jimnorton.com if you want to join the mailing list.
Right. Sounds nice.
Or don't.
I want to tell you about...
That was the worst plug ever.
Because you get sick and tired of
What's going on?
You just get sick of it. You get sick of it.
Of what part?
The whole fucking thing. On Netflix, I'm doing great. I'm getting a lot of people watching on Netflix. And just, who cares?
Yeah.
I'm just so...
Oh, Kenny's here.
Kenny, pump this shit up.
See, the problem with Jim is he's very humble.
Yeah.
He put together a new hour's worth of material. It's a whole new act, a whole new show.
Yeah, you haven't seen it.
People are thrilled with it.
Of course they are.
So people in Raleigh now get a chance to see it. Mount Kisco.
Yeah, Atlantic City. Yeah. Fucking great.
No, look. People love you.
I know they do.
You should love yourself.
I'm terrific.
I love you.
I love you too. Can't wait to get out there and just show these fucking smatterings of people
know how much fun we're going to have in Las Vegas, Nevada?
Absolutely. Plenty of fucking time giving away tickets. Sure, walk around all weekend handing them out.
No, come on now.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy, it is not fucking 1999 anymore. Or 2000, whatever it was.
Oh, boy.
No, we're going to ring in the new year in San Diego.
Sure.
That should be fun.
Yeah, it'd be nice and quiet. No one will interrupt us.
Oh, Annie Letterman will be with us.
I do like Annie. It'd be nice to see her.
That's a nice little bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Annie, but
believe me, your people are last minute.
They really are. It's fucking amazing how last minute my audience is.
Yeah, they come through for you.
They're still deciding.
That's exactly what it is.
Plus, everybody's buying the new American Degenerate T-shirts.
All right. Thank you, Kenny.
All right. You know, I want to tell you about the loud music in my ears. The Xbox One is here, yes, with the best games, unrivaled multiplayer, and more entertainment than ever before. Xbox One was built by gamers for gamers. The perfect balance of power and performance. Games look and feel incredibly real with cinematic gameplay that rivals Hollywood. Just check out the Xbox One exclusive. Rise. That's a good one. Son of Rome. Where you will be immersed in the chaos and brutality of Roman battle, sending you on a perilous campaign to save the Roman Empire. Not only are the games stunning, but they even adapt to how you and your friends play. Whether you're racing in which one is it? Is that Forza? It's kind of misprint. Motorsport 5, battling zombies in Dead Rising 3, or crushing a friend in Killer Instinct. The Xbox One has the exclusive games you won't find anywhere else, including Titanfall, the must-have game for 2014. But Xbox One is not all about games. Xbox One, full-on entertainment powerhouse with live television, movies, music, fitness, NFL, Skype, and more. You could even do two things at once, like play Call of Duty Ghosts while you watch TV. Good luck with that. I mean, you can do it, but wow, you're probably going to get killed a lot in Call of Duty. Learn more at Xbox.com and own the all-in-one entertainment system, the Xbox One, at Xbox.com.
Opie and Anthony have left the building. After O&A Live with Sam Roberts. Is next. This is After Opie and Anthony Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
There's something weird going on here. Denny is turning down free food. Denny, why don't you take a cookie? Take a cookie.
I'm not hungry. I'll just pick.
Just pick at something. Pick on something to nosh on. They're all individually wrapped. They got sent to us, so pick on something to nosh. And then oh, jeez.
Roland just threw it across the floor.
Roland's not happy with you today.
You shouldn't throw food, Roland. It's not.
Roland
nice.
was cursing you through the window when you were walking down the hall. He is not happy with you today.
He always does. He's always doing that.
No, but today specifically, for some reason,
we sort of have like a hate-hate relationship.
Why? In the sense that you hating each other.
No, I love Roland. He's a character.
Okay, so where does the second hate come from?
I'm just funning with you today.
You're just funning.
Just funning.
It's the morning fun.
I walked in, he goes, "Hey, good morning." I go, "Good morning." He goes, "Peckerhead."
He called you, what? You called Roland a peckerhead?
No, he called me that.
No, you called me that.
Did I call you a peckerhead?
Yeah, this morning.
Okay. What do you mean he called you? Dennis.
I wasn't sure.
Dennis.
Yes. I would call you pee-pee head if I did.
Yeah. Dennis, nobody in this building, I don't know of anybody on the planet, except for my dad, who's at this point of a certain age and a bit of a traditionalist, calls anybody a peckerhead. Peckerhead. Yeah, I know it's a throwback. Tuesday. But I feel like that's exclusively Falcone. If somebody is being accused of calling somebody else a peckerhead, you can almost be guaranteed that you're the one who said it.
Or your dad.
Or my dad.
Okay.
If my dad was walking around here, maybe it was him.
Hey, peckerhead, how are you?
Yeah, you just have peckerhead battles amongst each other.
Yeah, then he got a banana and screaming stock quotes in the banana.
So he got a banana stock quotes?
Yeah, like he picked up the phone and goes, "Yeah, buy, sell."
Were you using the banana like a phone?
Like a phone, like an iNana.
iNana.
Get it? For the holiday season.
No, I got it. I mean, that's something
I bet
that
you he used that on the 70s channel.
Nana?
Yeah.
Have you ever used that joke before in the 70s?
There was a pen back in the 70s called the Bic Banana.
The Bic Banana.
Yeah, it was a pen.
Shaped like a banana?
No, it was just called the Bic Banana.
Why was it called the Bic Banana?
I guess it was yellow.
Did it write in yellow?
No, I wrote it red, black. Blue.
But they just call it was just a pen that was yellow.
The Bic Banana, yeah.
And they called it a banana.
The Bic Banana, yeah.
And you had fun with that, but you said, I'll turn it into a telephone.
An iNana.
iNana.
There you go.
That's horrible, dude.
Folks at Apple going to pick up on that.
And I mean, the whole idea of you talking into a banana as a cell phone.
Well, it was just funny because...
It's not funny, though.
Because Tommy was walking around with Tommy from the Hits channel.
Okay.
And I call him Tommy Salami.
Why?
Because it's funny. It rhymes.
Is that like a reference to his penis?
No.
Is that a dick thing?
It's back to the peckerhead thing.
Is it a lot of dick stuff coming from Denny today, huh?
No, it's just funny stuff.
Talking about your coworkers' peckers, their salamis.
No. Totally
Roland,
wrong. Totally off
is he kind of bringing up your penis a lot today?
I don't know what's going on. He may need some vajayjay because he's very feisty this morning.
No, I'm fine.
You come in,
Roland,
I'm going to tell you this about Roland. It's a little behind the curtain magic, behind the scenes.
Ooh, yes.
He had a rough day as far as guest pitchers go. I'm not going to mention any names because I think he's still going to work on them.
Yeah.
But Roland must have flung a half dozen names at Opie and Anthony today.
Wow.
And he received a half dozen dicks in the asses in return. Is that right, Roland?
Me and A-Rod were sitting on the bench.
Him and A-Rod sitting on the bench.
Hey, he's doing his job.
Yeah, but
his job. Take enough shots on net, something's going to go in, Roland.
Roland,
I'm trying, Denny, man.
Roland takes it very seriously, and he takes it personally too. When his guests that he pitches are not approved, and he thinks at least some of them should be, he takes it personally.
It's because he loves his job. If he just walked away saying, "Ah, the hell with it."
However, he knows where the getting's good. He knows who's paying him.
Right.
So he's not going to take his anger out on Opie, Anthony, Jim Norton.
Right.
Never. I've been in the seat before. Where Opie, Anthony, Jim, they'll be hurling insults at him. I'll laugh, and he'll wing a stapler or something at me.
Wow.
Because that anger has to come out on somebody. I'm telling you, Dennis.
Why don't you just do it as a surprise? Like bring the guest in, say, look who I got for you today. Just hit him with that surprise.
Roland, how do you think that would go? Not good.
Try it once.
I'm afraid that it'll be like the quiet game where they all sit down, one by one gets up, and then the guest will go like, "What's going on?"
Walk out.
You mean like what happened with you and the MTV VJs?
Correctamundo.
Correctamundo, indeed. Now,
yeah, but you got Sam who could just pick up.
He left too.
Yeah, on VJ Day, I left Roland alone.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
But the reason I worry about you,
yes,
is because now you're coming in and whirling these peckerhead remarks at Roland, just like that, right off the bat. And he's going to have somebody to unleash all this anger on. Is that right, Roland?
All throughout the day.
Yeah, but there's a difference between day-to-day Roland busting balls and Roland upset.
Okay. Yeah, I want to hurt Danny.
No, you don't want to.
No, I like Danny. He's just a buffoon.
We're office pals.
Are you?
Yeah, yes.
Sure.
He just called you a buffoon.
That's all right.
He's a friend.
That's okay. It's the nicest thing he's ever called me.
Let me go to Nick in Tennessee. What's up, Nick?
Sure. What's up, man? Dennis Falcone's banana cell phone.
I like it.
You think that's Dennis Falcone's banana cell phone? Hey, Jim.
Yeah, I think he's got a mark.
Hang on a second, Nick. You know how sometimes, like, you'll put one of your characters will put a banana to your ear like a telephone and ironically do that as if who would ever actually try to pull this off as a joke?
What are you trying to do? Make me laugh before I leave?
Well, today, Dennis saw Roland come in and goes, "Hey, Roland," and starts yelling stock quotes into a banana as if it's a telephone.
It was just something, spur of the moment.
That'd be funny if you did it into a shotgun. That's a great stash, by the way.
And I called it the iNana.
Did you notice?
I'm just working on it. Just trying to stash.
Yeah, it's cool.
Just trying to work on it.
Dennis
Falcone. Shave that, or if you want to get rid of that stash, turn a fan on. Watch it blow off that wispy dust stash.
He does. Dennis Falcone has walked in here with the wispiest salt and pepper mustache I've ever seen. It looks like he was just eating something with salt and pepper on it.
Salt and pepper here.
It's literally, it's an awful non-stash.
How long have you been growing that thing? Be honest.
Friday. Yeah, so it's what, 3-4 days now?
The thin, non-resonating mustache.
Were you hoping for more by now?
Yeah, sure.
You were. You're a little disappointed in the growth.
We'll put a little something, I don't know.
That's a chemo stash.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And plus, it's like white and gray. Did you notice?
Yes, I did notice.
Did you know, though? Because how long ago has it been since you had a mustache?
Yeah, you look like fucking Harry Reams.
I had about 5-6 years ago. I shaved it.
Okay. So last time you grew a mustache, was it a little darker?
Yeah.
Did you know when you grew it this time that it would come in that white?
Sure.
You did. You already knew.
Yeah, but they also have the hair club for men stuff too. So
yeah, but you can't
I'll dye the mustache too.
You
I
do
don't
it
care.
individually. You have to you could actually put it on your fingers and rub each one into your with a fucking marker.
There's 9 hairs above your lip.
Well, gotta give it time.
So
Sam, Liam, the town booker text, he said, Dennis on the after show makes me want to die.
Dennis, the reviews are already pouring in.
Liam's a good guy.
Apparently.
Yes.
Another good friend of mine here.
Don't you think it'll be a little obvious if you walk in here with a Just for Men dyed mustache all of a sudden?
I don't care.
He goes with his hair every day.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to do it. You're out there in the public eye. You got to make sure.
Why the mustache?
I wanted to try it.
Why now?
Why not?
It's terrible.
It
Why
is.
not? I can think of one good reason. It's under your nose. It looks terrible.
I'll give it a shot.
It's not a good
But I'll
mustache.
take that under advisement.
Trust
Thank
me.
you.
When
I'll
you
help you.
do you know like the whole stereotypical pedophile mustache thing?
It's not a pedophile.
No, I'm saying, do you know of that as a stereotype?
No.
Like, you don't know of people being like, yeah, he's kind of got a pedo mustache going on?
No.
That's a pedo-ish looking mustache.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to grow it like Groucho Marx, that kind of mustache. I like that.
You can't grow a mustache, any mustache.
It's pedo-ish.
Except for that wispy pedo mustache.
Yeah. It's very kid toucherish.
Yeah.
Even though you're not a kid toucher, your mustache would indicate differently to those that don't know you.
When you think of a kid toucher, what picture is painted in your head?
A guy with a swarmy mustache, I guess.
Is that right?
Yeah, but I'm not going to have a swarmy mustache.
What's it going to look like then?
It's going to look good.
You're not going to have any kind of mustache.
It's not coming in.
I'm going to try to go for the Robert De Niro in Godfather 2 when he was the young Don Corleone. He had that nice mustache.
It was a little,
He did.
It was a little thinner, though.
Well, I'll work on it.
Are you going to trim it? Are you going to do like John Waters?
That little skinny one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
You should do like Spalding Gray.
I'll give it a shot. But I will thank you very much, because I know you guys care, and that's why you...
Well, we want you to look good. We don't want you to look foolish.
I feel like you could use some fashion advice, and the mustache is where we would start.
I will give it a shot.
Roland, did you laugh at the banana gag?
You see on his Instagram, it's hilarious.
Like, are you concerned that when you're walking around the office talking into the banana like it's a phone,
I wasn't
and
walking around talking, I was sitting at my desk, it was just a quick bit.
But when that's your idea of a joke, and you've got the mustache, and you kind of got this reputation that people will assume that there is some sort of pedophile tendencies. Is that a concern?
No, that's not it.
Oh,
that's
there you
not a
are, the
tendency.
old banana
It's funny. It's funny.
Did you post something on Instagram?
Tommy took the picture at Gotham Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah, I just stood there in shock.
It's only funny if you're killed doing it. Like if someone's killed doing that,
That's hilarious.
Like if you don't see the elevator shaft is open and you walk into it, and your last thing is you're dying with a banana in your hand needlessly. That's
and
funny.
you're just falling down the shaft, and then for 1 second, right before you splat on the ground, you look at the banana and realize how stupid you are.
Yeah, you realize you'll never see your grandkids because you decided to make a banana phone call. There's something beautiful about that.
He wishes everybody a Denny Christmas too. Now
You don't say that.
I just say have a great day, have a Denny Christmas.
Oh my God, I forgot. He walked into
Why
the
would you
office
wish somebody
singing that.
a mediocre Christmas?
Yeah, it's just a nice time of year.
Why would you
Just
wish
singing-
somebody a Christmas that never quite lived up to its expectations?
exactly.
Have yourself a Denny little Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
he sings that
Terrible.
into the office.
every day.
Have a Denny Christmas.
A Denny Christmas definitely has a lot of alcohol involved.
No, there's no
and it's a
alcohol.
lonely Christmas too.
Him just
No,
a
no.
shotgun,
Just having
mumbling.
Right.
You know who has a Denny Christmas? I'll bet Ian Watkins probably had a Denny Christmas, fingering
We
a
were just having some
one-day-old.
fun. It was just a little top of
You
off
got,
top of my head.
you got any lost profits on the hard drive of hits?
No, I do not.
Oh, I gotta add that.
Yeah, you should
No,
have that.
I do not.
It's a catchy little number he's got there.
I do not.
Absolutely.
You got a matching hard drive of hits?
Well, I have backup.
No, to Ian.
No.
Okay. I was just asking.
No, I don't.
You think now, with the Ian Watkins story all over the news, now is a good time to grow the mustache?
I don't care. I'm doing what I want to do.
Good.
So is he.
Good. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Just like to have a mustache. That's all.
Oh, it's just so. I guess it's strange. When an older man decides to change his appearance and his facial hairstyle, it's a big deal.
No, it's not. It's a reality show. Don't they have all those makeover shows and everything?
That I don't know. Do they? I don't think Denny's mustache would make a very compelling reality show.
Well, Anthony was talking about the homes in Alaska before. I mean, that's not a.
Yeah, that was another thing.
That was Alaskan, the Great Frontier.
Right.
Yeah.
That was another thing that Roland didn't like. He was hoping to pitch those men as guests on the show.
No, the Gold Rush.
Right, and then all of a sudden they shit all over it.
Yeah, we weren't kind to the Gold Rush.
No.
I love the show.
What did Kenny call it? Gold jerk off.
Yeah. Oh, Dennis Falcone.
But thank you very much for inviting me in here and sharing some
Is
holiday
this
cookies.
just an excuse to try to get some free Dollar Shave Club razors or something?
No, it's not.
Because you're
I just
all about the
wanted
free
to
shit.
Try it. I just wanted to try the mustache.
How do you think it's going so far? You happy with
It's a bust. It's all right. It's not a bust.
Is it a bit of a bust?
You look better with that dumb fucking banana under your nose.
Yeah, be honest.
What's it? Well, I wanted to color it in like red and green, like Fez did one day. Remember, he had it all colored. You know, so maybe for the Christmas party, the office holiday party.
Fez, if you look at Fez, he's got a strong mustache. That's a guy who can grow some facial hair. Fez.
True.
Like any given week, he's somebody who can try different things.
Okay.
Because on a Friday, he could say, "I'm going to grow a mustache," and within a week's time, he'll have a thick, manly mustache.
Yeah. You have a very you have kind of a thin. You have a low testosterone stash.
That's true. We have to know where our limitations are in life, Denny.
Man has to know his limitations.
Yours are facial hair and radio.
Right. Which, so far, you're making all the wrong choices.
But I have friends like Jim who, at least give me the advice. I love you guys.
No, I mean, radio, you are a godsend. You are the man as far as... However...
Jim's got to go.
Jim's got to go.
Jim wants to go. Wants to go.
Facial hair, you are not. Has anybody complimented the mustache?
No, everybody said, hey, grow a mustache. You should have tried the full beard. Should have done everything.
Well, that's a little more in style.
I don't know. The
full beard.
I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
I mean, are you better growing a full beard than a mustache?
I've never tried to grow a full beard.
Have you ever, how's much time is the longest that you've gone without shaving?
Like 4
your
or 5
face,
days.
not your...
No, 4 or 5 days for a beard.
So you've gone 4 or 5 days without shaving?
Yeah.
And what's the result?
I don't like it. It doesn't come in even all the time. It
doesn't.
It's rough, no.
You're one of those guys who maybe you're just not born to grow a beard.
Okay. Well.
But I don't think you're born to grow a mustache.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Eric, what's the office saying about the mustache behind Denny's back? I got to know.
Honestly, other than Roland, I don't think anyone's noticed it.
Nobody cares. There's more important things to worry about than me growing a mustache.
You look like a French villain.
Okay, at least I'll take that. That's funny, at least.
It looks like it's a milk mustache. You look like you're in a Got Milk ad. That's what it looks like.
Looks like you drank out of an ashtray.
Right. It looks like you had a very dirty cup of milk.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming in here and always helping to build my self-confidence.
It looks like somebody came on your upper lip and then put a cigarette out on it. That's what it looks like to me. That's just the first thing. I didn't want to say it, but that's the first thing that jumped out.
Well, maybe I will have to borrow some of those free razors.
Yeah. I know, Denny. No, Denny. Don't listen to me.
Just for men.
Don't listen to Jim. Don't listen to me.
No.
You follow your path in life. You know what I mean? And maybe, what if we're wrong? That's hard for me to believe that I could be wrong. But what if I'm wrong? What if what if 2013, 2014?
Yeah.
Because it'll be 2014 before anything resembling a mustache is on that lip. What if 2014 is the year of the Denny mustache?
Have yourself a Denny New Year, I guess. I have to give it a shot.
That doesn't even sound right. Denny New Year?
Just threw it out there.
I might as well say have a Sam New Year. Have a Sex Bagel New Year.
Okay. Fine.
We should get a black Sharpie and give him a Groucho Marx mustache.
Yeah? Would you let us color it in with Sharpie?
No, I prefer not to, because Sharpie, you can't get that off.
How about if we dip our fists in men's hair club?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Just for men.
Just for men.
Or... You said you wanted maybe like a red mustache for
red
Christmas.
Green, yeah.
What if we just pummel you about the face until it just soaks in?
My face is all blotchy.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, thank you. Again, I'm going to take these fashion tips under advisement.
It's just something to try.
I appreciate your time.
Is this a New Year's thing? Like you know what? I got to make a change. Is this one of those things where you're thinking I got to make a change in my life? This is where I'm going to start.
No,
it's not.
No, I'm fine.
Because I've done that before, where I'll go. I got to make, and then I'll won't shave for a week, and then eventually I'll get tired of it.
Right. Yeah.
But the initial thing is it's time to make a change.
Yes.
You know, I got to stop putting up with this stuff. I got to do things differently.
Right.
Maybe and maybe a beard is going to help. Maybe for you.
No, I just didn't give it that much thought. I just said, you know what? I'm going to try to grow a mustache.
You don't think so, Jim?
Golly.
You think he's lying about that?
No, I think he opened a spam email, which wasn't even intended for him. It was just like one of those weird ones that just said, "Are you a flop?"
He's ready to turn the corner, huh?
I just came down here to ask E-Rock if he got some of the music I gave him, and I come in here and get berated.
No, we're not berating you.
No, of course not.
We're not berating
It's
you.
all fun.
E-Rock, did you get his music?
Yeah, I haven't gone through all of it yet.
All right.
Okay. I just want to make sure you got it.
You don't think you're a flop, do you?
Of course not.
Me neither.
No.
I think Jim's way off on that.
Jim's the best.
However,
good.
About Denny being a flop.
I didn't say he was a flop.
Oh, the email.
I said he opened a spam email, which was not even intended for him.
Right.
And it said, "Are you a flop?" And he just, I think he stared at it for a long time.
Right.
It was one of those weird life moments.
Well, it's when you think, like Dr. Steve called in this morning, and he said he heard a crack, but there were no bones broken, and to him that was God saying it's time to get out of birthing children.
Right.
Maybe for Denny, looking at that email, even though it wasn't necessarily intended for him, was God's way of saying, you're a flop.
There was no email.
There wasn't. Jim was wrong.
I'm a flop.
Oh.
Yes.
Have you ever... Do you have moments of self-doubt?
No, of course not. You got to be confident.
Is that true?
Yes.
You never have a moment of self-doubt?
If I'm playing a song at a party and or
I'm not
clears the
talking. I'm
dance
talking
floor,
about
I go,
no.
Gee, I should have played that one.
Listen, I'm talking about when you're sitting at home and you're assessing your life. You don't spend time assessing yourself?
Yeah.
I do.
Of course you do. Everybody does.
And you don't have self-doubt?
No. Why should I have self-doubt?
You should assess your life in the bathroom, and you might want to get an inspiration. There's a movie called Full Metal Jacket. That's a great way.
This is my rifle. No, I'm not going to do that.
No, I know.
Never a moment of self. I wish I could.
No.
I wish I could have that kind of blind self-confidence.
It's not blind self. You got to be confident.
I know, but you have to be
believe in yourself.
You don't think it's somewhat blind self-confidence?
We all make mistakes, but no.
There's nothing worse than somebody who just does not see themselves and everyone else sees them.
Right.
A true ass.
Yeah.
He's wearing a Mad Bomber hat as he says that to me.
But he knows he's an ass. Like if anyone,
Jim is not.
if anybody sits there self-doubting alone in his apartment doing weird character voices, it's Jim.
I self-doubt when I'm accepting awards.
Yeah.
Well, I've never accepted an award. I was trying to be funny.
But not you, Denny.
No.
Denny has sociopathic confidence.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Because I more relate to Jim's thing of like, even when somebody is rewarding you, you just waiting for somebody to come in and tell everybody it's a mistake. He's not supposed to be rewarded here.
No, you get the emails, the positive quote of the day. You read those, and you get reinforcement in there.
What?
I'll email you some of them.
Why don't you just tell us one?
Yeah, like what type of positive quote?
What's that? It's like what was the one that came across yesterday that you should never doubt yourself. Always believe, because if you believe strong enough, it can come true.
You think that's true?
Sure, because this is the season to believe.
But what is it based on that's true?
I don't know. It's just some guy said it and wrote it down. I don't know. Vince Lombardi said it,
but you're sitting there going, "Yeah, I think that's right."
Yeah.
But don't your own life experiences tell you that things sometimes work out differently than you planned, Denny?
Normally.
Sure, things work out differently.
Literally always.
Sure.
Yes.
But you're just waiting? You're just like, well, no, I'm going to keep believing, and eventually things won't work out differently.
You got to believe. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your strengths.
Maybe we should all be more like you.
No,
Maybe we shouldn't be trying to shake you here.
I don't need to be shaken.
You're not going to be shaken.
Or stirred.
You're unshakable. You did a little James Bond joke?
Very good.
You like that?
Yeah.
You're a Bond guy?
I'm a Bond guy.
What's your favorite Bond? Which actor?
Oh, Sean Connery.
Of course.
He's the best.
You didn't like Roger Moore?
No.
His cheeky jokes?
He's a little too characterish.
Guy's hanging. Oh, it looks like he's hung up.
I thought the actor who played
he knows he was
Remington
shitty?
Steele, the actor who played
Tom Selleck?
No, not Tom Selleck.
Who played Remington Steele? I don't know.
I thought Tom Selleck, too.
The other James Bond.
Daniel Craig?
George Lazenby?
No, George Lazenby. He was only there for one, I think, right? Her Majesty's Secret Service.
What's his name? From Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
That's who you're talking. That's who you're thinking
Brosnan.
of. Pierce Brosnan.
I thought he did a very good job.
You liked him.
I thought he did a good job.
You think
yes.
Roger? But that's like a good example. You think Roger Moore sits at home realizing he was the shits as far as James Bond goes?
I don't think he cares. He probably still gets the nice checks,
and that's it for him.
He's happy.
What about the integrity?
He did the best job that he could have at the time.
But if it's not good, it's like fuck. Then I'm not a good
It's
person.
very tough to follow Sean Connery.
It is tough to follow Sean Connery.
Hey, take care. Thanks.
See you
Take
later,
care,
Jim.
I'm going to write some notes down about what you told me today.
You are.
I am.
You take every little advice to heart. See what works for you.
Right after I shave this mustache.
And when is that going to happen?
Well, maybe tomorrow. You never know.
You really think so?
I'll give it till Friday.
Give it till Friday
Can I
at
give it
least.
the week? I'll give it the week.
What about handlebars?
Like Rolly Fingers, the relief pitcher.
No, I'm thinking about coming down, almost like the Hulkster.
No, that's not.
You don't think so?
No.
It's such a weird choice because that's not the mustache. There are facial hairstyles that are in style right now.
Right.
The pedophile mustache is not in style.
Not going to be a pedophile mustache.
That's what it looks like.
Not my intention.
That's what the style is called, though. Eric, you're good with facial hairstyles. What's the style called that he has? Pedophile mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Or dirty European.
I like French villain.
Eric's changed his opinion. He's gone from French villain to dirty European.
He was easily swayed, I think, by you gentlemen.
You don't have the answers. You don't have all the answers. You know what that is?
What's that?
Easily swayed. That's what Kanye said to him.
Oh.
Pretty clever, huh? Pretty clever.
Wow.
Nick in Chicago.
Hey, what's going on, Sam?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I was browsing around YouTube last night, and I found that Katie Sunshine girl, the hula hoop girl.
Mm-hmm.
She has a video that's dedicated to O&A and is actually wearing like this cut-off Opie and Anthony tank top while she's hula hooping.
I think we've seen it.
Yeah, we did that.
We did it.
Okay.
Nick, you got to listen to every minute of the show at all times.
Don't make him feel bad. Thank you, Nick. We appreciate that.
Nick, I need you to do me a favor from now on. 5 days a week, 5 hours a day. I need you here, buddy, okay?
All right, 10-4, Sam. I'm on it.
All right, thank you, Nick.
All right.
See, Denny, that's how you inspire loyalty. None of this, hey, thanks, maybe you get us next time. It's let them know. We need people.
Put them in their place.
That are listening to this channel. 5 days a week, 5 hours a day. You know what specific hours I'm talking about?
6 a.m. to 11 a.m.
That's right, Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time.
And if you can't do that, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the replay.
The replay.
Yeah.
Replay.
I mean, you gotta, it's TSL. It's important.
Yes, it is.
And if you can't be compelling enough to do it, at least you can demand that people do it.
I demand that you listen.
Maybe you think about doing that on the 60s channel.
Demand?
Like instead of saying, don't turn that dial.
Don't touch that dial.
Say, you touch that dial, I'll kill your fucking family.
No, we try to
Here's the
spread it
Beach
around.
Boys!
We try to spread it around.
You think so?
Oh, sure.
Why?
Well, because you should. Because if you're playing the Amboy Dukes, which features Ted Nugent...
What's the Amboy Dukes?
It's a group. But let me get to the point here.
Okay, sorry.
Ted Nugent was in the group. You might say, hey, if you want to hear some great 70s rock and roll from Ted Nugent, check out Sirius XM 70s on 7 or Classic Rock.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you want him to stay with Denny?
Well, you would, but we try to spread it around and show you the benefits of the platform. We've been through this before, Sam.
I guess I just don't understand.
Just got to bang this into your head.
Maybe I'm too competitive.
Yes, you are. You're a very competitive person.
Yeah, like I don't want anybody listening to any other channels.
Well,
unless like you could listen to Hits 1 on the overnights if I'm on it.
Yes,
but sometimes I'm not on it.
Well, your radio's not really on if Sam is not on your radio.
That's very good. Can I use that? That hasn't been used before, has it?
No.
Okay, you thought of that just now?
Yeah, no. I stole it from somebody else.
No.
There's no original things. We just reinvent them,
what?
Rewrite them, rework them.
Jody in Canada.
How's it going there, Prime Time?
Good, buddy.
Good. Hey, I listened to you guys lots and whatnot. I was just wondering. I know you guys give away a lot of free shit. I know you guys don't give away a lot of free shit to a lot of Canadians. And since it's Christmas time, I was hoping that I could be the first one.
What do you think we should do here, Denny?
I don't think we're allowed to mail across the border.
Is that right?
No, but it sounded official.
What?
Do you think Jody calls in a lot? He's a regular. You know how I know Jody calls in a lot? Because Opie and Anthony always think he's a girl.
Oh, because
that's exactly it. I'm the same guy.
Yeah.
Now, is your full name Jody?
My name is Jody Blair Jacobs.
Blair is your middle name?
Blair's my middle name.
What the fuck did your parents do? Are they just trying to make like a bare-knuckle fighter?
I guess so. They must have. I'm fucking 6'3", 250 pounds.
Good. You fucking made that Jody shit work for you, didn't you?
Like a boy named Sue.
That's exactly right.
Fucking right.
That's his. All right, well then I'll send you, how about I send you a copy of like The Hangover 3 on Blu-ray?
Fuck, I would love that, Sam. I fucking love it.
All right, stay on hold.
Thank you.
See that, Denny?
Wow, that was great.
Inspiring loyalty.
Very good.
Every now and then, a little gift is going to come somebody's
way. Somebody very happy right there.
But then you know what's going to happen.
Denny's going to want one.
Then
no.
You want a copy of The Hangover? You know why Denny can't have one? He doesn't have a Blu-ray player at home.
Oh.
Is that right, Denny?
No.
Why don't you shave your mustache and get yourself a Blu-ray player?
I'm going to upgrade from the Betamax machine.
I want to do a new show here on Sirius XM called Improving Denny's Life. There's so many things I could do to you to improve your life. Don't you think I could do that?
I guess so.
I inspire people. I make people better.
Okay.
One step at a time.
Very good.
Well, you pick your shirt up for him. It looks weird. Denny gets excited, and he picked his shirt up, and he just started pelvic thrusting into the console.
Fixing my jeans here, that's all.
You ever want to fuck this console, Denny? I know you love radio.
No, I don't do that.
You want to make love to it?
No,
he
I
was
don't.
doing it last time, remember, when he was in here with Nicole?
Yeah, but that was weird.
No, I just have nervous energy just standing around. I just can't stand.
You think Denny wants to make love to this console, Eric?
He was hitting the point that separates you and the guest right there on the console. Last time I was here, he just kept hitting right into the point.
Just rubbing his shaft on it?
Yeah.
You think that's what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
When you were doing that just now, Denny.
No.
You were making physical contact with the console. True or false?
False. I was just standing here going like this, just rocking back and forth.
Just pelvic thrusting.
If Ron and Fez weren't on after us and we turned all the lights off, he'd be in here laying down on the console.
Do you think would he be thrusting? Humping?
That I don't know, but he might be rolling around.
I think he'd be dry humping. What did you think of the show today? The Opie and Anthony show.
Oh, as always.
I thought it was very educational today.
Not too many guests, though, today.
With 0 guests today.
Well, that's what I thought.
You're the first guest of the day.
Wow, that's sad.
Really sad, especially for me. But it was a very educational
You
show
have any
today.
good guests coming up this week?
Yeah. Brandon Steiner's in tomorrow.
Wow.
He's, I guess he's going to give away shit. I don't know. That's
signed stuff.
Yeah, signed stuff. You're right, Danny.
Stuff.
Signed
Chuck
goodies.
More stuff.
Brandon Steiner's going to be in tomorrow. But today, here's what we learned about.
Yes.
We learned about how trains are conducted.
Yes.
We learned about how babies are born, how some babies can't get their shoulders out of the vagina. We learned about gold mining. We learned about honey buckets. You know what a honey bucket is, Danny?
I heard you guys talking about that in and out of I was doing some Christmas music stuff.
A little in and out. You want me to tell you what it is?
Please.
It's when you have an outhouse.
Yes.
But you got to take a massive shit in the middle of the night. You don't want to go outside, do you? It's the middle of the night, especially in Alaska.
Yeah.
So you take a shit in a bucket, and that bucket's got a rope on it, brings it right down to the outhouse. Isn't that great?
No, I'd run out to the outhouse. Believe me.
Okay, well that's something we learned. That's something we got into today. And of course, zoos and what was his name? Ota Benga. You hear about Ota Benga?
No.
He's a black guy that they used to put in the zoo.
Okay.
And display him. Like, look at this dude.
Like the Wild Man of Borneo?
Kind of like that.
Like on the Little Rascals?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
But I can't believe this Metro North crash that they've been talking about. I tweeted something out, and it was facetiously last night. But after all this time, you go to Disney World, right?
Yes.
You ever been to Disney World?
Yeah, I love Disney World.
It's great, isn't it?
I love Disney World.
What's your favorite part about it?
Well, just the tram ride going in. It's the anticipation.
You like that?
Yeah, it's like, wow, you're going in there, yeah.
Well,
I used to like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I don't think they have that anymore.
They don't.
No.
Yeah, I believe they got rid of that before 1991.
I like the Country Bears.
You do?
That's good, too.
The worst.
It's a small world after all. That's always good,
No,
too.
it's not.
That's fun.
No, it's not.
It's a small world after all. Yeah.
Eric, as a dog, like, I'll go there with my wife. She doesn't want to see Small World after all.
Your wife, but you know what? You ask Travis. He has a little girl, and I have a daughter, and we must have gone through that thing like 10 times.
That doesn't mean you should think it's great.
I think it's great too because I remember it from the World's Fair back in the 1960s.
I didn't even know there was a 1960s.
Yes, there was. It's a small world after all.
Those two rides that he likes are the ones that people go to because they walked around the entire park and they were so hot they just wanted to sit in air conditioning for a while.
It's like when it rains and you got to go indoors somewhere.
Yeah.
I guess we'll do Pirates of the Caribbean again.
I like the Space Mountain.
Okay, that's a fun one.
That's a ride.
Space Mountain is
That's
great.
a fun one. But you look at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Right.
They fucking run those trains all day long.
Sure.
No conductors.
Right.
All on this automated track.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck can't Metro North figure out how to just let the trains run by computers?
They don't even, do you guys have on Metro North trains, do you have a Wi-Fi service?
No.
No, they don't even have it on the
They don't
Long
even
Island
have
Railroad.
no Wi-Fi.
A buddy of mine came up from North Carolina to look for a job, and he gets on the train out on Long Island, and he asked the conductor, he said, "Excuse me, do you have Wi-Fi?" And the conductor says, "You're lucky you get lights."
But I don't understand why in 2013 it's on a track.
Right.
There's no. What are you steering?
The guy was excessive speeds, though.
So program it.
Well, exactly.
Well, the news said they're not going to have that system in until 2015.
Why would it take till 2015? You could have had it in 95.
Because of budgets and all this other shit. They had to wait to get it all done.
Stump Brain on Twitter last night told me it was because of unions.
Yeah,
I was going to mention that too.
You think so? The unions, they don't want to get the jobs taken away. Like, here's my thing. We talked about the robots before. I think putting the robots in for cashiers and for ticket booths and like parking lots, I think that's bad.
Right.
I think you need like menial jobs like that, and it doesn't. That doesn't.
It's customer service, not menial. Customer service.
And you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But to replace those people with robots is a bad thing. You need those jobs for people.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
But it doesn't affect anybody's safety. If you can go and say, well, we can get a computer to get this right all the time. It's totally unnecessary to have anybody actually manually controlling this thing. You got to just do it.
I mean, and this was a very isolated incident. I mean, I know Metro North has had a couple of accidents this year, but not to that magnitude.
Not to that magnitude. But it's like it should never happen. Like I don't even understand the concept of speed limits in a train. And it should be like the train just goes this speed always and stays on the track. It's a track.
Right. But he was.
If you time it, there's no way you're going to crash into each other,
maybe
right?
He was running behind, so he was speeding. Sometimes you speed. Maybe you got to get to the show. You got to get here on time, so you speed.
But that's why you shouldn't even have the ability to speed.
Right.
Right?
Exactly what you're saying.
Right.
They should work on the system.
Work on it. They should eliminate the system. Put in whatever they got on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Right.
That system.
Right.
Put it, because Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, it takes these sharp turns.
Yeah.
Fucking 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. I don't think it's that fast on the It's a Small World.
No, It's a Small World is a boat.
Okay, I like that boat.
I could swim faster than Small World.
I like the Country Bears, too.
And I have. You know what? When I ride Small World, I jump out of the boat and I swim out. I'm trying to get out of there. This thing sucks.
Wow. That was like the...
One time I drank the water in Small World, and I started freaking out. I proclaimed myself the Lizard Queen and just went around the whole park like seeing shit. It was crazy. It was crazy.
You were like Eddie Murphy. What was that? Beverly Hills Cop 2 or 3 or something when he was in the amusement park?
I don't know anything about that.
Were you saying you could see the music?
That's what I said, dude. Were you there?
Might have been.
Let me go to Nervous Jared. Nervous Jared.
Hey, how you guys doing?
You don't sound nervous at all. You sound confident. You sound robust.
Oh, thank you. That was a moniker given to me by the boys.
All right, you sound a little more nervous now. But go on.
It's fine. You guys are talking about all these safety hazards and stuff. Have you heard about Action Park in Vernon down in New Jersey?
Yeah, it's probably before Sam's time.
I mean, I've heard of the park. Then.
Everybody who went there came home hurt.
All of them.
Yeah.
That's like Ride Playland now.
It was part of the experience. I mean, I'm 19, so I've only read and, stuff like that about it. But, it was so bad, people were calling it Class Action Park, and Accident Park, and Traction Park.
But they just kept it open, huh?
Yeah. He's right. Everybody who went there, hey, what'd you do yesterday? Your arm is in a sling. Went to Action Park.
Yeah, but they wouldn't close it.
No.
I
guess finally they did.
I wonder why. Why would they close Class Action Park? Thanks, Joe.
It was bought out by another company, and if I remember, they kept some of the old rides open, but upped the safety slightly for sort of the nostalgic crowd that were coming in. And I think there might have been another death or something afterwards, and then they axed it.
Rye Playland is like that. Thanks, Jared. Have you ever been to Rye Playland, Daddy?
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
Used to oldie shows when I worked at one of the radio stations.
They filmed the movie Big there.
Yeah.
They filmed a Mariah Carey music video there.
Yeah.
But many people have died there because the rides are all old.
Yeah.
And they got the Dragon Coaster, and the whole reason to ride on it is because it's not the thrills of going up and down. It's the thrill of when is this thing going to finally collapse. It's made of wood.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And it's all rotting away and everything's creaky, and that's what the thrill is. Like, I could honestly die doing this.
No, that's why I kind of stay with It's a Small World after all.
Yeah, you're not the risk guy.
Nobody's ever gotten hurt on that ride.
Right. You like to measure risk versus reward, is that right?
Exactly.
You try to scoop up the money as you go around.
No, you can't do that. Keep your hands inside the boat, please.
Hey, if nobody's going to take these pennies, are these for anybody?
Yeah.
Look, a quarter.
Bill on Long Island.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Good.
I don't know if anyone's mentioned it yet, but a little known fact that hasn't surfaced too much is that the MTA has gotten the government to 3 or 4 times put back a deadline that they have to install these safety systems that will stop speeding trains on their own without any human interaction. So the law has been in place for a while, but the MTA keeps getting extensions by pushing it back.
The whole point of trains is that they're supposed to be safer than human error.
Well, when human money trumps human error,
yeah,
you get deadline extensions and people die.
Oh, thanks, Bill. It's nuts. There should be something. I mean, they should all be mechanical at this point. These big giant things. Why not?
I'm sure this stuff will be revisited, and sadly, it takes a tragedy. It takes a tragedy.
Ben in Arizona.
Hey, Sam, you want robots to run the train.
That's right.
What about robot that runs the Star Tour ship? That didn't turn out too well.
What Star Tour ship?
At Disneyland or Disney World.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Star Tour? Yes, you do. Come on. The little robot that runs the Star Tour's spaceship in the ride. E-Rock, help me out. You know what I'm talking about.
And my ride was C-3PO.
Oh, okay. Well,
because Star Tours went crazy. Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. All right, Ben.
That's what I'm saying. So the robots don't always help.
You're right. Men, human beings. Could be women too, quite frankly, Dennis.
Right.
Human beings can man computers that control the trains. But there's no reason to be even thinking about what speed they're going.
Well, look, computers, how many times do things go wrong here with computers?
Every single fucking day, but they don't have good computers here.
Well, we have good computers.
Really? We can't stay on the internet.
We try to stay online.
Yeah, but what about Art Bell quit because he couldn't stay on the internet? Poor Art Bell.
We have a good IT department.
All Art Bell wanted to do was have people listen to him on the internet, and now nobody's listening to him.
Well, I think if you just email our CEO and, say we're having problems with the internet, he gets right back to you.
Does he?
He emails right back.
All right, well, maybe I
Every time we have like a little office gathering, I always thank him.
Art Bell is a quitter, isn't he? He's a piece of Art Bell's a piece of garbage.
Way to go, Danny. Send our listeners to the CEO of the company.
Well, nobody's going to.
Anybody could do that. It's not a hidden secret.
Nobody's going to actually.
CEO.
Tell him Dennis Falcone sent
That's
him.
okay.
No, but
what? I'm sure the guy would say that's okay because he's a nice guy.
This is all stupid. Nobody's going to actually email him because that's ridiculous.
You don't think so? You don't think
Dennis,
somebody's going to email the CEO of a company?
Dennis, I'm doing you a service here.
Okay.
I'm doing you a service.
All right.
E-Rock, see what I did?
I knew what you were doing.
I was nice, wasn't I?
No, I know what you're doing, but you don't think a regular consumer emails the CEO of a company?
Lady Trucker, get me out of this.
There are train switching yards that are run by remote-controlled trains.
This poor Dennis, he don't know what he's doing, does he, Lady Trucker?
No, he's just babbling to, make noise on the radio.
Oh, Sam in Oklahoma City.
Hey, Sam.
What's up,
you
buddy?
were talking about how you drank the water and you went crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I went to a theme park once, and they had this robot parade.
Mm-hmm.
So some flash photography picture of them.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I know, robots are going bonkers.
The robots went crazy just based on the flash photography.
Yeah. Next thing I know, my family has to break in and steal all the cameras and kill all the robots by using cameras.
Was Will Smith there?
No, Will Smith. That's ridiculous, Dennis. Will Smith wasn't there, was he?
No, I think I was parked in the itchy lot.
Oh, okay. All right. That's crazy, man. The thing about these amusement parks is you have to read the signs. There's a reason no flash photography is allowed. Gary in Virginia.
Hey, Sam. I work in the rail industry, and we are developing one of the two products that are going to be out there for dry railless trains. And, one of the things that's being mandated is it's called positive train control, and that kind of spurred from the accident out in California that killed some 40-something people or whatever. But basically, it's building an infrastructure on old technology that has all these sensors and just all this technology that's on the, they call it wayside, but it's coming, but then right now the implementation of it's just, testing. We're currently testing right now.
That's the problem with all these fucking, so many of these companies. Like, if Google was in charge of the trains, the trains would be flying. They'd be completely driverless. But for whatever reason, companies like, I guess, the MTA and a lot of these companies, they have to either wait until something's wrong before they fix it.
Right.
And when they do fix it, find the cheapest way possible. Or like Gary's saying, build on old infrastructure or whatever. They can't say, look, there's a new technology here. Let's build. We can just do this. Let's build it from scratch.
Spend good money once. You don't have to spend bad money twice.
That's what I'm saying, Dennis.
Let's fix it now.
Why can't there be more people like you and me running this thing? And Gary, right, Gary?
Hey, yeah, you got it, Sam, buddy. Hey, one other thing, though, with it is that one of the biggest problems is that we run our passenger service on freight rails. I mean, that's the moneymaker of the country. Our country's not set up for passenger service as well as it could be, as, say, Europe and all that. So, running at same speeds, I mean, our rail infrastructure is based on freight service, not passenger. So, there's all kinds of other things that, go into that whole.
All right. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, you just wait until something's broke. Well, no, this will work for now. This will work for now. And then if something goes wrong, we'll fix it. Brad in Mississippi, real quick.
Morning.
Dennis, I've been having some problems with my radio. Well, what's that email address so I can get in touch with the CEO?
No, Brad. You see what happens, Dennis? I wanted to tell you that the holidays,
customer service,
the holidays are fast approaching. There's not much time left. You got to go. What are you wrinkling? Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. You know you have to get the woman in your life a gift, don't you, Dennis?
Yes, I do.
And you want it to be a great gift for the holidays. Well, Steven knows what every woman wants. It's diamonds. You going to get your chick diamonds, Dennis?
Carpet sweeper.
Yes, diamonds. Not a carpet sweeper. The beautiful sparkle, the simple elegance of the diamond. Steven's going to make it easy and affordable. Check out his diamond stud earrings starting at just $199. These are really beautiful, high-quality, bright white diamonds. Perfect for you, right, Dennis?
The diamond stud, they call me.
Nobody calls you that. Go online to IHateStevenSinger.com right now and see all of Steven's amazing diamond jewelry. Steven makes holiday shopping so easy and affordable. Just go online to IHateStevenSinger.com. Check out his beautiful selection of diamonds for her. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com now. Get your holiday shopping done today. Shipping is always fast and free. Steven makes shopping fun, whether it's in the showroom, at the other corner of 8th and Walnut, on the phone at 1-888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER, or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Dennis, I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for rolling with the punches.
Thank you very much. Going to get that earring, the tattoo. I tell you, we're going to really work this out.
We're going to look good. Ron and Fez are coming up next. Stay tuned for that, and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Opie and Anthony Show is now over. For real this time. Check out the O&A Show on Facebook at Facebook.com/Opie and Anthony. And catch Opie and Anthony live Monday through Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern. Ron and Fez are next.
Hey!